Welcome, gentlemen, ladies. Welcome to the RAJJ Royale podcast. Wonderful to have you all, everybody. I'm going to give you guys a chance to introduce every single one of you one by one. S-Fan, you're in Austin's old room. That's very nice.
I just moved in, actually.
Yeah, well, that's nice. You know, since it's vacant now, somebody had to move in and stream from there, so that's very exciting. Okay, so let's introduce our cast one by one. We're going to start with Miss Candyland. Hello, welcome to the RAJJ Royale. How are you?
Hi, I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. My God, I love your choker. That's so nice. I love that. Whew, wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to look a little bit more badass. I realized yesterday I like guys who wear face masks.
Yeah.
That's really hot. So I'm trying to look more badass to attract more badass guys.
Wow, well, I think there's a company that came out with a face mask recently. That's the topic of today, one of the topics. Anyways, welcome aboard Candyland. Everybody say hello to Candyland. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we lost one. Go ahead and knock if you lost. All right. Welcoming to the RAJJ Royale podcast, Mr. METHODJOSH. Hello, METHODJOSH. Did a fantastic job on the reverse show. Welcome back, sir. How are you?
I'm really good. Is this not the dating show thing?
No.
All right, fuck it. Hey, anyone? Yeah, okay, whatever.
Did you think this was the dating show?
It doesn't matter. I guess we're here now. So
Okay, well, welcome to the show. This has nothing to do with dating. You're in for a wild ride. I hope you didn't... You're in for a very wild ride, Josh.
We're fine. Let's
That's
go.
all right. Yeah, you're probably wondering why there were so many other men here. You're like, wow, this is a lot of competition. Everyone say hello to METHODJOSH. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from the Last Royale podcast, Invader V. Welcome. Good to see you, ma'am. How are you?
I'm great. I'm trying to do double duty by being a good dog mom and also like a good participant on whatever the fuck
Well,
this
I'm
is.
so excited. Are you don't have a tent fort anymore. What is this called that you're in?
No. This is still the blanket fort. We had to reshape the blanket fort because it was getting in the way of everybody else who wants to like live and survive outside of the blanket fort but still in this building.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, everybody say hello to Invader V. Good to have you on the Royale podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know which way he's looking. EROBB221. Welcome aboard, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. You know what? Honestly, one of my favorite emotes of you is the eye emote. What's the fucking fuck? It's the fucking
Is it the Pepe with the
yes,
wonky
the
eye?
Pepe with the wonky eye. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, welcome aboard, EROBB. Where are you now? What's going on?
I'm living with Ms. Kiv.
You're living
Probably
with
don't know.
Ms.
He's a
Kiv?
smaller streamer. You probably don't know.
Really?
Oh my God, I had no idea you were living with Ms. Kiv.
Damn.
He's
Any
supposed to
stuff
come on my
happening yet?
show next week. We'll see if he shows
not
up.
gonna-
Huh? He's not going to come on, is he? Why is he so chicken?
Because he's scared, dude. He doesn't want to grow.
Oh my God. Wait, he doesn't want to get too big? Is that really what he's
No,
afraid of?
scared.
That's ridiculous. Everybody say hello to EROBB, ladies
No,
and
I want to
gentlemen.
tell Candyland I'm a badass, so...
Are you? Yeah, you look like a little bit like a badass. You
Yeah.
do?
What happened to Marie?
We don't want to talk about it.
Wait, is that the girl from the CS:GO Twitch clip?
Yeah.
No.
No, not
Ooh, no, she's the,
Oh wait, that's
Hey,
the
EROBB,
French one.
why is there toilet paper on your bed? On your bed?
Ooh, uh-oh.
I'm gonna go get rid of that real quick.
Is that...
Well, no, because... Yes,
You guys, he can't. It's glued down.
people were
What's the
saying I
lotion?
couldn't fit my dick in toilet paper rolls.
So what? You cut out. Say again? So what'd you do?
You know, he was testing it. He wanted to see.
I wanted to see if I could fit my dick in it.
I think that's a cum...
How'd it go?
I think that's cum rag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could you?
That's why it's glued
I don't
down.
wanna
You can't
talk
get it off.
Next person.
glued down with what?
Next person, move on.
Come. All right, next person. Mini Titan, welcome to the RAJJ Royale podcast. Introduce yourself
How
since
you
nobody
doing,
knows who you are
darling? I'm
anymore.
fucking
What's going
doing
on?
great.
Tell us about yourself, sir.
Me, I'm the fucking resident dumb cunt. I'm here just to talk fucking pure shite. Slicker's gone. Fucking, so some
Aye.
other paprika motherfucker had to take his place. So,
Aye.
you know, I'm just...
Right, aye, that's right. Welcome, this fight. Where are you from? Tell them where you're from.
Scotland. Scotland forever! There you go.
Welcome, Mini Titan, to the RAJJ Royale podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, so happy we could welcome this individual fresh off of their 24-hour ban, not 7-day ban, Mr. Hassan Piker. Oh, yes. Welcome.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome. Congratulations on your unbanned, sir. Go ahead, say what you wish.
Can't wait to fucking get all of our votes split between me, Destiny, and Izzy for like the first 5 rounds, and then probably get kicked out. Actually, you know what? Slicker's not here. Let's go, boys. I mean,
at least Pokey won't be pulling the trigger this
once
time.
again.
Yeah.
Slicker's not here. I don't know about this Titan dude. I don't think he's gonna be like I don't think he's gonna be serious competition.
Hassan, I'm glad you're here.
Shut the fuck up, mate.
I'm glad this is on a dating show because, to be honest, Hassan,
already
you
a
kind of look like the one
competition
who you like take them home for Netflix, but then you watch a Columbine documentary on your first date.
What is that?
Oh, no.
It's the documentary I was watching when I got banned.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right, welcome, Mr. Hassan, to the RAJJ Royale podcast. Introducing to the show, Mrs. Mary Catherine. Welcome to the show, Mary Catherine. I love your new hairdo. What'd you do with it?
That's the same. I just put on a beanie.
Oh, wow, that's
I'm feeling
amazing.
fashionable today. Same shirt though.
Yeah.
I do yoga a lot, as you can tell. I'm very fit.
Yeah,
Thanks
absolutely.
for bringing some men, and not just like boring e-girls.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, well, yeah, no.
sorry, but it looks
Absolutely,
like you
Mary
fucked
Catherine.
up.
So nice to have you. All right, thank you very much, Mary Catherine. Welcome aboard the show. Okay, introducing to the show, Miss Casey Tron.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I'm
Casey.
Casey Tron. I've spent the last 6 years on Twitch pretending to be a dumb bitch. I'm not sure if it's true or not. I'm here to show how good my opinions are and how bad everyone else's opinions are.
Thank you, Casey. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. You're welcome. Introducing to the show, back for another show, Izzy. Hello, Izzy.
Hey, Raj, how's it going?
I'm
I am
doing
here.
well. Welcome. Welcome.
I'm here for my third week, and this time I'm gonna farm votes. Chat, you fucking hate me. I will come every week until I win a Wood Watch by Jord. If you want to get rid of me, fucking vote me to win.
Just give her a watch, please.
Okay.
Give her a watch for free.
All right.
Izzy Bear, you kind of look like you're doing a Mary Catherine cosplay, except you look like shit.
Okay.
Whoa, let's not compare trans identity to
Let's
drag
not
queen.
get there. Let's not cross that road,
don't
Betty
look as good as
Catherine.
me.
Probably. Let's not cross into that. Okay. S-Fan, welcome aboard the show. Go
What's
ahead
up?
and
Hello.
Yeah,
I'm
hi.
S-Fan.
Yeah.
I'm a WoW classic guy. I'm a classic WoW guy, but I can't play classic WoW, so I do a lot of IRL and I do variety and sometimes I do retail WoW, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Could you do your flick real quick?
Oh, you want me to do the flick?
Yeah, could you do the flick real quick? I just want to. Yes.
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 That's fabulous.
That's
fucking
so
fabulous.
sexy. That's so sexy. All right, last but not least, introducing to the RAJJ Royale podcast, Destiny, 3-time champion of the RAJJ Royale podcast. Do you think you're going to win today?
Obviously.
Oh, okay.
I don't even like this shit. I'm just here to make sure no one else. Let's see
Stop gatekeeping, Destiny.
Yeah,
That's
I'm here.
true. Actually,
Nice.
I found a topic that you and Hassan won't agree on, by the way.
What, capitalism?
Well, no, it was actually the which will be the topic that we're going to start out today with, but it's going to be exciting. I don't know why the quality shows shit. Is the quality bad for anybody else, or is it just me?
It looks like shit to me, too.
Yeah, it's like 360p Andy over here.
I know. I don't know what the
Alright,
fuck's
Ready
going
for the
on.
next slide, Raj.
Huh? What'd you say? What'd you say,
I'm
Mary
ready for the
Catherine?
next slide.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, anyways, welcome to the RAJJ Royale podcast. Let me explain the rules to everybody. So, hey, Train and my co-host, TRAINWRECKSTV, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Everybody say hello.
Hello, Train.
Hi, Train.
Train.
Hey, listen, I've been up for like 28 hours. Listen, let's do this. Let's kill it.
Hell yeah, baby. All right.
Be careful. Take care of your heart.
No, it's the brain, mate. Needs to take care of.
Okay, so
Drunk coke.
And the nose,
Okay.
he needs to take care of the
So,
nose.
Train, I'll get you on camera like right after the
Next
first
round,
person
yeah.
leaves. Yeah, if that's all
Sounds
right with
great.
you. So
perfect.
anyway, so this is how the rules go on the RAJJ Royale podcast. Essentially, how this goes is you vote for who you want to keep on the RAJJ Royale podcast, not kick, keep, not kick, and then that person will get to decide between the two lowest amount of votes. All right, the last winner of the RAJJ Royale podcast was Destiny. And I believe he beat... Who did he beat in the finals last time? Dusty, who'd you beat?
Slicker.
Slicker.
I beat him so bad that guy fucking ran off Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Effing shot for
That's true. He'll be
Shots
back.
fired.
Couldn't fucking handle it. That band wasn't an accident. He was fucking embarrassed.
Slicker is going to be back next Thursday for the reverse show and the next Royale podcast, unless he gets banned between that period of time. But anyway, he got banned for harassment or some shit. Okay, first topic is, and it's very exciting because Hassan and Destiny both disagree. They disagree on this, and it's very exciting. We talked about it briefly.
We disagree on actually like quite a bit. I don't know if you realize this or not, but
yeah, Destiny and I spend most of our time arguing when he's not fondling my pectorals.
Why can't we hear Hassan? What's going on here?
Everyone can hear him except
You
me.
Train, yeah, just leave and come back.
Would you fucking mute me, Train?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I have him muted. I have him muted. My fault.
No, I deserve it. I deserve it. I'm sorry for not. I heard that. I heard that your podcast was incredible because there was no Hassan on it. You had like 85 fucking posts on your subreddit. Like, thank God there's no politics.
It was actually the only time. It was the only time I've ever looked at Trainwreck's subreddit, and I've only seen positive posts. So
I've just never. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that your community could fucking get together and at least have.
No, I actually had your back to the point where they were telling me, I listen, I had your back. If you watch the VOD, I had it. So, hey. Hey.
Thank you.
That's
Thanks
so
for having
cute.
my back.
Brotherhood.
All right, so I want to talk about this for the first time, and there's people that disagree on it, and it has to do with Liam Neeson. All right, so
Hell yeah, my guy.
All right, so Liam Neeson. Did it happen during Black History Month?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still in Black History.
I think it happened in honor of Black History.
So basically,
That's not how honor works.
So this is basically what happened: is Liam Neeson came out and said that he wanted to quote unquote beat up a black guy after he was looking
He
to
didn't
be.
say a black guy. What did he really say?
Quote.
He wanted to kill a black
You get
guy.
the quote. Sorry, I don't want to misspeak. Go ahead.
He wanted to kill a black bastard.
Oh, a black bastard. Is that what? That's what he said. That's what Liam Neeson said. And this is after one of his friends was raped, correct?
Yeah.
Brutally raped.
Brutally raped, yes. And this is what happened.
Okay, do you want the actual? Do you want the full quote?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Hassan. Share the whole quote.
Okay, so his friend gets raped, and he explains his mindset at the time, adding, "But my immediate reaction was, I asked, did she know who it was? No. What color were they? She said it was a black person. And then he went up and down areas with a kush, hoping I'd be approached by somebody. I'm ashamed to say that.
Accent?
And I did it
dwarf.
for
He's
maybe
a
a week,
dwarf in World of Warcraft.
hoping some black bastard would come out of a pub and have a go at me about something, you know, so that I could kill him." So that's the entire fucking quote. And it's
that's
obviously
hugely problematic.
Understandable.
I mean, it's not just problematic. The fucked up parts of it, for some weird reason, is escaping everyone. Like they're focusing on the fact that like he wanted to go and kill a black person, which is really terrible, of course, obviously. But there are plenty of weird things to ask. If one of your friends gets raped, the first question is like, what color were they? Like, what color was the rapist? That's a weird question.
So let me
to ask immediately. And then on top of that, to go out and like attack a random person.
So
was that really what they asked?
So this was, but how many?
But he's probably paraphrasing, right?
I don't know. Like I just heard. Like,
No, this is his
brought
quote.
up a good
I
point
wasn't
that whenever,
paraphrasing.
like,
Go ahead, Casey. Let Casey go.
He probably is, right?
No,
Did
I
he
just
say
heard
the
some-
I
first
just
thing
want
he
to talk
asked?
whenever everybody else is talking.
Yeah. Go ahead, Casey, please.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I heard a really good point that, like, race is something, like, one of the first things that a police officer will ask whenever, like, trying to figure out who a person is. I just heard somebody bring that up in context to this, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a good point.
It's very
Right?
No, hold on.
It's
The
a
problem
good
that
way
I
to
have with this
Go ahead,
quote-
V.
No,
Go ahead, V.
The problem that I have with this quote has, I mean, it's problematic the way that he framed it. The worst fucking part of this is that he is generalizing. That's the problem when you say racist shit, is that it not only is it like awful, is that it's a huge, gross generalization. So he is generalizing that it would be equivalent in his conscience and in his fucking mind that if he went out and found somebody who had the same shade of skin that assaulted somebody that he knew and attacked that innocent person, he would feel good about that? Like, that's the fucking
but it
problem
was-
for me.
No, but the problem is
he wanted a black person to come and fight him, so
No,
that he could.
he said he was
Oh,
gonna go
okay,
out.
so that makes
excuse
Go
to kill
out,
them?
I get
point
mad
to
at
the ground.
I get
Yes.
mad at white people for one
called
specific white
self-fucking
person,
defense.
so I can go and instigate and like try to get some white person to fight me, so I can go
Hey,
kill
mate,
them.
if you
That
come
makes
at
a lot of
me
sense
and
to
you
me.
start beating me
Well,
up,
you
and
act like that
hey,
towards
I'm
the
gonna
police.
get my
saying it
One
fucking
at a time.
person with
Yeah,
that.
man. You can defend yourself. You can, of course, defend yourself. But if you leave your house going, I want to pick a fight with somebody and I want to kill them because I'm so angry at that type of person,
My dude-
then you are
Yeah,
the
when
type
his
of
friend was
person
brutally
that
raped.
needs to be locked up.
My dude,
his friend was
straight
brutally
up
raped.
brought his weapon, okay? He brought his fucking kush, whatever. And I looked it up. I had to Google this shit because I was like, what the fuck is a kush? He's like, this is specifically.
Is that like the kosher dish?
It's a beat. It's a beat stick.
Yeah, it's a fucking beat stick. He's like, when I'm
Yeah.
going out to do hate crimes, I have a weapon, and my weapon is a kush. That's my favorite weapon to use when I'm going out to beat random black people to find to enact vengeance.
You're missing the whole context of it, though. This was he literally was no. He was
Go ahead,
talking about
Josh.
this-
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. He was talking about this thing 40 years ago from a point of personal growth, saying that this was unacceptable and bad, and that he'd moved on, and that this was one of the darkest times of his life. And the fact that someone talks about that, and then the entire fucking world vilifies them as if they're a fucking demon. Like, are we never allowed to do anything bad in our past, and then move on and grow as a person? Like, and all you guys talk about is how, like, oh,
for the record, I do agree with your point.
Yeah, so half of my friends,
I thought we should
half
have
of all of
happened
my
this
friends say stuff like that all the time, and if they get famous, like if that comes back.
Wait, half of your friends say that, Candyland?
Yeah, like,
what Liam?
Hey, okay, hold on, Candy. You totally
It's
missed the
pretty
point. Then your
racist.
friends
Wait, why are you
people
friends
now.
Go
with
ahead.
these fucking people, then?
What?
Go ahead, Destiny.
What the fuck? Why are you
friends are
friends
saying
with
that
like
now that
really
you're-
racist
Well, no,
people?
everybody.
No,
No, it's just how like everybody is.
Everyone is not like that. Everyone is.
In Scotland, it's very fucking racist.
Yeah, no, to be
There's
fair.
not a lot of black people up here, mate. So we're kind of scared by them. Like when you're walking down the street.
Wait, are
see
you
a black
black,
person-
Mini Titan?
My granddad is, but that's not the point. If you go
Okay.
walking down the street and you see a black person or a group of them coming towards you, you cross the street. You don't walk right in fucking front of them because something might bad happen. You might have to defend yourself.
Wait, is there like a lot?
But why? What?
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Is it-
If someone starts fucking you up, you have to defend yourself.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay,
isn't
okay,
that kind of rooted in?
If there's a group of white people, you'd be like, "Hey, my homies."
Wait.
Go ahead, Hassan. Go ahead, Hassan.
You're saying that that's the mentality that people have. You're not saying that that's like what you think, right?
No
He said
comment.
we.
What?
No comment.
Oh, Mini Titan, be careful, dude.
Wait,
It's
what
not
the
shit, alright,
fuck? Whoa.
If
So
I see black people walking towards me across the street,
Wha-
that's not racist.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
Mini
that
Titan.
is.
That's not racist.
That is. That's not appropriate, Mini.
Like myself, I would never like
That's not a that. I mean, you yourself. Well, I was gonna say African American, but you're not. Yeah.
African American,
But he's Scottish. He's Scottish. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Hassan. I don't know. I'm not I don't know. Is that racist? Is that racist to think like
No.
that?
Yes,
Wait,
to
racist
monolith
thing-
all black people
I
as,
think
as
it's-
potentially violent is absolutely racist. What the fuck is not
Well,
racist
everyone's
then? Then nothing
potentially
is racist
violent.
if that's not fucking
that
racist.
is that is yeah, and I
Like
think we should
literally,
love
that is
everybody.
that is the definition of like that's not me being like a fucking social justice warrior reading out about fucking racism. That's literally like that is what you would look at in a textbook and see as far as the definition
It's not
of racism.
racist because you don't
It's
want to get
racist
beat up.
stereotype.
No, but
That is-
but
The
you're
thing is, I do it
using.
with every group of people. If I see, like, okay, in Scotland, we like to wear tracksuits. Like, that's just our fashion. If you see people wearing tracksuits, you're like, oh, fuck, hey, better move out the way. Ain't fucking with these people.
Yes, but the difference between but do you not see the difference between that? You're profiling an entire race of people, which is
Not
literally
just one
racism.
race, I do it with fucking white people as well.
How the fuck do you get anywhere? Just cross
Right,
the
you
street
just
left,
not
right,
walk.
Yeah, you like running across the
God
street.
damn it,
You
you
can
can't go
definitely
anywhere.
tell.
This is why you have a
Hold on.
tracksuit
One at a
on
time. One at a
constantly
time. One at a
Hold on.
I
time.
do have a
will say
tracksuit,
this.
but that's not the point.
One at a time.
Listen, I will say this. I just got back from London, okay, and I heard that you can't wear two hats there. And if I saw people that looked like that guy who tried to tell me that I can't wear two hats, I was like, okay, like if a guy looks kind of dodgy, then I should probably just like stay away from them.
Yep.
That's
Wait,
it.
what's
It's
a
a,
hat? Wait, what?
Yeah, but it doesn't
it's a
matter like
different
what
thing.
color someone is. It's
no,
that it
it's not
matters
about
the-
it's not about the color of the skin, right? It's that's completely ridiculous, right? But if
Yeah.
somebody is just like they you know they're I can't describe it. Like that guy came up and he like I don't know, he just like looked shady. To me
Okay,
and-
let's okay.
Where are you
Regardless
from
of
in Scotland,
dangerous
Minnie?
than others.
exactly. So if you see a group of people who are in like baggy shorts and like really long tees with like a basketball
Dreadlocks, yeah,
shit
mate,
on
you
them or
probably go
whatever,
have
or
a
you
fucking
see
talk with
someone
them.
who is like shirt tucked with khakis and stuff, which person would you be more fearful of?
Wait, what?
The one who looks like a respectable member of society, or someone who you see in movies over and over, you've seen past 100 times?
I think the
committing
big
violence?
difference is that right there,
Yeah, if
you
I
just
see
describe
someone-
somebody by their attire rather than their skin color. That's the difference.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I was going to continue to make the point. I
And-
would be more apprehensive of someone, an African American dressed like that, than I would of someone dressed and like very business casual perspective.
Okay, yeah, but again, what you just said has nothing to do with race, right?
It's how you profile stuff. Like people do different
profiling based off of attire or the demeanor of people is more understandable than profiling off of someone based on their ethnic background or their race.
So
Race
I
is
think it's good. Like that guy clearly said he made a mistake and he apologized for it. Like that's good. He did the right thing, I think.
So hold on. So
bring this up though. Why was he quoted for this, and why would he think that it's a good idea to talk about? I used to be like so super duper racist, but now I'm only like a smidge racist because I still think about being racist. But it's cool that I can talk about it now.
So
Like,
he's
why
doing
would
an
you bring
interview.
this up
He's
in the
doing an
first
interview.
place?
Why does it
He's
even
doing an
matter?
interview for a new movie,
I
and
just
as part of the
found it-
movie, the
okay.
main character is like seeking revenge, and so he was trying to tie it into his personal life, or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, that the fact that this is 40 years ago and the way we're treating Liam Neeson as though he did this yesterday is a little weird to me for sure.
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah,
also weird that Liam Neeson thought that this would be a decent way to promote his show by tying it to his like personal background without understanding fully that this was racist behavior and not just like pure vengeance or revenge. Enacting pure vengeance or revenge on the person, finding who the person was who raped your friend and trying to kill them is still bad behavior. But saying that you're going to go out and find like a random black person and see if they will instigate a fight so you can use your weapon that you brought from your house to beat them with is like entirely different.
What's the difference between that and Neighborhood Watch?
I will
If
say
we don't
that's what
acknowledge that
Neighborhood
it's
Watch do.
purely, it's not just revenge, it's not just anger.
Neighborhood Watch
also
does that.
racism
They've
attached
done
to
that.
that.
but hold on.
Neighborhood Watch does it a
That
little
Trayvon Martin
different.
geezer, he got fucking caught.
I'm pretty sure. Also, for the record, I'm pretty sure Liam knew it was racist. Like, I'm
Yeah.
almost positive he knew it was racist.
Yeah,
That
and
wasn't
you're
just
talking
awesome.
about a guy's
Something
mental
I want to
state.
know what has
Look.
gone of this. So I think to a certain degree, like subconsciously, like we all have some like racism in us, right? And I think like throughout our life, it's like we're trying to overcome it.
If you
No,
don't
I think
about
like to
racism,
a
then
certain
you don't
degree,
care.
like it's easy to have like these subconscious stereotypes that go on
You're
in your
talking
mind.
about
I think
natural. You're
that's
talking
fair.
about natural prejudice. You're not talking about racism.
Yeah,
but,
like
you
yeah.
can't-
Yeah.
you can't-
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Based
yeah,
on-
I think
definitely.
You have
that-
preconceived
Yes.
notions. You have preconceived notions about things
Right.
due to your own
Yeah.
personal
Mhm.
history.
And I think that
Right,
to a
okay.
certain degree, like he's looking back at it in a, you know, like he obviously like regrets having those thoughts. And I think that's part of like overcoming it. Sort of like how in like, I don't know, like AA, part of overcoming alcoholism is admitting you're an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like
There
sort
you
of
go,
like
Paul.
in that way too. I don't know.
So
No,
I just want to know
okay.
what Hassan thinks of that.
But no, like that's completely outlandish. That doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like you don't get to call biases natural. Most times when you look at it, like a small white child isn't scared of a large black person just because they're black.
Yeah, but it's
Those
because of their
biases, those
upbringing.
biases are taught,
Right.
not like a natural
yeah,
thing.
it's because the things you see, things you live through. A fucking child hasn't lived through that much, so obviously not going to have that kind of prejudice.
When I was a
Natural.
kid,
We're
I
not
was
saying you're
scared of
born
everything.
with
so
it.
wait, Wes,
But
But everyone
nurture,
said
not
that
nature.
this is a
you
natural
were
prejudice.
like.
Not.
So
It's
you were in a
taught.
situation where you personally were impacted by the existence of black people. Then is that what you're saying? In order to have these
I'm
sorts
not
of
saying
biases,
I'm not protecting my own beliefs.
Well, it
The
depends.
problem
I
is
guess.
this. The problem is this, and you mentioned this, Mary Catherine or Wes. You already mentioned this.
Mary Catherine, please.
That the
His
depictions
name
of
is
black
Mary.
people and the imagery and the
His
stereotypes of black
name
people in
is
movies is a very specific way. And that is
Yeah.
precisely how people are socially conditioned into being afraid of black people and
I get that.
othering them
A lot
and
of
thinking
people
that
look
black
at-
Why are you
people
arguing
are
against me? I was
naturally
just saying
violent.
that. No,
What?
people,
No,
you're
I'm
not
saying,
born
I'm not
racist.
saying
But the
you're at fault.
statistics
I'm
don't
not
lie.
attacking you at all.
Yeah, do you not think it's
Honestly,
because when you
it
grow up?
matters a lot what you look like, because a lot of people are looking at me and say like, oh, she's just a Twitch topped and stuff like that. She's just
You
a
got 'em
Blink
right.
streamer. You know,
That's
Andy,
awful.
That's-
you gotta
that's so
understand that that's not
terrible.
Like that's not the same as like systemic. I mean, that's not the same as like slavery, segregation, systemic racism, and like the continued biases that people experience. I mean, black people
Yeah.
experience
And
right
literally
now.
the
all
point,
over the
literally
world,
the
right?
point that it's permeated every single like element of our culture. That like exactly people are born with these like innate prejudices, and it is preyed upon in the media and in music and in movies and
No,
everything.
you're wrong.
That they
No,
want
but
to
I-
feed. No, that they
You're
want to
so
feed on the
fucking-
division. That they want to
You
feed
think
on the
people are
division
born
of you
with
look different than me.
prejudice?
Yes,
How many
people are
fucking
born-
yeah,
movies-
I think
Okay,
no, but
people-
from
people-
experience.
Go ahead, Destiny.
How many movies-
Destiny,
People are
let
born-
Destiny go.
People are,
So
yes,
small.
people are born liking people that look like themselves and like their families, and this is borne out in a lot of different psychological research. Like here's an example. For black people looking at other black people, they're able to distinguish naturally black faces from one another. Whereas for white people looking at black people, it's harder. And then that's true of every race that looks.
That's not a prejudice.
How is that not by
How is
definition?
it a prejudice just because liking something isn't the same as disliking something? Just because you like white people because you grew up or you were born in a white family.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. I forgot I had to go back to kindergarten and connect the dots.
Yeah, he doesn't know what prejudice means.
So our ability,
Destiny, let Destiny go.
Holy shit! So our ability to like see other people as like being the same as us is not something that we are innately born with. We grow up looking at our parents, looking at the people around us, and those are the people that we generally associate with. Now, as you grow older, if you are exposed to other people growing up, so if you're in a big city or whatever, you see lots of black people, lots of Asian people, et cetera, those beliefs will be tempered over time massively. People that live in rural areas that don't have as much exposure to other people of different races typically have a less favorable view of them than people that are exposed to them all the time. But we are born with kind of like a tribalistic thing. On the Liam Neeson thing, okay.
Also, we learn a lot from experience because, like, for example, I was in the store the other day, and it was like a tall guy who was a little bit like, I don't know how to say it, slusky, like he was a little disgusting, and when he saw me, he was looking at me, and he was like, and I was like, ew. And next time I see a guy looking like him, I'm gonna be like, think that
he was probably checking you out, Candyland. Jesus.
Yes, no, he absolutely was. But what the fuck, man? You can look at a garden of roses, but you're not gonna go up and jam your tongue in a tulip. Like, come on. You can appreciate a beautiful woman and not have to.
If like someone like someone done that to you, you'd be like, oh damn, well that's fine.
People do that shit to me all the fucking time, buddy. People all the time go, hey baby, how you doing? Get the fuck away from me.
Wait, they do?
Someone who was attractive done it. What
attractive done it?
Weird flex, awful.
All the time.
Which is why it's also so fucking frustrating that men like Liam Neeson are going to be like, oh, I wish I could just go beat up the next guy I see.
What do you mean men like Liam Neeson?
Listen. Because some man hurt a woman that he knew. God damn it, Liam Neeson, you've hurt women your fucking self. Like, maybe you're part of the problem as well.
Wait, what?
Oh,
he said sorry. He acknowledges that he was wrong.
I didn't call. No. I did not.
That's a whole. If he didn't think that way and he didn't change, he wouldn't have brought the fucking topic up.
Okay, so I think that for somebody like Liam Neeson, okay, so this is something that I've experienced innately throughout my entire life. I think it's really important to have somebody that made really bad mistakes and has come to be aware of it and can tell those stories in the past and illustrate some personal growth. This is one of the reasons why I think I've been so effective at communicating lefty, political, progressive politics or whatever to a lot of people, is because people can look back at me and they can find videos of me being extremely right-leaning, extremely conservative like 8 or 9 years ago, and being able to point back at that and say, hey, I used to believe these things. This is why I believe them. They were really fucked up, and this is what I believe now. I think that's a really important part of not only a person's individual growth, but also setting an example for people that might not 100% be where you need them to be, but can look at another person and say like, oh, hey, well, he used to think that thing too. He grew, maybe I can kind of like aspire to the same thing. I think that stories like Liam Neeson's are very important. And I think telling stories like that are wholly beneficial as long as we don't demonize the fuck out of a person doing it. I
agree with Destiny on this take, by the way.
Okay, but Hassan, then why are you working to perpetuate the villain narrative then?
No, I want to specify one part of the conversation, okay? The part that's often overlooked is the elements that is racist about what Liam Neeson was talking about. So I wanted to clarify that like this is indeed a very racist thing, because I often hear, since I started talking about the story, I often hear people saying that wasn't racist at all. He was just overcome with vengeance, an anger that he couldn't control, and he was talking about how terrible it was just exclusively because he was really angry. And a part of what Liam Neeson didn't do was acknowledge that was pure racist bigotry.
One at a time.
Destiny touched on it. Destiny was completely correct. It depends a lot on where you grew up. I think most people who grow up in big cities will think that's racist, and most people who grow up more rural will not think that's racist. I don't know where the fuck you grew up. I don't know where the fuck Liam Neeson grew up. I was wondering where Minnie grew up when he said about Scotland and shit. Because it depends.
I grew up in the middle of nowhere.
I live in Southernest. Southernest is literally 250 people. I think there's maybe...
Minnie Titan, you gotta fix your mic. It's really robotic.
Well, that's the point.
Right.
Josh, I disagree. It's not where you grew up; it's your political beliefs. And even though they're more,
but your political beliefs the point is it's shaped by that, right? If there are 100 black people in your town, right, and you know most of them,
this side, and more often in bigger towns you're gonna have this side. But I'm just saying it's not where you grew up; it's your political beliefs.
If
shape what you think about this
like 100 black or whatever minority people in your town, and a majority of them, for whatever fucking reason outside of race, act like this or do these things, and you know that, then yeah, you're probably going to be more like worried or like, oh, those are the guys that jacked that guy's car or whatever the fuck, completely outside of race, because you know that minority in your town specifically or wherever the fuck you grew up. You know the one guy that's like that, right? And you kind of get like bothered by that. That's not racism at all. That's knowing that people and like, okay, whatever the fuck, maybe some of them aren't, who cares?
Okay,
I
but
think
if they're socially
what about-
conditioned to be racist, don't you think that it's still racist though? Like that.
I don't think we should demonize the guy who was like, okay.
All right, one at a time, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
His
Josh.
friend was raped. His friend was raped. He was pissed the fuck off. I don't know where the fuck he grew up, island, wherever, or something like that. But like, I don't know if it was a big town, small town, whatever the fuck. He went out. He was pissed. Stupid thing to do. Bad thing to do. Was it racist? I mean, he asked the question. She answered. He went out. He said he wanted a fight. I can understand wanting a fight. I don't think it matters if it was racist
that's
or not.
not
It was
Wait, real quick.
Go ahead, Destiny. Destiny.
This is exactly why I want to specify.
Hassan,
This is exactly why I want to specify singling out black people and looking for an innocent black person to enact vengeance on. That's very different. The reason why I talk about it. Okay, let me use an analogy here for 1 second. Okay, if a dog attacked a person, if a dog attacked your female friend, and if you went out and you fucking wanted to kill a random dog, you would be like, that's kind of fucked up. Why would you go out and like try to kill a random dog?
Everybody agrees with that. Like the thing, like he came out and he actually said like, no, you're saying that he didn't acknowledge that. He actually did. Like that was the whole point. Like I read through the article and he said that was the whole point.
It's not just saying that this is like this is.
He was saying that this is something wrong. He said this
or being angry. The fact that he was singling out all black people and blaming all black people for the actions of one black person is the racist element here that we are overlooking. And even when people with good intentions are talking about the story and saying like, oh, it's good that he's repenting for that, still overlook that reality. That is a problem because we can't advance the conversation and move to a more productive place where we acknowledge certain things are racist and eliminate those ideas, or at least fight to.
I think
okay.
This was 40 years ago and we've come a long way.
But wasn't that the point of it, Hassan? Didn't he say it happened 40 years ago?
Yeah.
The reason why it is racist, and it doesn't seem like it, but the reason why it's racist is because oftentimes what we do, if you have a neutral, so like a neutral appearing person in today's society would be like a white male, right? Anytime you have something that diverts from the neutral, one of the features of being like a minority figure is that you can be a stand-in to represent your entire race. This is how we get to the racism part. So for example, in gaming sometimes, a woman might do something dumb, and somebody will say, well, you're making all women look bad. Or in a certain area of life, a black person might do something dumb, and someone will say, oh, you make all black people look bad. But when a white person does something dumb, nobody ever says you're making all white people look bad. Nobody really says this. So when Liam Neeson asks like, what is the race of this doesn't fucking happen in real life. Fuck off with your bullshit Twitter bullshit. In real life, this never happens.
I wasn't gonna. No, it does happen in real life. It does happen in real life.
It absolutely does not happen to any measurable degree in real life. Hold on, before Trainwrecks goes off, please let me finish my fucking point, okay? So the thing is that if Liam Neeson is asking what the race of a person is, and the person was like, oh, I was raped by some white guy, it is highly unlikely that Liam Neeson is going to go out looking to pick a fight with any white guy, right? This seems more like something.
Because there's a lot more people where he lives who are
yeah,
white.
okay, you're giving me reasons. You're justifying.
You're
justifying. Yeah, so what you're saying are all reasons to be racist. You're saying, well, because of where he lives, that's why he's being racist. Because of the people around him, that's why he's being racist. What?
I live in such a small town. There's like, I've googled it.
I want Train to go in after this.
And there's literally, I'm guessing 5 black people. So if I found out that was a black person, it's so much easier to find that than like the black person who done it. It's just that simple.
You're using an extreme example. We can literally do it by process of elimination.
Don't try
like
to
that's
make
like saying, well, my city has one black person, so if someone says they got raped by a black person, that's not racist. That's process. Well, that's obviously that's what we're talking about.
Probably, I don't know where he lives, but it's island, so it's probably there's a lot less black people than there are white people.
You're justifying racism when you say that, though. You understand?
Just because it's a minority doesn't excuse just because it's a minority doesn't excuse monolithing an entire group of people and enacting vengeance on an entire race of people. Okay. Like a random
who would agree with that? Like nobody agrees. Like,
well, that's what he's saying. That's what he's doing. But he justifies it by saying, "Well, there aren't that many black people in Ireland."
No, but that's so. Back to the Liam Neeson thing. That's not what Liam Neeson's saying. Liam Neeson is saying this was wrong.
I wasn't referencing Liam Neeson. I was referencing
right. But I'm saying, kind of bringing it back to the original point. Like we're getting off the topic at this point.
Train, I want to go back to what Train said. What were you about to argue?
Oh, I wasn't about to argue. I was going to say it certainly does happen. It happens all the time. And a good example of when it happened, a big example, is when Donald Trump got voted into office. Man, everyone and it's a fact, and that's just true. It's just that simple. That's
What do you
When
mean?
was the last time a movie came out and somebody said this movie was ruined because they cast too many white people or too many men? Like, but people like seriously made these like massive fucking movements where it started. Because it happened with the female Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah,
it
but
almost
hold
happened
on.
with the new Witcher cast. It happened with the fucking Black Panther. And like this happens all the time. Where
Hold
like
on.
it happened
So
with
mad
Battlefield
that
5 when they put that
Starfire
fucking woman on the trailer of Battlefield 5. Like this happens all the
Destiny,
time.
but I feel like, but do you feel like the Ghostbusters is a good example? Because I feel like people are so mad, not because they were women, but it was such a deviation from the original that it didn't even seem
Yeah,
like
but
the
like
same
all
movie.
of our original franchises in media are all men.
Because they were
Like,
women.
All
Come
of
on.
our original
Who was
franchises.
mad
No,
about
Hassan,
Black
like
Panther?
holy shit. Like, hold up, like what if Austin Powers in the 4th movie was all of a sudden played by Beyonce? Like, it just wouldn't be the same fucking
You're
movie.
not saying the movie
all
is
of our-
bad. You're
that
saying
would
it's
shatter
bad
the
because it's
universe's
all
continuity.
women.
All of our classic
did we
franchises
get
are
here?
based around like straight white men. So of course, if we're going to start to recast things, it's going to deviate from that, right? If
Yeah.
you go back 50 years, this is like ubiquitous that every lead role is played by a straight white man. So if we're going to do new James Bonds in the future, if we're going to do new, people were freaking out over, I don't know how to pronounce his name, the Idris Elba or whatever guy, the
Idris Elba being
Dude, that is a
Yeah,
that is
that
a
him, of
handsome
him being
man.
like the new James Bond, people
Oh,
were
he's
freaking
fucking
out over
hot.
that shit. People freak out when they see black people in like
Hey,
fucking medieval shit. Like
yeah.
people freak the fuck out. Like
Is James Bond? Wait, is James Bond played by a female now?
no, but like even if they did,
One at a time. One at a
Please
time.
stop.
British
James
identity.
Bond.
People fucked
problem
out,
is-
like freaked the fuck out.
Typing,
Straight
stop,
up freaked the
stop
fuck out by a
typing.
white woman.
That's just not a race thing. It's just not, man. Like,
wait. You think casting Idris Elba and people freaking out about that isn't a race thing?
No, here's what I'm saying. Okay, if you cast James Bond for 50 or for 100 years as a white person, okay, listen, it's okay. I don't think anyone would care if you casted a black man, you know, and it was
In that
named,
role
you know,
originally.
Yeah, I think that doesn't matter.
But they wouldn't cast.
No, just wait. Let me finish. I'm not gonna say as James Bond. I'm gonna say, you know, as another movie in the action area, like fucking Mark Philbin, and then that's the new James. I don't know. I just feel like whatever you, for example, okay, imagine 100 years ago they casted a black person as James Bond, and for 100 years everyone saw James Bond as a black person, and then one day they just change it to a white person. 100 years later, people will have issues with that as well. This isn't
You know
a
that James Bond. Wait, real quick. You know that James Bond. You know that
putting shoe
James-
polish on their faces, so it's a
You know
little
that
different. But no,
James
you're
Bond
now.
Well,
let Destiny go,
because
Hassan. One
James
second.
Bond is a different character. Obviously, James Bond can be blonde. There's a massive difference between Pierce Brosnan and whatever the fucking latest guy was, right?
Daniel
No
Craig.
one ever gets mad if it's a white guy that looks drastically different than the other white guy. But when it turns into a black guy, all of a sudden everyone's like, "Whoa, what the fuck? That's not the same thing."
I
Why
want
can't it be a different character? James
But
Bond's character has changed throughout time, and no one has ever complained about it
The
until
core has always been
the
a
same way.
Go ahead, Josh.
The core has always been a handsome, a little bit older, kind of mature British guy. The race is specified in the books, but I don't think the race is overly important. But that's always been the core. If they cast a fat slob, people would have an issue with it. It's not just the race changing people would have an issue with, right?
That's
like
true.
the fact that it would become a black guy, people now I don't personally
Idris
care that much
Elba
for-
is
yeah,
a
I don't think people
Listen,
would care.
I'll
if it's
give you a
black guy.
perfect example. Actually, listen, I have a great example for you guys. The Green Lantern. Every Green Lantern I've seen has been a black man, right? And
Yeah,
then
when Ryan Reynolds was cast, it was
yeah,
so
and they
confusing.
played Ryan Reynolds. I thought it was fucking weird. There's not anything racist against white people. No, it's because I grew up as Green Lantern being a black man. Everyone is
Yeah,
reaching
yeah.
to make this about a race thing. It's not a
Oh
race
my
thing.
god,
two
it's so
versions.
much more complicated than
There's
that.
so many
Okay.
different
no.
Green Lanterns.
But
There's
that's
so
not the point.
many
No,
different
That's
oh,
not the
shit.
point.
Okay, hold on. Give me like 2 seconds, okay? The problem is that for a long fucking time, the majority of people that were casted in these types of movies were white straight men, okay? This is the majority, okay? And
Make
right
new
now,
movies.
the way that our environment works, the most popular movies that sell are fucking superhero movies. Look at fucking Marvel, look at fucking Disney. Like all of these fucking movies that are most popular are the superhero movies. So in current media today, it is dictated that what we do is we enact on things that have already existed in the past. That's just the reality of the situation. If you deny that, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, okay? Now, that being said, because that is a reality, we have to deal with the fact that most of the movies today are going to have, if we go by your prescription, white men that are casted in the leads. That's just what's going to happen forever. And the problem is that when more people want to take part in media, when more diversity wants to be shown so that other people can feel like they've got superheroes and shit, you're going to necessarily have to change some of these people. The idea that you would just start a new franchise is hilariously fucking
I
stupid
get
because
that.
that's not
I
what
get
people
that. I get that. That's not what I'm arguing.
That's
No,
not
no,
what-
no,
that's not
that is,
what-
no,
most
stop.
profitable.
You just lied. Stop. You just lied. You just said that's not what you're arguing. That is exactly what you argued when you
No.
said instead. Yeah, no, let me fucking finish. Holy shit.
Let me rebuttal.
One at a time. One at a time.
Tell me what I
You
meant.
literally,
Let me
you
rebuttal
literally
and tell
just,
you what I meant.
literally, you
This is
literally
what you
just
do.
said.
You tell people what they meant, and you get away with it.
Can I, Raj? Can I fucking finish my
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
sentence?
I really want
Let-
to jump in on this.
Can I finish my fucking sentence?
Des-
You literally
Destiny,
earlier
finish your
instead of-
sentence and then Trainwrecks correct him for what you actually meant.
So literally earlier, you said instead of recasting a white person as a black person for James Bond to make a new super agent secret whatever fucking movie, but that's not the reality of what people do. We do fucking remakes. We do shit that's already existed. We build on old franchises, so that's not always possible. It's more likely to have a successful new Mission Impossible or James Bond movie than a new random fucking secret agent movie. There, that's what you said earlier.
Trainwrecks, go.
Yeah, I did
Does
say that.
anybody else
but-
think James Bond sucks though?
Christ.
That's bullshit. All right, carry on.
No, listen, that is exactly what I said, but what you just said, it proves my exact point. This isn't a race thing. People aren't upset because they're randomly casting or because it's a black person. They're upset because they grew up with this they grew up with a person being this,
So
Rex, if you grew up your entire life and you had slavery, I'm going this, I'm going here. Your entire life you had slavery, and then someone tries to take it and change it.
That's
No, it's
so
the exact
different.
same
Yo,
thing.
so
That's
that's
literally
All right, Izzy.
Okay,
Guys,
Or even
one at a time. Guys, look, hey, Mary Catherine, quiet.
That's a straw man.
Izzy,
What if we ask a
Izzy,
more relevant
It's
question?
the
What if you're
exact
black?
same fucking thing.
What if you're black and you grow up and there are just no black secret agents? You've got the Jason Bournes, you've got the Mission Impossibles, you've got the James Bonds, but there are like no black secret agents. So like you're looking at all these white people that have had 50 million fucking secret agents that they can all like circle jerk off of. And if
Have
you're
you
black,
ever
it's just
watched
not a thing
Luffy
that black
for
people
me?
do, I guess. Like
Luffy's
Yeah, but that's
actually
the
one of
exact
the
problem.
greatest.
That's what we're
Make new
talking
ones.
about.
We're in a new
Get all
time.
these
We're in a new
actions.
time. We're in the future. Make new ones. Why
That's
does
a good-
everything old have to? Why does everything
Yes.
old have to be replaced to make a point of for equality or
Yeah,
something? Make
you guys
new
are
ones.
not
Make
the
good
problem.
ones.
Why not make a movie?
Guys, okay, all right.
For equality is the problem itself. The fact that you can't just have a black person play James Bond and without everyone fucking losing
Yeah, but
their
no
minds
one's
over it
pissed.
is
No
the
one's
problem.
pissed that it's a black person, Hassan.
like,
They're
you're
pissed
turning
because
into
for
something
100
else.
years,
Your point to prove
James
that.
Bond,
Go-
the identity
Izzy,
of
I
it
want
was a
to
white
get you in
man.
on this, Izzy, next.
Okay,
Izzy,
it's
go ahead.
Unbelievable.
After-
How much
Here's
you?
the fact that
it's
you have to
unbelievable how much you
justify
guys
when you have a
reach.
gay character
No,
or when you have a
everything is
female character
racist.
or-
Everything is sexist.
True.
Everything is this. Everything is that. Holy shit! Let me give you a
Yeah.
tissue. Wipe those fucking tears, and then use that same tissue to wipe your fucking cum stains off your monitor. Holy fuck you!
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Like
Izzy,
you're
you
saying
can't-
this and you're acting all hard, but you're the one
You're
that's
talking to
mad
me?
that the
I
race of the
didn't
character is
understand
going
what
to
he was
change.
saying.
Like
Wait.
You can't change
that's-
anything without having people being super annoyed with it. Like, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
No matter-
this has been happening for ages, and it happened with Green Lantern. Green Lantern wasn't originally black. Green Lantern came out in 1940 as Alan Scott, and he was portrayed as a white man. 44 years later, when DC tried to make him black, the fucking fans lost their mind, and they boycotted Green Lantern for fucking ages because they were replacing Alan Scott with a fucking black man. Marvel and DC have been doing it for years where they actually use their platform with media to put in more diverse elements. Fucking X-Men was revolutionary because it was talking about the differences in society referencing gay people. That's why they have the first gay fucking superhero couple. You saw it again with fucking
Gay
Doctor
fucking
Who. Doctor Who for years was all white men, and everybody got pissed when Doctor Who became a woman, but it's very canon in the fucking universe for gender not to matter in that entire fucking species. It's not about what's canon. It's not about the history. It's about
no one gives a
being
fuck.
pissed because of their prejudice.
This is why it's so fucked up that Liam Neeson
I'm
said
pissed
that
because
he
you're
is
wearing a
hero.
nicotine
He is
patch
like
and smoking at the same time.
That's
We're
not a
pissed off about this
That's pretty
quote
fucking
because
stupid.
Liam Neeson is one of those people, is one of those heroes,
Go ahead,
is one of
Vanessa.
those like James Bond type people. Liam Neeson is a hero in society. We've all seen Taken. We've all watched him get his daughter untaken. He is somebody that people look up to. And when people who look up to somebody and they hear them say, yeah, I was going to go out and just kill some random black guy because I was so angry. There are some sick people who will hear that and be like, my hero wants me to do this bad
That's
shit.
not his
Telling
problem.
people how
What?
wrong it was, though, that he thought that way back in the day.
Hey,
What if I'm
He literally
inspired by
making a
your
point
streams
that
to go
he
be crazy?
admitted
Real
that
quick.
we
He
said
said something and now his mind's changed. He's not saying
Yeah,
he's
not
trying to help
champion
people
for
that
the
have those
death of
thoughts.
random black people.
Yes.
Real
I
quick,
understand
real quick. EROBB, how do you feel about this?
Yes, I'm just saying
I
that the
haven't
fact that he
said
said
a word
it is the
about that.
problem.
Go ahead, E-Rob.
I am so lost. I am not listening to like
Good one, E-Rob.
I'm serious.
All right. Look, guys, it's the end of the round. We're going to pick this up in the second round because I think a lot of people still have opinions on it. All right. It's time now. The RAJJ Royale, you're voting, chat, for who you want to keep. We're going to eliminate one person from the podcast. One person will be removed from the podcast right after this vote. And then that person will be replaced by my co-host, Trainwrecks, who will become on the screen. Okay, here we go. The straw poll is going to come into the screen.
Chat, vote for me or I'm coming back next week.
Hey, EROBB.
All right, here we go.
What Miskip made you want to be more of an egg? Is that why you have the whole like shaved head thing? Yeah, I know, dude. You're looking like a lot eggy. You're pretty eggy.
Oh, not.
Head shaped like an egg. You kind of actually have your brother's head, except without the head meat.
Because it doesn't work out. It doesn't use the stats.
Oh, yeah.
EROBB has nice hair.
Juice.
All right. Wow, how the fuck is he?
It is really nice.
It's so good.
He doesn't even
I
have
like
any
his
votes.
mustache too. It looks sexy.
All right.
You think I look good?
Yeah, you look really good.
All right. Go ahead and vote, Chad. Vote. All right. People are voting. Straw poll must have fixed their service.
It's not working for me.
Oh, it's not working for you?
Discord.
What'd you say? Oh, yeah.
S-Fan, check Discord. S-Fan, check
Oh,
Discord.
sorry. Who left? Who just left?
I'll be right back. I'm just refreshing.
Okay. All right,
Don't bother coming
I'm gonna
back,
get Train. I'm gonna get you to knock here in a minute. Just hold on. I'll tell you when. All right, the winner of the poll, after a lot of people can't access the poll.
Server.
Error.
on the
It
main.
says error.
I'm knocking.
Okay, we'll wait just a minute. You're knocking. Okay, got it.
Oh no, it said thanks, and I didn't even vote.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Candy 10 IQ Bible Thumb. Actually, did you guys hear? Candyland actually has 122 IQ. Destiny, did you hear about
That's
that?
a fake one, though.
Wait, what is 120 IQ?
Candyland has 122 IQ.
Holy shit, the language barrier must be a lot bigger than I thought then.
Yeah, and also I used to have I'm bad at expressing myself. I'm not very good. Like
Somebody just
even
left
in my
again. What
own
the fuck?
language.
Yeah, I'm trying to get
You're
appearance
perfect.
being a dick.
It's
There we go.
okay. You're perfect and expressed. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Oh fuck you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
perfect.
you.
All right.
And to be
Thank
real
you,
clear,
but I
it is
need to
actually
improve.
when you're having an argument with somebody and you're speaking English as a second language, it is very fucking frustrating to get out your words. I feel really bad for people like XQC and shit when they make fun of them for like not being able to speak clearly. But
Oh, thanks for
too.
understanding the plight.
It's French.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, even Hassan's second language is English, right?
Yes, motherfuckers. That's why sometimes I make long-winded points.
Oh, okay.
You or just because you're
That's a
arguing
convenient.
All right, the winner of the last round with
That's
20.
a convenient thing. I spoke exclusively Turkish for the first 18 years of my life. Just because I'm bilingual.
You're doing
doesn't
this
mean
right
that I'm
now.
not
You're talking
thinking
very
in
long and
fucking
fast to try to get your point.
Wait, how old are you, Hassan?
I'm 27.
All right, the winner of the round with 27% of the vote was EROBB221. Congratulations.
Why?
All right,
Good
congratulations.
job, Rob.
You need to choose between the two lowest amount of people voted, and that is Mary Catherine and Invader V.
Yikes.
Wow.
EROBB,
Been fun.
Didn't make friends today.
between
Invader gone.
you want Invader gone?
Yeah, I want her gone.
That's fair.
Okay,
Why you
Invader,
kicking
thank
the attractive females?
you so much, Invader, for coming. Would you like to give yourself a shout out?
Yeah, guys, please join me in the blanket fort. I'm gonna be on my channel. Thank you so much.
Bye, Invader.
Bye,
Thank
everybody. It
you.
was nice talking to you.
Bye.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
I love your Instagram.
Thank you. Bye, Invader. All right,
Damn,
Ape
wasn't
Gang.
Invader bringing
Go
in
ahead
like
and knock.
14K votes last time she was on? Holy shit, what happened?
She forgot to host the stream, so our white knights aren't here.
damn.
Oh my God. All right, Trainwrecks, go ahead and knock, would you?
Yeah,
I have a good topic idea. Can I say it?
Yeah, of course.
No.
Candyland.
Yeah. Okay. So if you think it's sluttier to like be lightly
Yes, I
dressed
do.
on Instagram than to be a porn star, like what's sluttier?
What?
Being a porn
Yeah,
You make
like,
that point, but you can't
Ever.
speak English.
Neither.
Say it in Swedish.
Men ifall det är typ... Jag vet inte hur jag ska
Are you
göra.
getting fucked on Instagram? Is this what you're trying to say?
No.
She's
no,
trying
but
to say,
I
is
mean-
it
So then it's
sluttier to be an
completely
e-girl on Instagram or be a porn star?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we define slutty
Oh,
as like
not
things
slutty,
related to
no,
sex or
no,
fucking
no,
people, it's pretty
wait.
obvious that being a
I
porn
don't-
star is going to be up there,
Oh,
like in terms
yeah.
of
No, I didn't
anything.
mean like that sluttier. I meant like...
Well, that's what you said.
Well,
More
okay, what I meant
respectable?
is like... Yeah, more respectable. Yeah, I think that... Yeah, more... Yeah.
Well, in
They're both
society
very
today,
respectable.
we typically demonize the fuck out of anything related to sex work. So being an e-thought or whatever on Instagram is probably more respectable than being in sex work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet
Do
we
you
all
think
watch
so?
it, you know?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
actually
pretty
think people
easy.
would respect porn stars more.
It's
Yeah,
like after
yeah,
you
that's
just
came,
because you have like
I-
400
after you
folders
came,
of
you're
your porn.
angry.
Yeah.
You love
Wait.
porn stars.
No,
Wait,
no, no,
you
no.
respect. Wait, what? Say it again.
Yeah, I think I would respect porn stars more than Instagram, very on the line kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people
Because-
who post
yeah.
nudes on Instagram are like
Can't post nudes on
insecure,
Instagram.
super. I mean, nudes.
It's not about the
half
insecurity.
nudes.
It's about the fact that every
I've
single
tried.
Instagram girl who I know that is like right on the line, like very kind of sketchy stuff. When you
Yeah.
DM them, you buy all
I know.
kinds of like actual hardcore stuff. You can like pay for whatever, and they're very coy about it. They pretend that they're not doing that. They pretend they're not like full blown sex workers. Most of them are. Porn stars at least upfront about it. I respect that.
I agree with you.
I agree.
This is something called the horarchy. I know that this
Right?
No, I'm serious. I know it sounds like it's not TOS friendly, but amongst sex workers, the terminology for this is literally called the horarchy, where porn stars are usually referred to as like really extreme by strippers, and then people who are on Instagram doing like similar things, or people who have private Snapchats or camming, look at strippers and porn stars as though they are extreme, when in fact, like, everyone is participating in that similar
Everyone's
industry
getting
in
paid for the
different
body.
ways.
Like, everyone's just as bad. It don't fucking matter.
No,
It's not
I
just
know
as
it's
bad.
not
Everybody's
just
bad.
bad. None of it is bad, especially because
It's
I'm
great.
like, you love
I
fucking
feel like-
probably jerking off to all that porn, don't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
regardless,
yeah,
you're
dude.
still
I
I
jerking
feel
off.
like being
From
a porn
strippers
star
to
is really
Instagram
respectful.
porn, same
Cam
thing.
girls and porn stars, it's a respectable.
Yeah, but if you're a porn star, you're getting railed. Then I say,
Yeah,
well,
but-
being an Instagram
Who
girl, you just
cares?
get to rail yourself.
Well,
So
I
we're
think
talking
if I
about
would post
respect
like
in
ass pics
society,
on-
what do we respect, right? Innocence.
No.
Like the less sexual expressive
would
you
be
are,
very
in
ashamed.
global society,
Integrity.
you're wrong.
We're all a bunch
The
of
more
degenerates,
sexually
Mary
expressive
Catherine.
you're a woman, the more
I don't think
demonized
we
you
actually
are.
respect innocence. We respect the portrayal of innocence. No one is fucking innocent. Even Liam
No,
Neeson wasn't innocent.
you're all wrong, dude. I don't think any.
Wait, mute yourself, Train.
In appearance. Hassan, you need to learn how to
all
mute people
wrong.
in appearance. Just
Dude,
hit the mute
listen,
button.
dude. Yo, you're all wrong, dude. I don't listen. From what I've learned from my multiple Twitch bans, dude, there is no profession, no clothing, no attitude. Listen, everyone is equal, should be equally viewed, no matter what you wear, how you act, what you say, what you fuck, what you suck, what you don't. It doesn't matter. We are.
What if you wear a
all-
Nazi uniform?
No, I don't agree.
Oh,
I respect. I would
Trainwreck,
respect
you really
someone who doesn't.
He said no and left.
So you
I
don't
would
wanna get his
respect someone
uniform?
who doesn't post like ass pics more than someone who does post ass pics.
Would you do porn, Candy?
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
could.
call,
I would
Bray.
do porn if I didn't have a good family, but I have a really good family.
Oh.
You just said it yourself.
Oh my goodness, that was the
You
language
agree that would
barrier.
be disrespectful
Wait.
to your family's view of you.
So, Candy, so you
But
respect.
you already do practically the Instagram
Like
thing,
this
so you
girl.
just argued against what
Hold
you said
on.
earlier.
Let Candy finish.
Well,
Candy, finish. Go ahead and finish.
well, yeah, I said I would never post like lightly clothed pictures on Instagram.
So,
I just wear cat girls.
Candy, are you sure your family is that good? I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
my family's no, they would be disappointed if I was
Okay.
like
I'm
Wait
just,
a
I
minute.
mean,
What's the
really
difference
think about
between
it.
What if they
ass
never
pics
found
and what
out?
you're doing right now?
What?
I'm
That's
sorry,
her
but we
tits,
see
not her
quite a
ass.
lot. Exactly.
No,
what
I think-
What
I
she's
think
doing
I'm
right now is
a
she's wearing a
human
shirt.
being
She's
right
wearing,
now.
but why?
Like,
Yeah.
What the
what's,
fuck?
What's wrong with
That's
what she's
still
wearing,
skimp.
Minnie?
That's still a bit skimpy, though, isn't it? So like,
What?
You've got Wes in drag wearing
Oh,
only a
geez.
sports bra.
Wes
but what
is a
she's
beautiful
wearing is
human being. What are
You
you
know what?
talking
I've
about?
always
Man, it's feeling real Sharia law in here, boys.
like I'm just wearing.
One at a
Imagine
time,
any girl
one at
just
a
wearing
time.
The same shirt as I do. Like I just
Sharia
wear normal
intensifies.
clothes.
One at a time, Minnie. Why? Hold on. What's wrong with what Candyland's wearing, and why?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but it's definitely a little bit lewdy.
Hey,
Like,
But hold on. But
I wouldn't say.
Cleavage was
Oh my
removed.
god!
He's like, he's telling you to cover up, Candy.
I'm not. No, I'm saying wear less, but like in Twitch, I don't think I can say that.
You're the
No,
reason
Candy,
why
think
Jana
about it.
Brownmore's cleavage was removed.
Candy,
It's that
stop.
thought process.
So wait. So many times. But why don't you have a problem with what Mary Catherine's wearing?
Because that's
'Cause
a
you're not
man, and
turned
there's
on
no
by it.
overtly sexual about his breasts.
Exactly. Thank you, Minnie. Where do you see cleavage? No, it's just some chest. That's not hair, by the way.
I promise it's.
An actual, like me or
And,
fucking.
and I didn't pay to get
Go
my
ahead,
cleavage
Izzy,
look
go ahead.
better.
Wear that.
Go ahead,
Me
Izzy.
or V couldn't wear that on fucking cam without getting banned. That's the fucking problem.
Have you seen Amaranth stream lately, darling?
Hey, Minnie, don't mention other streamers' names, please.
I'm not, but do you know how many there fucking are?
Yoga or
I know you
I
really
think-
like
I
playing
think- I
victim
don't know.
because your
I
life's
think
so
it's
fucking
unfair.
hard all the time.
Hey,
but
Mary.
What?
Can
I think it's unfair just because I have this body.
One at a time.
I can't wear whatever. Like I don't know. Like,
You've paid for it. You might as well flaunt it.
Minnie.
All right. Can I chime in with personal experience on by dating two different girls on both sides of the spectrum, and why a lot of people I think have this different perspective on e-girls versus like or thought e-girls versus like porn stars?
Wait, what spectrum?
What?
Okay. All right. Here's what it is. So I dated a girl who used to do some really questionable things, and I didn't know originally that she would like go and get paid to appear at parties and stuff like that. That she would get selected off of a face sheet. She was a model, so I thought she was a model, and I thought that this is her only. No, she was like straight up like Times Square fucking billboard model. Like I'm talking legitimate source of income from modeling model. And I realized halfway throughout our relationship that she was also adding additional streams of income by going to parties and attending parties that rich people threw. And I was a little thrown off by it, despite the fact that after I broke up with her, I dated an actual fucking porn star. And there's a difference there. It's this implication that this person is putting on a front that I think pisses off a lot of people. Like Instagram girls that have private Snapchats that are open about their private Snapchats don't get the same kind of scrutiny or vilification that Instagram girls who act above it do. And I think that's understandable. That's not about sex work though. That's about the fact that these people are making it seem as though they are totally different and doing something that is completely innocent, I guess.
So
believe me, when you DM them with the money, they're all the same.
When you dated the porn star, did you ever go watch her stuff?
While I was dating her, no. Why would I watch her stuff?
But how did it make you feel like when
But he didn't have to pay
cooked,
for
but I
it.
didn't want to be that cooked.
Like when she came back home to you, like how did you have sex with her after she just got fucked by somebody else?
Well, she only shot porn one time while we were dating. I told her to do it. We were in an open relationship. I was hooking up with other people, and it was dope. I didn't have a problem with it at all.
You actually are a cuck.
Fucking
Was she tired, like, or did she want to do it afterwards?
This was only one time, so I can't really talk about it as far as like it wasn't a consistent thing.
Just out of curiosity, this is an actual genuinely curious question.
Go ahead.
Do the porn stars enjoy sex while they're working?
Some of them do. I mean, I know that I can only speak for one person that I know for a fact loved to have sex and made her passion her life's work.
Candy, do you enjoy your monthly Patreon shoots?
I do not have Patreon. I would never have Patreon.
Sorry,
That's just straight up
revenue.
Mary Catherine, you're a bitch.
Yeah, you're
wearing a fedora.
You're a fucking
Don't talk.
bitch.
You were
Oh, I
targeted
was
here.
trying to dress up like how you really are. You were dressing up like a cam girl, so I was dressing up like a neck.
Oh,
beard.
excuse me. Dressing up like a cam girl.
You guys get the distinction though, that I was trying to address. It's not necessarily like what they're doing. It's mostly the way they go about hiding it and making it seem as though they don't participate in sex work, and even oftentimes vilify others who do. What a lot of these Instagram girls should be doing, a lot of these like Twitch thoughts or whatever should be doing.
Excuse
instead
me.
is being like, hey, look. What?
Please don't say the TOHATOTS word.
Okay, whatever. I don't know how to classify this, so I'm just e-girls. Okay, what they
Cam
should be
woman.
doing is like, look, I have fucking nudes and lewds on my private Snapchat, and there's nothing wrong with that because I genuinely don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And if
think they're
people
a
were
bit
more
insecure, though.
open-minded and didn't consistently act like, selling nudes or whatever is something to be vilified. When people are working for defense contractors who are responsible for fucking killing Yemenis children.
What?
Then,
okay, hold on. What?
I'm saying that it's way more ethical to work for a defense contractor than sell fucking titty pics on the internet.
Oh my God, Jesus, holy shit, son.
I didn't really mean sell. I didn't mean that. I just mean girls who are slutty on Instagram. Like that's how. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, but the point is, Candy, that a lot of those girls that are studying on Instagram and pretend like they don't do anything else actually do a lot. Like a lot of them.
Minnie, what did you
Hold on. Josh, can you DM me some examples of people that you're talking? I mean, just for my own research purposes.
Pull up the folder. Josh.
I know.
I don't.
You.
Mini Titan, didn't you want to say something?
I'm just saying that most of those girls are fucking insecure and they're like, oh, these horrible E-women, but really they want to be an E-woman, but they don't know how to get into that path. But
True.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
So wait, you think people that sell lewds and stuff are insecure?
100%, they're getting fucking gratification by other men jacking
Not
off to it.
everybody. I think some people.
How's that
It's
insecure?
a good.
I mean, I don't think
some
they're just
people.
getting gratification. They're getting
But they
money
want to like
too,
go
so that's,
full,
you
they want to
know,
go right into that
something.
work, but they
It's-
can't
Well,
because
there
This
is
argument is
there's a
presented because
difference.
every
Some
single
people do.
human, we literally all spend our lives like seeking gratification for people, like getting like approval from our friends and family or from strangers is like a huge part of the human
I want
experience. Literally
approval
everyone
through
does this.
destiny.
There's
I'm a
even
bit
a
of
thought.
masochist,
There's
so
even
I
a thought
get
that
told I'm
like.
a fucking degenerate.
Well, there's a thought that even like doing something nice for somebody is like you're doing that for your own self satisfaction, right? Because you feel good
Yeah,
about
like
doing something nice.
Like the people who give money to homeless people and make a YouTube fucking video about it.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I mean,
people
that's
always
just-
complain about shit like that, but like, do you think the guy getting the money gives a fuck if the guy's making a
At
video
the
of
end
it
of
or
the
not?
day,
Like,
like the thing happened, yeah.
I saw people tweeting giving Ninja shit about that because Ninja tweeted that they went on to help people. Like, oh, you just want the attention. Like, even if he does, who the fuck cares if you're doing something
He
good?
make a video of it though, so like he didn't get the full fucking the good shit that he was looking for. Like if you put that on YouTube, could have been an easy 10 million view video.
That's not for.
So, okay, I have a new topic that I want to plug in. Should people be able to do yoga on Twitch and like perform insane positions that are
Like, what
often
position?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I saw some stream.
and
I'll tell you
no,
some.
Mary Catherine, we'd prefer not to see your yoga, but I do.
You're missing out.
I
Then.
mean, speak for yourself.
Should is it considered
think yoga is
sexual at
really
all? Like, should they be
beautiful,
able to do that on Twitch?
Wait.
Yeah, they should, but there's a difference about like the girl who I don't know. Is she?
I gotta
banned, the
pee,
girl?
by the way, so keep talking about this real quick.
I don't want to offend someone.
Raj has
who
gone so you
didn't
can
do
name
anything
drop.
wrong,
Just
though.
name drop him.
What the fuck? Look at this dude. Holy
what's
shit.
wrong with yoga? Can I not
Don't
do
name
yoga?
drop nobody, but yes, Candyland, go ahead
Oh,
and
the drunk's
explain
here.
the
What's that?
situation.
Here we go. Order.
Okay.
Order.
Well, it was
Candy,
it
go
was
ahead.
someone, but I don't know. Was she banned? Is she banned? I don't know.
She's
I
not
don't
banned
want-
from Twitch, no, but do not mention her name.
Who is
Okay, I
talking
won't.
here?
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, so
Producer Andy.
So well, it was a woman who did yoga on Twitch, and she did very vulgar poses. You could see her entire ass and stuff, and it's I don't know.
It's
Like, was she
fabulous.
wearing like the really tight leggings that are like really
No,
tight?
she
And if
was
the
wearing
camera's
like
leggings.
panties. It
see
looked
the
more like
underwear
panties.
through? Oh, it was pants.
I
Yeah,
saw
like
that one.
very small shorts.
I saw that one where she
I
put her
watched
legs
that live.
behind her head.
And I feel it's a difference if you're
It's
like
fun.
looking at
I
the
was
camera,
watching
like,
it too.
if you're
Let's not talk about particular streamers. I don't know if we're doing that or not.
okay.
I'm actually
I'd
glad
gladly do that.
I
Well,
think
it's different how you go about it. Like if you do professional yoga, just or if you try to look sexy and like lick your fingers. I don't know.
the problem with
I think
that.
she was
What yoga
excited
pose
for
do you have
the
to lick your
report.
finger for? I've never heard of that one.
Well,
It must be a
The
new one.
problem- the problem
It's
with
called
that,
the
Candy-
burning doggy, is what it's called.
Ooh.
The problem with that, Candy, is if you give it such a wide thing, then a bunch of trolls are just gonna like group together and say that they're doing this to be like e-girls or to be like titty streamers for no reason and all that garbage. If you're gonna wear clothing that will fit into TOS, yes, you should be able to do yoga. Now, if you're going to do something to where it's going to show way too much skin, then it's going to cause a problem for Twitch's other TOS.
It's not
Yeah,
even
I
about the
think-
clothes, though.
I-
It's about
I
the
think
positions
that-
and shit.
Is this
yeah, and
Sharia
also
law?
like, there's
I don't-
some
Sharia
camera
law.
angles. Like
fuck?
if you have
No.
Okay, so we're kind of like we're dancing around it, but like this is
Mm.
basically we need to like make a decision on whether or not sexual content is allowed on Twitch because there are a lot of people, and it's
But
hard to
what
have this
type of
conversation
sexual
because
content?
fucking incel Andes, like fucking train wrecks, are gonna jump up and agree, and I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. But like there are a lot of women on this site that literally do things because they want to do sexual content. So for instance, there might be people that do like some of the body painting or some of the just dances or some of the yogas, and really they don't give a fuck about the actual activity they're doing. It's just their way of like doing sexual content, and it's like the way of doing it like a TOS approved way.
Have you ever seen like the females with like the naked leg, but like they've got shorts on and they always have like the leg up? Like that's still kind of sexual, and they do get more views. So...
Maybe it's just because you jerk off to weird things. Let Destiny continue.
Well, no, I was just saying that like that's like a thing that definitely people do, and it's
Yeah,
kind
of course they do. They want to make easy money.
Yeah.
I would fucking do it. I do it
I
all
don't
the
know,
time.
but
My
also, like, it
Patreon's
depends
booming.
on-
No, but
It depends on how the chat is too, because not mentioning anything particular, but the chat was like very much like can you fart for us and stuff like that.
As long as
Is
she's
the-
not
Like
doing
the
it.
chat was like.
That's the thing is if chat starts requesting things for money, then it's obviously becoming sexual.
Yeah.
Isn't ASMR a little bit sexual though? Like, should ASMR
It
be?
can be, but it's not inherently no.
but
Yeah,
not
I don't.
just
I think
yoga.
ASMR is
Just
not-
because
been
people
very
will beat their dick to
technically-
anything doesn't make it sexual.
Is it
No,
technically
yeah,
against the rules to
it does.
fart in your microphone?
Well, some ASMR is like very clearly
not for
sexual.
you,
like,
Lord Kurt.
yeah, but not all of it is. It's not.
But like,
I wanna-
go ahead, Casey, please.
Well, I actually did a very informative sex ed stream a few months ago where I was showing pictures of the female reproductive system and the penis and talking about, the vas deferens, the ovaries, and things like that. And I really just did it so that I could show penis and vagina on stream. What do you think of that?
You're gonna get banned for saying
Don't
that.
admit
Well,
it
it says in the terms of service that as long as it's used in an educational way.
I don't know
And
about
I was
that.
very
wanna fuck someone
educational
on
about
stream.
So hold
it.
on. So hold
I
on.
was talking about periods
I wanna
and
show
wet
sex positions on
dreams and
stream.
Yeah, but
boners.
Educational.
I wasn't showing
I stood
sex
up and put a condom
positions.
on, would that be fine? If I'm
I don't
saying
know.
I
I don't
showed how to put on a condom.
So if I stood up right now and put one on, that would be fine?
Well, I don't know. I did it
That's
on a
perfect.
banana and I was showing it in an educational purpose.
Okay,
and
a banana is
people
different than
learn
like
how to
actually
put
showing.
Yeah, so like, what's the
condom on.
difference in like
Alright.
putting on like
Ooh.
something from like a penis? You
A
know?
depiction of how to
Wait,
put
did
on.
you just
If
ask what the
showing how to
difference
put on
between
a
a banana
condom
and
is
a
different than
penis?
like actually showing a penis.
Well,
though.
what I mean is like contextually, it's both educational, right? Like they're both educational.
S-Pen's doing some very educational stuff right now.
Yeah, it's just like I could be saying like I'm right now. I'm
Yeah.
stretching my hip flexor, and it's going up from my upper
Why the fuck do you
quadrant.
have 2 Christmas trees?
Well, I have
Long
one. The
enough.
other one fell over. I'm a very festive person.
Can you educationally take off your
February.
shirt?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, nice.
Anyway, continue, guys. I also have another topic if you're done talking about it.
Well, it's
Yoga.
well,
I think
you're
EROBB
like,
made
I
a
don't
good
know if-
point.
What was
I
that?
think it's okay as long as Twitch is consistent about it. So like,
Mm,
if a guy does something and he gets banned for it, the girl should get banned for it too.
and but it's
Such
you can
as
clearly
what
see
has
like,
happened in the
what
past?
the person's intentions are.
Are
Like
you
you
gonna-
can usually see that. Like for example, yeah, like that person who I was not.
Do you think
talking
Twitch is
about, like that.
Do you think Twitch is inconsistent on it, EROBB?
Oh hell!
Oh no way, dude, no way.
No, but no.
E-Rob, are you gonna hold
I'm
that
honestly
secret
just
here?
talking. So I've done something.
You cut out.
You cut out. What'd you say?
I'm honestly just talking to look like I've done something this podcast.
Oh,
I
okay.
really don't.
You're doing
Oh.
good.
That's why I said you had a good point
Oh
because
my
I haven't heard you talk. So.
Anyway, so all right. Well, okay. Well, what? Go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
I want
ahead.
to say I was
Go
also
ahead, Train.
talking about STDs too and how to prevent them.
Go ahead, Train.
Oh.
The problem with all this is, listen, yes, yoga should be allowed. I do believe it should be allowed. I do believe there are people that do yoga. The problem is when it comes to categories like these, there is no governing it. You understand? There is no saying yes, but you can't do it in this way in 2018 and 2019. It's either you do it or you don't. The problem is it's the same argument that comes with clothing or comes with, sitting positions or, whatever the case might be. You can't actually you can't say, oh, I know, like, even though it's obvious the individual is doing it for this way, you can't say you know it in 2018 or 2019. Otherwise, you'll get slapped with misogyny, sexism, and, assuming this and that, and you get fucked for it. And Twitch isn't going to do that, like, for liability sake. So you either do it or you don't. They can't say a yoga streamer is doing this position. Does that make sense? Like, that's just
Yeah,
how
I understand.
Like, it's how it works. It's the same with clothing, right?
But that
a lot of
sucks.
girls
It's
know.
like, that's not. They should just. It's like logical thinking. Like you can clearly see if what the intention someone has.
The
Yeah,
intent
but-
doesn't matter though.
See that.
But the problem is, but here's the problem. Like, if they hammer that and then the person gets banned, and then let's say it goes big that this streamer got banned because she was told that the position she was in was sexual, and then Twitch gets backlash for sexism, it's just fucked. So like they wouldn't do it, and that's why they don't do it for a lot of streamers that you can tell are doing sexual things, but they don't actually make the final ban or the final call. It's the sensitive time we live in when it comes to like that category, and it's just this very fucked up
Yeah.
time we're in.
Do you
where
think
everyone's
women get
taking these
preferential
cards.
treatment?
Wait,
No,
but
here's
when
the-
you say we're
no.
living in a sensitive time, don't you think that you're
Here's the-
or the people that you're advocating for are being kind of sensitive about the kinds of content that they're seeing on Twitch and saying that this is sexual in nature?
No, because it's a gaming site. It's not Chatterbait or My Free Cams. But okay,
It's not a gaming site anymore.
It's not. I'm not a gamer. I'm on the site.
But most
Are we
people
gaming
have
right now,
that
dude?
as a-
Like,
as a
expand
common
outside of
interest.
gaming.
That's unfortunate.
I mean,
We're literally not playing games right now. Like,
yeah, we are.
Yeah,
Yeah, but everyone
But
here is
we
a
all
gamer.
have-
Well,
we all
like,
have the same
most
interest.
people
That's
in
why
here
we're
are a
here.
gamer that are
We're
whether
playing a
you're
game. It's called King of the Hill.
whether you're good or bad doesn't make you a
Oh.
gamer. It just makes you a bad or good gamer. Like gamers are gamers. Here's
Fuck
the problem.
gamers.
Okay, gamers are gamers. That's what they are. Gamers are just gamers.
I think Twitch is like we have like a certain personality. People who come to Twitch, people who choose Twitch is usually nerds and gamers, and
but they don't have to.
otherwise
Be.
they would go to like Blog TV.
Yeah, that's
The
why you have so many
intent-
viewers.
That's not really true anymore though. Like there's people coming on
But
just
Candy
for
plays
political
games as well, though.
content. There's people
Oh
just
no,
coming
she
on
has
for
viewers.
IRL.
Never
Like,
mind.
There's no
Wait,
point
what-
like
I see,
gatekeeping
what
the
did you
site.
say?
Okay.
I
What's
said
he gonna
that
say?
it's not just attracting nerds and gamers anymore. Like it's not. Like we've got people who come on just for political. We've got people who just come
I'm
on
gonna gatekeep
just
this
for
site.
IRL and everything else. Like it's
I
not
don't
just about gamers.
I don't give a shit what Destiny or Hassan or what fucking little sheep come at me with fucking gatekeeping. I will gatekeep this site. I don't
What does
give a
gatekeeping mean?
What's the difference between being we're
Why?
not a gaming website
Wait.
anymore, we're a gamer
Train,
website. I'll say
you're
that.
a big chunk of what you do is Reddit recaps and podcast yourself. Like,
Yeah, but I
it's not
game.
like you
I'm a
yourself
gamer.
are
It takes, like, 16
exclusively
hours.
keeping it to
Wait, so
gaming.
every
but
streamer has to have
that's not what he
20%
said.
of their content
That's
be
not what
video
I'm
games
saying.
for some
I'm saying, like,
arbitrary
listen-
reason. Like, what's the?
It's like being a veteran, dude. I'm just a 28-year-old washed up gamer that does Reddit recaps. That's how it is. Does that make sense?
But don't you realize that you can't gatekeep gaming content when you yourself are not doing gaming for the most
I
part?
do gaming. If
hero.
you look at my Twinge, I have at least
was thinking
80
more
hours of
gaming.
gaming every month.
Yeah.
At least that's half my
Okay,
content.
And
Gaming.
all of your viewers
Trying
are
to
when you're not
specify is
doing
that
gaming.
obviously, just like you have evolved away from just playing WoW or whatever you were doing originally, other people are coming onto the platform to not just do gaming.
Yeah,
and
well,
Twitch
guess what?
obviously is
Yeah,
interested in
but guess
expanding
what?
beyond
Yeah, but
gaming.
guess what? Yeah, but
But
guess
have you
what?
seen-
You people, and I will you people the shit out of that.
Yeah.
You people that came on that don't game or have never gamed were the same motherfuckers that sat there laughing at the gamers 10 years ago when it wasn't the cool thing to do, and now
Bro.
bandwagon
Mhm.
Twitch
They
making
want a
some
piece of
money.
the pie.
Let's
Daddy.
hop on a platform. So I will
Bro.
gatekeep the
Right.
fuck out of it.
Dude,
I will
hey,
not game a day in my life from this point, but I remember the days in high school when gaming saved me from those days while you motherfuckers were laughing at us.
You know that
Come here with some
Motherfuckers, you think
bullshit about Reddit.
I was
recap,
a super
motherfucker.
cool kid. Like,
Fuck
what are you
outta
talking
here.
about? I
Fucking
was
goddamn
that person
you
as well.
people, motherfucker. I will
You know that
gatekeep. Give me the
Hassan
goddamn
Oh my
tridents.
God,
I will
Hassan, you
gatekeep.
were totally popular. You must have been.
No, just because I look like this now doesn't mean I always look this way, and it doesn't mean that I didn't fucking grow up.
I don't care what you look at. I don't care. I don't care if
by
you're
myself.
I don't care if
playing
you're a
video
cool
games
kid or
and-
not. I don't
and
care.
having
Listen,
LAN parties at internet cafes in Turkey, like that. But you don't know that, I guess, and you assume that because I
Well,
look
did you or did you
a
not?
way or because I talk a certain way that I didn't have enough gamer clout for you.
Yeah, and like
you just-
Hassan
you
didn't
just
come on
admitted
just
you're not a
gamer.
gamer, though.
Fake gamer.
No, Hassan didn't come
Hey,
on.
so-
just
Kick him off, fake gamer.
This is like this
We're
shit is
just
like
Gamer.
Like, he doesn't even fit that category. His first streams were just gaming, but he didn't grow as much until he went ahead and started actually talking about politics, because that's why people came to see him. Like, it's the viewers, it's the site that wanted
Yeah,
that.
I'm
different
not. I'm not saying it's bad or wrong. I'm just saying I'm gonna gatekeep. That's all I'm saying.
okay. So they're
Call
like
out the
this is like
fake-
a,
You think it's bad or wrong? Like, you think it's bad or wrong if you're gatekeeping it, like inherently.
No, I don't think it's bad or wrong.
What
I'm-
does gate?
But why are you
What does
gatekeeping it then?
gatekeeping mean? I don't know
Why,
what that.
why would you not want that on the site if you don't think it's bad or wrong? If you
Oh,
think
it can be on the
it's
site. I'm
completely
just gonna
great,
gatekeep.
why wouldn't you want it?
I'm just gonna gatekeep. I didn't say I
He
don't want
just
it.
wants to keep the gamers separate from the non-gamers.
Trainwrecks, will you
Listen,
say?
Hey,
So you
listen.
have no
Hey, chill out, Josh. All right, yo, chill out. All right.
well, separate but equal for the
The
gamers. and
WoW-
non-gamers.
listen,
Separate.
hey,
He's segregating them, yeah.
that
But
world's
the biggest
first man
Twitch
came,
streamers
but
on
listen,
Twitch
ease
are
up, all right?
gamers,
Ease the
though.
saddles, all right, dude?
All right, well, cool.
Ease the saddles, all right, dude. Listen,
No,
I
but
love
in
you,
terms
Josh. You're a good dude.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gatekeeping.
We don't
all
know
right?
each other.
I have double tridents. I have the pitchforks of the devil.
Wait.
I'm sitting here with my goddamn Coke.
Yeah,
and I'm sipping on my
You're
Coke.
fake gamer. It would have been Mountain Dew if he was a gamer. Fake gamer, confirmed.
Who drinks Mountain
Who got
Dew?
him?
Wait, hold on, wait.
People who look like
okay,
Izzy Bear.
So like just because at one point in time a whole bunch of people weren't into games and they're getting into it now, I don't understand why people demonize that shit. Like you should be happy that more people are getting involved in your thing. I mean, it's making all of us bigger. It's giving us more people to play games with. It's giving us larger audiences. It's making gaming more mainstream. There's more budgets that are being allocated to AAA companies to produce huge fucking projects and shit. Like I don't
It's all
understand.
just going to Ninja
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Like,
I'm happy
understand,
with
like,
it.
I understand from an
No, I'm happy with
emotional
it.
point of view that you want to like lash out against people that you've perceived that have done you wrong in the past.
No,
But like, why not just like chill? Like, there's literally
I am
nothing
chill.
beneficial that comes from like gatekeeping the fuck out of a website.
No, listen, I'm gatekeeping emotionally.
What about mentally then?
Yeah,
I'm emotionally gatekeeping.
Not
I
even
don't. I don't give a shit at the end of the day. Realistically, what Hassan said. Listen, I'm logging on. I'm doing my Reddit recaps. all
Okay,
right?
I've got a legitimate question here. Okay, I got a legitimate question. Why does everybody at the they consider IRL and just chatting the normie sections? But why are they? Why do a lot of influencers when they hit the IRL section, it's like their most popular portion of the broadcast?
Because the reason being is because it appeals to the most people, right? It
Wait,
appeals to
no.
the ones on the-
No, I think
So there's a difference.
No.
Go ahead, Destiny.
There's a difference.
I know exactly. It's because it's personal.
1 second, Destiny. Go ahead. Destiny's
Okay, when
passionate.
the IRL section started on Twitch, these were non-gaming people that actually hated games on Twitch. That's why a lot of people initially will like the IRL stuff. When people like Ice Poseidon were doing big streams, I think Hyphonics is IRL stuff. I don't remember it in the past, but especially like Ice's crowd, these are people that would come to the site that literally would shit on people for playing games. Like they would make fun of people that do gaming content. Like, so it was a massive culture mismatch between the people that did IRL versus the people that did normal streams. The reason why people like IRL now more than the people doing normal streams is because you grow an audience doing normal streams. But at the end of the day, people generally like personalities more than watching pro gamers, unless you're literally like the best at your fucking craft. So people like Greek, people like Train, people like me, typically you want to get as much personality to this person as possible. And the way to do that is have them watching videos and interacting with the chat, not just focusing on a video game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's
What about
exactly
me?
right.
Same.
That's exactly right.
Do you
I
guys?
think
What do you
they'll
guys
give you,
find
they
more
just wanna
interesting?
react to
Just
videos with you.
out of curiosity, what do you guys find more interesting? Watching a video game or watching somebody in IRL?
IRL.
Depends who it is.
Depends what they're doing.
Depends who it
The
is.
thing is, not like for me, like whenever I watch a stream, I want to watch the streamer. I want to interact with the streamer. But the reality of it is, not every viewer is like that. They don't want to watch every single game, but they might still like the streamer. And the IRL section or just chatting or whatever, that's whenever you're you're directly watching their personality as opposed to watching what game they're playing.
Yeah, there's days where it depends who it is. There's days where I prefer watching Destiny talk on the IRL section, and I just put him on in the background, listen to him talk. I feel great. It's great content. And there's days I just want to put on Summit, or I put on Shroud, and I just kick back. It depends what mood I'm in. I think both.
I
are
noticed you say all male.
really good.
But can't your personality like come through when you're
Why
playing
did you
video
shoot me,
games?
dude?
Like
Wait,
that's
what
what
was
the
that,
best
Casey?
people do.
Casey, what was that?
Oh, I said I noticed you said all male gamer.
Have you seen most female streamers in the just chatting section? Might as well be.
Go ahead, Casey. Go ahead, Casey.
Oh, Trainwrecks, in my chat in 2014, you said, I love this. This is my type of female. She'll be there by my side while we fuck all over your dead mothers, you fucking losers. Do you still stand by what you wrote? You said that in my chat.
Oh, okay, dude.
She's got receipts.
Hey,
That's cute.
hey.
I thought it was.
Train, how come
Hey.
you never speak like that to me, dude?
He does in my
Listen,
chat.
dude,
Please,
I've
please,
I've been whipped into shape by TOS, dude. I can't talk like that anymore.
It's still fun to look back on those
Shit.
moments, though.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if you go into Sony D or Tyler One's chat, I used to say look in my eyes, you blue-eyed sexy beast, come in my fucking mouth. I used to say fuck that shit in guys'
Oh, yeah.
chats too.
Oh my god.
Don't feel too special.
I
Women.
can confirm.
I did it.
He says that
I
about
did-
me all the time, still to this day when he comes into my.
I did it in men's chat, so don't feel too special.
You still do it in men's chat because the women are the ones that report you and get you banned. Being saying gay shit in a man's chat, no one cares. But it's once you do it to a woman's.
Let's not
social,
generalize here, Mary Catherine. Come on.
I'm just saying.
All right. Okay. All right. Let us take a straw poll now. We are voting for who you want to keep on the Raj Royale podcast. Not kick. Keep, not kick. All right. The poll is coming into the chat here very soon, and you're going to vote. All right. Keep, not kick. All right. There we go. Poll is coming through. All right. Go ahead and vote. Chat.
Remember, incels, if I don't fucking win, I'm coming back next week.
Good.
The whole show.
Good point. Good point, Izzy.
Remember, you're voting
Oh my
for who you
God,
want to kick,
Espa.
right? Vote for who you want to kick, guys.
No, keep. Oh God, you
That'll
just
be my
fucked it up.
strategy next week, Destiny. I'll just say that every
All right,
time.
go ahead and vote, chat.
It's not letting me vote.
I'd like to say thank you to all my no subscribers. Appreciate it.
Best fan, what are you eating?
That looks
turkey
good.
breast.
I'm hungry.
Turkey breast from Subway with banana pepper.
Great, dude.
yeah,
Oh
it's
my
really good.
god. I mean, now that you said it was Subway, I changed my perspective.
Why don't they
on
eat
it.
turkey
What's wrong with
testicles?
Subway?
Isn't that kind of sexist?
Yeah, it is kind of.
Like, have you ever thought of that? Like, they never eat turkey testicles. It's only turkey breasts.
Why do you? Why do?
gotta be
What?
small.
Why would you eat testicles?
It's because testicles have a really weird fucking consistency and texture. Because if you
Wait.
ever draw fucking
Sorry,
Rocky
I'm just trying to pull an argument that Hassan would agree with.
Don't take that. That was an attempt at a joke.
I'm just adding to it.
You've never had testicles, Candy?
Really? I think Hassan. I think the reason why we have people don't want to eat turkey testicles is because we're socially programmed to believe that.
Yeah, you think we're
What,
socially
is
conditioned not to
testicles
eat
what is inside the balls or what?
Candyland, you know a
Balls is
lot
the
about what's
testicle.
inside balls.
Testicles is what's
I've heard
inside
about
the
your
ball.
pity blowjobs.
Holy shit, Izzy
Oh, you
Bear.
definitely get one.
Izzy Bear.
Cum inside the balls?
What'd you
No, but
say?
there's
Semen
pee-
comes from
pee is
several
stored
different
in the
areas in your
balls.
body, but partially from the balls, partially from the prostate.
Wait, what? Semen's in the prostate?
Why do you think men's G-spot is in their asshole?
Wait, I didn't know semen was created in the prostate. I thought it was only in the testicles.
No.
penis
When
is
you
in
when
the
you
balls.
ejaculate, it's not just sperm or whatever that come out. It's like a whole bunch of shit, right? There's like it's not just baby making stuff. It's stuff that keeps it alive, like with the whole seminal fluid and shit, right? Yeah.
Well,
I heard if you drink I heard if you drink a gallon of milk, it'll just start replacing. Cum will just come out.
With cow sperm? With what do you mean?
No, like
Yeah, drink a
if you
gallon
drink
of
milk
milk,
and you start
technically.
coming, the body will take the milk and come for you after that.
Doesn't pineapple make your
Wait,
cum
what?
better?
Yeah, did you know?
So wait, you can nut
That
milk?
is true.
Yeah.
Pineapple
It's
thing
sweet.
is
Well, I mean, we already call it nut milk, so.
Yeah. All right. Okay. EROBB, you have won, but you don't get to decide
Why?
because
Why is EROBB so popular?
Destiny, you decided last time, and that's how the
Never talks
rules of the
about
RAJJ Royale work. Destiny, you get to decide between the two bottom amount voted. It's either Mary Catherine or Izzy.
Fuck. Who had the least votes?
Mary Catherine.
Feels
Sorry.
bad.
I'm sorry,
Bye.
Mary.
All right,
See you
Mary
later.
Catherine, would you like to give
Bye,
yourself
Mary
a shout out?
Catherine.
Yeah, West PTW is where I do all my yoga. But Patreon is my real money, so make sure you subscribe to my Patreon, please.
All right, bye, Mary Catherine. Thank you so
That's a
much.
joke because you can't say that on
Hit me
Twitch.
up on Snapchat.
That's a joke. Thank you, bitch.
Yeah, of course it's a
Thank
joke.
you. Next. All right, thank you, Mary Catherine. I appreciate it. Well, Izzy, you survived. How about that?
I'm on round 3!
Woo woo! All right, we do have to talk about this next one. I just realized Wes is the most conservative person we had, and now no longer we have that. All right, okay. So I want to talk about the Super Bowl nipple thing.
What?
So
What happened?
So-
Nipplegate.
Nipplegate at the Super Bowl. Adam Levine, Kriegasm, took off his shirt at the Super Bowl and showed his nipples and was being praised. All right. And there is outrage because when Janet Jackson showed her nipple in the Super Bowl, there's outrage, okay? Showed her nipple in the Super Bowl.
Well,
She
there's no
was
nipple. It
she
wasn't
was
nipple.
Yeah,
banned.
she didn't even show nipple, by the way.
Okay.
There's a plate over her nipple.
Well,
She had
any,
a pasty
I think
on.
you
well,
saw
forget
that.
about
It's called
it.
that.
Whatever she.
It's
But
called a
anyway,
Caswell.
regardless of the fact, a plate, whatever, the act of even slightly almost exposing her nipple. All right, there was backlash on social media because she got banned from the Super Bowl when that happened.
Dude, we're literally gonna get to a point, Raj, where people are gonna say, man, I don't get it. My boy went to jail for shooting someone, but X and X went to jail for shooting someone in a video game, and he didn't go to jail. Like
Wait,
What? What the fuck kind of a
Listen, dude, that's
We're gonna go.
Well, okay, let me ask a question to you all.
shit.
I think there is clearly
shit, dude.
no. Can I say something?
Yes.
There is clearly a difference between a woman tit and a male tit. It's a difference between them. Do you agree? Do you agree, people?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
No. Because a tit's
No?
a tit. A tit's a tit.
tit's a
No,
tit.
no.
Hey, if a man's got a really nice fucking pectoral muscles, that's
is
not sexual to
painted
me.
as a No, a woman tit is painted as a sexual thing, and a male tit
Why
has
can't
always
men
not
be
been.
painted as sexual?
Yeah, it can be, but it's just not. It's not
If
right
I
now.
saw
and-
F. Sven's titties, I'd be like, God damn, they're probably some nice titties. Like,
Yeah, but my titties don't shoot milk.
It's
Well,
clearly
most
different.
women's titties aren't shooting milk either. Wait,
Yeah, right.
Most women's breasts are not constantly producing milk.
I was just being stupid.
I heard somewhere that if you like suck on a nipple regularly, it'll like start producing
You can
milk.
start lactating
Even
over a
like
long
if
period
you
of time,
don't. Yeah.
Okay, here's so the boring reality is that right now, like, there's two different conversations here. Should a man's boob versus a woman's boob be viewed differently? We can have a discussion on that. The reality is, though, right now, at least in the United States, they are viewed very differently. So obviously, if you show a woman's boob on TV versus a man's boob, you're going to get in huge trouble for it. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. So is the Super Bowl right to like perpetuate that? I mean, probably. It's a big business. I don't expect them to start breaking through like social norms or some shit. Not like that anytime soon. In fact, I'm pretty sure you even get fucking fined if you do that shit on public TV. So I mean, it's not really surprising that that would be the take that
I've held this back for probably 6 months now because I've been scared. I'm just gonna say it, dude. I gotta say it publicly, dude.
He's gonna say it.
It's not worth the train.
Dude, I have.
You spent
no,
30
listen.
days in the Twitch pen, man. Come on.
No, listen, dude. I've got to say this. I am so sick and tired of this argument every day. I'm gonna say it. Whoever gets offended, listen, give me your goddamn fucking. Give me a rebuttal. Listen. Women's breasts and men's fucking breasts are two different things. They're different. They're fucking different. They're different. They are fucking different. It's that simple. It's
a
done.
nipple's a nipple, pal.
It's that. No. Listen. They are different. They're different. Okay. They are different. Okay. They're different.
Yes.
They're different.
They're different.
Good, Trainwrecks. I get your point. I agree with you.
I completely
I'm so
agree.
sick of this.
Okay,
man.
so then here's the obvious question. So here's the obvious question.
Rebut that, dude.
So here's the obvious question. Say you take a woman that has very small breasts. She's an A cup. What's the difference between her showing her breast versus somebody? I'm not trying to be mean here, but somebody like Esfan who has larger breasts showing his.
No,
Why
I
is one
do.
different than the other?
It's very different. It's a woman and a man. Like it's. I think. It's
Okay,
very
so you're
different.
saying it's different, but I'm asking you how. In what way?
Because if I were to say how, I know exactly how you and Hassan would jump on it and attack me in a sexist, misogynistic way.
No, oh my God, I'm not
I
saying
know
sexist. I'm just asking
I
for
know
a
how it's
question.
responded to. Because I know how it's responded to. I'm not going to say it
Well,
publicly.
then what's your counter argument then? If you know the counter argument.
My counter argument is everyone in chat and everyone knows I can't respond why, but they know my counter argument is they are different. That's it. They are fucking different.
Yeah, they
Listen,
are different.
I can't argue that. I mean,
Train, just DM Destiny. DM Destiny.
You want to go down
DM
this
Destiny.
road? We're gonna get to a point. I predict this. Okay, in 150 years, mark my words. When I'm fucking dead, thank God, when I'm dead, in 150 years, there was gonna be no man and woman. There was only gonna be human. That's it, human. There's gonna be nothing.
Why is that
There
a
won't be
bad thing?
anything.
What in society
It will just be
breaks down
human.
without
It will,
opposing your
because
gender
it
roles?
shouldn't matter. Like,
Because
the
it's
I
fact
think
we're
it's so
digging so
beautiful.
deep. We're digging so deep. Like, it's just so crazy. What do
I
you
think-
want?
yeah.
What do you got? Like, what do people want? What do people want? I don't get it.
Nothing.
Sure, okay, wait, I can tell you what people want.
Go ahead,
Yeah, so what
Izzy.
people want-
Izzy, go
what
ahead.
women want- sorry.
Go ahead, Izzy.
Nothing in society
get
breaks
it.
down if we get rid of your gender role. Nothing. You can't name society fucking unhinging and burning and dying because of them. It's so dumb that we hold them to the level we do, and it causes so much stupid shit like this conversation.
A level? What level? What level?
So
What in society breaks down without gender role?
So the structure of the family is probably a cornerstone right now in a modern Western society, and breaking that down seems to cause a lot of bad things in different scenarios. So, for instance, if you're raised in a single-parent household, it can cause a lot of bad things to happen, or you're predicted to, you know. In terms of train wrecks, in terms of what you're asking, like, what do people want? I think that generally, what the general argument would be given is that what people want is the freedom to wear things or to show a boob without people necessarily sexualizing it. It can be sexual, but without it necessarily being sexualized.
Let's be real. Let's be real for a
I
second,
don't
okay?
like that.
Yes, there are men that are bad. They are disgusting pigs, and they sexualize women when they don't want to be sexualized. Let's be honest, yes, but let's not forget there is also on the opposite end. On the opposite end, just like there's piggish men, there are also women that sexualize themselves. So stop making this about like,
Hold on, wait.
it's on
So
both
this is what's called.
sides.
Yeah, so this
It's
is
on both
Go ahead, go-
sides.
No,
It's a
so I
problem.
just-
Go ahead, Destiny.
This was literally not a response to anything. This was not a response to anything that I just said.
What are
I
we
agree with
doing?
EROBB.
It didn't address anything at all.
I hate this year. I hate it.
I
Holy
agree, me
shit.
too.
We are so
Me
sick.
too.
I can't even. I'm scared. Listen,
I'm with
I
EROBB
can't
on this
even
one.
listen. You know, here's a fact. Here's a fact.
Stop
okay? Listen,
farming.
Listen. No, I can't even say what I want to say now. Continue.
Say it then.
No,
Stop
I
being a
heard
Okay,
it.
can I wait? Can you DM me your
I was
argument because whatever you're
watching-
trying to say, I could probably say it. You can just say it. I don't know why you're so fucking scared to say it. Like, there are concrete differences between men and women. The way that we view breasts is highly sexual. They're evolved with secondary sexual characteristics. I mean, like, what is it that you want to say? You can fucking say it. I don't know why you're acting so scared.
Because listen. Those concrete differences that you say that there are, which yes there are. Maybe not now, but in 10 years or 20 years, those concrete differences are going to be argued too. Do you understand? It's never going to end. It's never going to end. There's going to be arguments.
Okay, that's because in society,
reaching.
No, we're not reaching. Okay, so our goal in any society, this is the point of technology, this is the point of science, this is the point of everything we fucking do, is generally to make people happier. This idea that there is some established concrete difference or whatever is all at the end of the day ultimately subject to our own human values. If for some reason we decide to say like, hey, maybe women in general are happier if they can show a boob publicly or if they can walk around topless without people necessarily sexually objectifying them, and that makes the majority of people happier, what the fuck is the problem with that? How can you be so fucking mad about that? I don't know.
I'm not mad about it. Then do it. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
with-
It's because it keeps going. I'm not mad about it. Do it. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. Do it. Do it. But
do it.
It bothers me. I would walk
it's
around
just
with a boner everywhere.
non-stop. It's not.
I don't wanna have a boner
Everything is
everywhere.
being. Everything. Every syllable. I probably, dude. In 10 more years, I probably came in. Fucking sexist. Fucking misogynist. Fucking racist. Fucking not.
I will say this.
Going to end.
I will say this: the left is getting angry at people categorizing people based on their gender or whatnot, but at the same time turn around and categorize people as misogynists, racists, and multiple different other categories as well.
I understand this, but the frustrating part, and this is a large part of what I do, is that instead of having an intelligent response to somebody, you become a total fucking reactionary, and you basically let the person define you in a negative way. So like if somebody, so for instance, I'll 100% agree on that. The left goes full fucking stupid on a lot of fucking issues, and they're real, especially things like fucking gun control, right? The left will see a lot of really fucking stupid shit. So like, as an example,
Like
right? When the left talks about gun control, they obsess over like assault rifles, right? Or AR-15s. It's like nobody even fucking dies to AR-15s. It's like 50 people a fucking year. But my response isn't, oh God, it's the left, the outrage culture, I fucking hate them all.
It's this
hey,
simple.
well, I
You get
understand
rid of
that
all
some
the
of what they
fucking
say on the
guns, or you
left,
get
some of
all
what
the
they say
guns.
is bad, and but we can find the good and we can develop our own position, and we don't have to become an insane fucking reactionary to everything that's said. There's a reason why a lot of people get mad at a lot of misogynistic shit, because there's a lot of stuff that gets passed off as a woman as just casual fucking sexism that you're just supposed to live with. That's part of what the Me Too movement showed out. Just because there are some people on left or some people on Twitter or whatever that go fucking crazy doesn't mean you have to throw out the baby with the bathwater and become a complete fucking reactionary to a couple of fringe positions that not everybody even believes in.
I'm thinking about starting a new movement called
agree.
Free the Ball Sack, actually.
Free the balls.
Yeah, free
I
the ball sack.
agree.
I think it's beautiful to cover up. I think.
What?
Yeah, no, but like to cover your nipples. I mean, like if a
Oh, but
like
not
for
the
a
ball
woman,
sack.
woman
Right.
should cover. No,
Would
man
you make the
should
nipple
cover
less
his-
sexy if we covered them up, or if we just let them out? I mean,
Yeah, keep it sexy. I think, like, oh my god, I hope that it never gets neutral to show woman.
It's not about it being neutral. It's about you having the fucking choice. How is this so hard? Legs are sexy. People shave them. People wear leggings and stock. People do all sorts of sexy shit.
Yeah, but I don't want to come on them, Destiny.
Some people do.
Yes, you do.
Fucking, I'll come on a nice fucking leg if it
What
looks
about-
fucking nice enough.
Yeah, I
the
know, but
difference is
why
that if you're a
do I
woman,
want to come on tit? Why is the tit
you
my
come
first
on
option to
tit?
come on?
The difference is that if you're a woman, you can walk around and show your legs. You can have shorts on. It's okay because the power is supposed to reside with the individual. At least in a liberal society, like in terms of liberalism, not Democrat. In a liberal society, we generally want to empower people with as much agency and freedom as possible. If you want to present yourself in a certain way, that's fine. Nobody should be allowed to say, "Hey, legs are too sexy, cover them up. Hey, ankles are too sexy, cover them up." We all sit here and shit on people for their Sharia law shit. Hey,
That's
cover up
true.
your hair.
When I was younger,
And we turn
I
around and we go, "Hey, you know,
Cover
you
them
show
up,
too much
brother.
cleavage, cover that shit up too." Like, what the fuck is the difference? It's literally the same type of
When
argument.
I was younger, I had to cover up. I couldn't wear shorts at my job. I was working as a caretaker nurse, kind of.
Sure, and do you want your whole life to be like that you can't wear shorts anywhere because legs are
I'm
too
very
sexy?
glad I did because I didn't want like the old guys to, I
When you
noticed,
don't
like,
want them to do it, though, that's your choice, and that's the point. If
But
you're
also
working
my
a
boss told
job
me
where
I
that's
can't-
not a risk, would you like to wear shorts when it's too fucking hot? Like when the old guy touching you or looking at you wrong isn't a risk. Would you like to wear fucking shorts then?
Also, the onus isn't on you, Candyland. The onus is on the guy not to fucking grab you inappropriately just because you're wearing shorts. Like, you shouldn't feel like it's your fault or you were asking for it because you were wearing shorts.
No, I think it's my fault. If I'm wearing something super sexy, I understand.
That's because you have horrible fucking self-esteem.
Okay.
You're horrible
Okay.
internalized
It's
feelings.
not
So
your
you're
fault.
really fucked.
It's actually not your fault. I will
It
listen.
is absolutely your fault. This is like when
if I'm going out and I'm wearing like
guys, no, it's a language barrier. Okay.
That's not a language barrier. It's literally this is the definition of internalized misogyny. It's
No,
a
it's
woman-
not.
No,
You're
but
trying to like
can I explain? Can I explain?
Go ahead,
Like, I
Candy,
remember
please
once
explain.
I remember once when I was like wearing very revealing clothes and I was walking in the city. I was going to a concert and guys were like whistling after me and I was like, well, I should probably not have worn this out.
No, he shouldn't have whistled at you.
Okay, so here, so there's a thing in
no.
society where we can have this thing. Okay, we call this internalized misogyny or internalized racism, where basically you can have a negative view of your own race or your own gender because society has reinforced it so much. Another example of this is when a black guy says, "Well, you know, I got out of the car and the cop wanted to ask me some questions." I mean, to be fair, I am black and I am driving a really nice car. I guess I kind of understand why the cop wants to. Those aren't good thoughts to have.
No,
your
I
goals
think
shouldn't be
it's- no,
your goals
I'm
shouldn't be
gonna
to
get
change yourself.
less
Your goals should be to change
respected.
society.
No, of course I'm gonna get less respected depending on what I wear. If I want to wear something super slutty, of course people are gonna disrespect me, and I understand that.
Yeah, listen.
Like,
Here's
fine.
why that African American example of the black on the cops, not the example. Okay, Candy is admitting. She is admitting that she's wearing clothing that is sexual. She has objectified the clothing as sexual. Do you understand? So she is admitting that it is sexual. When something is sexual, you are wearing it for the attention of others for that specific reason. So
It
that
sounds like she
example-
didn't want that
I'm
attention
never
here.
wearing
That
it for any
example-
others.
No, it
I'm
sounds
wearing
like
it
she
for
wasn't
myself.
wearing it for that reason.
Yeah, I'm wearing it for myself.
That
of course.
example
But then
of
I
the black man and the
No,
cop.
literally, what you
Yeah.
just said is
No
fucking
choice.
wrong. She just told you that you were just wrong about what you just said. Can you please acknowledge that?
Wait, hold on.
Don't acknowledge it.
She
Don't do it.
literally just said that she
You
wasn't
agree
going
that
to
it
be
looks
sexual for other
sexy in
people.
it.
Don't acknowledge this is too
Yeah,
funny.
but she
Yeah,
said
That's
I
literally
want
what
to,
she
but
just said.
She's labeling it
whenever I
as
dress
slutty.
up, whatever I do,
People
it's
are
for
gonna
me.
look
labeling
at
it-
you.
She's not
labeling-
labeling it as slutty. She's doing it because other people
Okay.
told her it was slutty. That's what she just said.
Also,
So
again,
you don't think it's slutty.
the
You-
reaction of
slutty
others
because
should
others
not
told-
dictate what you do. You should still have the freedom to wear whatever the fuck you want to wear
right, but-
without being harassed by other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I-
I agree.
I- I-
I completely-
I-
I
I'm
completely-
gonna be
think
harassed
anybody
too.
disagrees with that. I don't think
I
anybody
completely
agrees with
agree with
that.
that.
Except for Candy.
I
Well,
disagree.
no,
Go ahead,
I
Ken.
agree.
Here's what
Like,
Candy is
yeah,
a
it
little
would be
bit.
nice.
Go ahead.
It would be nice to be able to wear whatever, and people not judging me for it. But I understand if
do it.
someone is gonna judge me.
I honestly,
No,
I disagree
but-
with EROBB on this one.
But okay, so Candy, do you think that like okay, you don't think that they should be able to do that, right? Or you think that they shouldn't do that? But is what you're saying that you feel like if you feel like you're going to be in a situation where this could possibly happen, then you need to take like preventative measures? Is kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think I should not. I should probably not have worn that revealing clothes in the middle of the city.
But it's not necessarily your fault. Like you're just
No.
essentially like being proactive about it by like not wearing it in that situation, which is
Yeah,
wrong anyway.
but you
It's
should
just
have
That's
logical
what I'm
thinking. It's just logical thinking. I think like. Oh, I don't know how to explain this, but
Why isn't it logical?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
to
saying.
control to not fucking catcall and focus just on.
No,
Yeah, but I
agrees
can't
that the
change
word's
it.
terrible. You shouldn't do
I
that.
can't change it. Like I understand. It would be lovely if they didn't
I know, but
catcall
when
me,
we're having a
I can't
hypothetical
change it.
conversation about changing it, maybe don't take the role of the victim blamer.
I don't
Well,
think.
I'm
okay,
just saying, if
the
you
word
don't want to
blaming
get
yourself to get
catcalled, don't
whistled at.
dress like a slut. If you like, that's
But that's
you.
internalized.
That wording.
We're having a hypothetical conversation about what should
Here's
be,
the problem.
and when
Here's
we're having that
the
conversation, if you're reinforcing the existing gender roles and reinforcing the bad
Exactly.
behavior,
Exactly.
you're essentially caping for those dudes who are harassing you
problem
for
is-
whatever
yeah,
you
the-
want to
the-
wear.
The main
Like,
problem is the main problem is you're using the word slut so much. That's the problem. Like you're labeling what you're wearing as slutty, but you're saying you're not doing it for anyone. It's this weird thing. It's this weird language barrier. I think realistically, if you wear clothing out and it's not for anyone else, you're just wearing it for yourself, and you're going to the fucking mall and some guy catcalls you, he is in the wrong. It is not your fault. He's
Yeah, I
dirty.
wish I could change the world,
He's a
but
dis-
the world is like the world is.
He's a disgusting pig.
I know, but
But-
we're talking about how the
but-
world is right
yes,
now,
but
and then we're
if
having
you-
a conversation about
Listen,
what should
oh,
be.
man. Can
Go
I
ahead,
fucking
finish, Train?
please?
Let Train
Listen,
finish.
There's two. It's very simple. Okay, if you're wearing something for yourself for nobody else. You just want to look good. You're going out, and a guy catcalls you. It is his fault. He is a pig. He is misogynistic, and he is
What's the
whatever.
difference
He's
between
disgusting.
catcalling and walking up to someone and
Fucking hell! What do you think? You should ask your
Yeah, I
fucking
agree,
question, you
he's a pig.
Scottish fuck! Holy shit!
Fuck you, prick!
For the 80th time!
Just please.
Yeah, of course I agree. He's a pig. Of course I agree.
Yes, but if you're wearing it specifically for the attention, and you want people to look, you want people to say stuff and look at you because that's where you get it from. If you're doing it for that specific reason, this is a hypothetical for that specific reason. If you're doing it and you're willing to acknowledge that, then yes, you're bound to get one or two terrible comments, and you can't pick and choose, right? But if you're doing it for yourself, yes, the guy is a pig. If you're admitting that you're doing it for the attention of others, then yes, you're gonna get one or two comments, and you have to accept the consequences if you want the positive. It's that simple. Thank you.
How could you distinguish whether or not she was doing it for herself versus for others' attention?
No, I was giving two
Especially as the
hypotheticals. What are you
outsider.
talking- This wasn't to her. I was giving her two hypotheticals. She
Not
said it
her,
was for
just
herself.
It shouldn't matter who you do it for, but yeah, it shouldn't matter who you do it for. Like
so
the
this is
man
not
should
Do it regardless.
Women
You should not
should
harass
have-
women regardless. I don't think that's too crazy of an
It's not-
idea.
listen, it's
Okay,
it,
I got
listen,
one.
But is
oh, man,
wolf
it's
whistling
What do you
really
think about people
harassment
that
though?
stare at you, Candy? What do people think about people that stare at you, rather than catcall you?
Well,
Depends how good
I
looking
don't
they are,
know.
though, innit?
You like what you
I don't notice that. I'm not very. I don't notice.
Okay,
I'm very observative, or I'm not very slow. Yeah.
so sorry, I lost it. Sorry, I lost it. I lost it.
You broke him.
The goal is that at the end of the day, what we want in society is
Yes.
hopefully women should be able to wear something they want, and they shouldn't have to subject themselves to somebody else's interpretation of what. I don't know why you're saying yes when you just disagreed with this for your whole previous argument.
No.
The
No, I
goal is
didn't.
that
Why is it only you that doesn't understand? Why does S-Fan understand? Why is it only you?
I completely understand what you're saying. I
don't
understand everything
understand
you
either,
said. I've heard it like a million times. I completely understand what you're saying.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I think women should wear whatever they want.
No.
Without being harassed or catcalled. I believe that. The thing is, there are times I do it myself. There's
Wait,
times
then what
where
did
I
we
wear-
distree on?
Nothing. I was
Do you
giving
not think there's some stuff that's not okay though?
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
you-
Like people were changing what Train was saying.
But also, you
always do
need to
that because it's a
understand, like,
narrative.
if
It's a
you're
narrative and
wearing
chat goes
something, you
nuts
might,
over it.
like, you might be treated in a different way. Like, we have to understand that. Like, we can't just change the world. But okay, we can try to change the world, but we can't just do it.
Do you think
do you
that
guys seriously? Right, no. Do you guys seriously want a world where people can go out wearing whatever they want, and that's okay? And like, you can never like the difference between catcalling someone and calling someone out on something, right? Like, catcalling's one thing that's fucked up, right? But like, do you guys want it so you'll never approach in public and someone like has a problem with you or anything like that? That's really.
If someone's
It's
wearing a
unreal-
Nazi
yeah, it's
uniform,
unrealistic.
I'm probably
The-
going to call them out and even maybe do other stuff.
It's
Wait, so that's different because
Oh,
Nazi.
okay.
Oh, fuck.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
but
different because
my next point
Is
is,
it
Go ahead.
illegal to wear?
what about people walking around naked and shit? Like, how revealing can we get? Like, what are we talking about?
Go ahead,
Sure,
Destiny.
So right now this is very frustrating because we're having this conversation. We are seated so deeply inside our own cultural relativism. It is unfathomable that things could change. But like this exact same conversation that we're having right now.
Could you
has
tone it down
literally-
for EROBB a little bit? Maybe use language that's a little bit simpler.
Okay. Our values change with the times, and this same conversation that we're having right now has been had about a million different things. Should women, flappers in the 40s did it right? Should women reveal their ankles? Should women be allowed to wear dresses that show their knees? Is showing the back too slutty? Like we've had, and every time, it's like, well, isn't this crazy? Or look at music, right? Fucking when romantic music came out, people thought that it was fucking the devil's music compared to shit that like Mozart or even further back Bach played. And when fucking rock and roll came out, it was like based on jazz and black music and all this gross stuff. And then when fucking R&B and like we keep, and then now we're today where people are like, should women really be allowed to wear their nipples? Like, isn't this crazy? This is the exact same conversation we
I
have
wanna wear
50
mine.
million
I agree.
times.
I
don't think
past.
people
Like,
have some
How can you
responsibility.
compare an ankle and a back to a nipple? I can never
Because it's
understand.
Again,
unfathomable.
you
People
can't fathom it.
realize
You
that
can't
culture-
fathom it.
Evolution.
You can't fathom it because
Sorry, go
right
ahead,
now
Destiny.
you are seated so deeply in your own cultural relativism that you can't fathom it. But in the past, people absolutely did. Women showing even a little bit of leg were considered massive fucking sluts. And I'm sure that fucking 50 years from now, maybe women will be showing their boobs and shit, and people will be thinking like, well, should we be allowed to show this or that or whatever? Like this has happened for all of human
You
history.
can walk around with your tits out.
What?
In New York, can't you walk around with your tits out?
I think so in New York City,
Yeah.
can't you?
Oh,
I know in my-
Yeah, if you go to Van Buren Street,
Wait,
there's a
guys,
couple
guys,
dollars in
Destiny's
there.
trying to explain cultural relativism in the simplest terms possible. the culture shifts throughout time, and we find things to be acceptable that we previously did not think were acceptable. The reason why a lot of times we go back to like black people and slavery is because there were a lot of people who thought slavery was acceptable and fought against abolishing slavery. So obviously, as culture shifts, we shift with it, and we normalize this sort of behavior, which is why 20, 30, 40 years down the line, we probably won't have the same kinds of perspectives on nipples, just like we don't have the same kind of perspective on legs anymore, even though that was a point of contention at some point.
Do you not think people have some responsibility to fit within the zeitgeist of whatever time?
They won't have any responsibility.
But also, like, at the time...
Casey, I'm going to let you get in. 1 second.
It's not anything that's weird. It's all social conditioning.
Yeah, and at the time where calves wasn't acceptable to be wearing out, you understand you will get looked at and treated weird if you wear your calves out. That's the same. Like if I'm
you wear your calves.
Sure, but like okay, but
current
you
societal
can justify bad behavior, especially if you want to change the conditions that you exist under, right? You can't turn around and be like, well, they're just gonna do this to me. Like there was a point in time when if you couldn't wear pants on Sunday as a woman, what are you gonna do? Are you just like, well, just don't wear pants, I guess? Or if you're a black person living under the Jim Crow laws in the South, are you just gonna be like, well, just don't break the rules? You have to. If there's a hierarchy that is unjust, you must fight against it, especially if you want to improve your conditions.
I wasn't gonna bring the nuclear bombs out, but I'm gonna bring them out right now.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna bring someone call fucking bring out Big Bertha. Okay, listen, roll it out here, dude. Okay, listen here. I'm sick of this shit. It's so one-sided. It's so one-sided. How about this? Just recently, a huge article released and this huge hype just released of a new emoji. Okay, and it's the hand showing a small little centimeter, and most women on social media are so happy with it because they're parading over shitting on men and posting how they have small penises.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Where are your arguments? Where are your arguments?
Okay, wait. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Where's the reverse arguments? Where's
this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say
it's okay, right? Real equality, right, dude? No.
Okay. This is exactly what I say when you should strive to be better than the dumb fucks that you criticize. So when I look at that train wrecks, when I look at that, what I think is that's kind of a shitty emote. You shouldn't do that. Rather than, oh well, look, you're arguing for all this shit. Well, what about when the other side does it? That's what my fucking 7-year-old kid does. Okay, I try to be better than that.
Yeah, and right now in your example,
better than that. You don't have to see shitty people on the left doing dumb shit like making fun of men.
And what are you doing right now? Are you not reacting in the same way I just reacted to the emojis? You're reacting.
No, he's reacting.
No, the difference is I have a core moral principle, and I'll stick to it for both sides. I'll say that's dumb as fuck on the left as well, but I'm not going to use that as a justification to be shitty to other people.
I'm not using it as a justification.
Then why are you bringing it up? What is it relevant to this?
Because it seems like you and Hassan are jumping on the 2018-2019 wave and just milking the obvious high road fucking goddamn answer. How about the reverse side? How about the side that's unpopular? How about that shit? If you're really striving,
what do you mean?
What is the side that's unpopular?
The incels.
If there were
outrage Andy is outraged again. By the way,
if this was striving for true
leftist outrage, by the way.
No, if this was truly striving for everything and everyone, then it would be both sides. There'd be topics.
No. You have said so much, and I don't have a clue what you're trying to say.
You can't be outraged over every single issue in society at any point in time. Women talking about some dumb fucking emoji or whatever is way fucking different than women being objectified in society today. One is an actual real problem. The other one just has some really dumb fucking emo that's probably stupid. Like what?
Yeah, and guess what? A while ago, people brushed it off as a dumb problem back in the day, and now look where we are. So maybe we should fix.
Wait, no. Where are we now? Tell me where we are now. Where are we now? That women are posting
maybe we should fix it before it becomes a big problem. We should fix it at the root, baby. At the root, we should fix it. At the root.
Just cut off all the
dicks. Fix it at the roots. Cut it off at the roots. Amputate the fucking arm. Amputate that shit. Cut it off. Throw it overboard. Feed it to the shark.
For the record, I like that like today in today's society.
I'm striving for equality for men, for women, for pets, for fucking animals. Give me the trees. Protect the fucking ozone. Protect the moon. Protect it all. I want it now.
So for the record, in today's society, we have women coming out that are talking about literally being raped or sexually coerced by tons of people, by celebrities, by bosses, blah, blah, blah. And when Trainwreck says, look where we are now, he's talking about an emoji of a guy holding a centimeter thing on a fucking cell phone. Okay.
That's not even the point, though. The whole thing, like, that's not even the point of, like, girls, like, being like, oh, like, look, we can say, like, dudes have small dicks or whatever.
Why is it saying F?
It looks like it's a slideshow right now.
Why?
Like,
But I'm not dropping any frames.
You're dropping frames. You're dropping frames.
Yeah.
Try
it's a
leaving
Twitch
and
thing.
coming back in the
Is
appearance.
it a Twitch thing? Because I'm not
It's
locally. I'm
probably
not
Twitch
showing
thing.
any frames.
It's probably Twitch.
On the
It's
bottom
definitely
left, does it say encoder overloaded, Raj?
No.
It's good now. It's good. It's good. It's saved.
It's
Okay.
fine now.
All right.
Yeah.
I just want to say, once upon a time, Total Biscuit told me and Destiny it was okay for girls to wear small shirts on Twitch, and he had good opinions. So I'm gonna go with that.
Girls should wear whatever they want on Twitch.
The reason,
do whatever they want.
The reason why girls, there are girls out there who are happy about this emote. A lot of the reason is why is because like unsolicited dick pics, basically, so they can respond like this. That's why.
Wait, what is this emote supposed to be?
Like, oh,
it's supposed to say you have a small dick.
I fucking love S-Fan, dude. S-Fan, that was a great comeback, dude. Seriously.
I literally said like 10
That's
minutes
the
ago.
information.
Still, is it going in and out?
No, it's good now.
Okay.
It's fine.
People are.
It's fine.
Oh,
That was
all right. Okay.
very
So
reasable take, S-Fan.
we have a poll and everybody's voted in it. I put it in the chat. If you weren't paying attention, I'm sorry,
You
chat.
had a poll without me getting to plug.
All right.
God.
The poll has been put in the chat.
Unfair
All
to
right.
flag.
Okay, here we go. It is time to take a vote. All right? The vote has been casted and EROBB won the last round. EROBB, you have a choice between Mini Titan and Izzy Bear to eliminate from the show. Who are you going to choose? Sorry, going, not gooing. EROBB? Your microphone, EROBB. Hello?
The drama.
Oh, I was.
My dude doesn't even have a
Yeah,
mic.
EROBB, yeah, let me turn you up a little bit. It seems like you're a little low.
Oh, Mini Titan.
Oh, and why?
Hey.
Oh, okay. All right, there he went.
He just left.
He just left. All right, thank you.
No one
Mini
left.
Titan, would you like to shout yourself out?
Many time on Twitch. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye, Mini Titan. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Mini Titan.
All right, peace out, Mini Titan. Thank you. All right, bye.
feel like
Well,
a dick.
and there we go. Anyway, continue with your conversation, Mini Titan. Did somebody else leave too? No?
No, Train's AFK, but I don't think anybody else left it.
All right, anyways, as you guys was saying.
Dream's kind of lagging again.
Is it? What's going on?
In the bottom right, is your FPS dropping, or does it say
No,
it's
nothing
not
is
constant
dropping.
60 or
Everything is green, and it says drop frame 0.0%.
Yeah, so the drop frames are going to be for lag. On the bottom left, if it says encoder overload, that means your CPU is overloaded. And then on the bottom right, if there should be a number that says 60 or 30, if that's dropping, then your GPU is overloaded.
Oh, CPU's at 60, CPU's at 31, but no, it's still solid. Everything's solid. None of what you said is happening.
It's
Okay.
got to be a Twitch thing.
By the way, shout out to Mini Titan. I love you, dude. That's my boy.
All right. So, are you guys finished talking about what you want to talk about, or should I continue? Should I move on?
I wanted to say something about
Yeah.
my penis.
You
I
want-
saw something.
You wanted to say
earlier
something
that-
about what?
Yes, about micro penis. Since we were on the subject, I saw something earlier about a woman who married a man and they didn't have sex until their honeymoon, and she found out he had a micro penis. Did you see that?
No, what happened?
No.
And he wanted to. There's articles on it. She wants to like separate from
So,
him.
so this is the question that I have towards Destiny and Hassan and maybe, I don't know if I don't mean to call you guys out, maybe Izzy too. Why is the outrage not as large when it happens to a man or as opposed to if it was a woman? Why is the outrage not as large? Why is it not a...
The outrage about what in particular?
Well, let's just take, for example,
Man having micro
if a
penises.
man was sexually assaulted or something like that.
I
Why
take
is
that's not true at all. You're completely incorrect. When Terry Crews was sexually assaulted
That's
by
one example.
a high-ranking agent, everyone got fucking outraged.
Wait, hold
they
on. That's
used it
just
as
because-
a Me Too movement like example, and yet there were plenty of people who made fun of him and whatnot. But there were plenty of people who were also advocating for his bravery and standing up and talking about this issue.
That's not because Terry Crews is a man. That's because Terry Crews is a celebrity that everybody loves. I think
don't
that.
understand what you're talking
Great
about.
take.
Yeah,
Well, no, because my take is about to go full feminism.
Uh-oh.
So in society, we have a concept that
I'm a feminist, so I don't care.
intersectionalists would call toxic masculinity. Is basically this idea that men are always wired for sexual activity, that men are always wanting to be fucked. This is why when and I believe it's even been joked about.
It's
here
kind of
or on
true,
another
though, but
podcast.
anyway, sorry.
It's I mean, women are very wired for sex too. When you graduate high school and you find some that don't hate themselves, but like the thing is that for men, whenever and you see this happen all the time, right? Compare the responses when something gets leaked that like some creepy old fucking 40-year-old teacher was fucking like his female classmates, and it's like the most disgusting, horrible thing in the world. But every time a story gets leaked and like some 30-year-old fucking teacher is fucking her male classmates, people are like, damn, like and it's even been joked about on Twitch. I wish I remember which podcast it was. People are like, man, I want to go to that school. Like that teacher is hot as fuck, right?
Oh, it's my podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like there is this double standard that is rooted very culturally in these ideas of what it means to be a man that make it more acceptable for men to constantly be wired for sex and never get raped versus women.
The Gillette commercial.
Dude,
Sure, yeah, it addresses these
by the
same
way, I 100% agree with you as well. I was stating that the people who are making fun of Terry Crews are absolutely operating from that perspective that you just mentioned, but there were still definitely a lot of people who were advocating for Terry Crews as well. So, you know, most likely.
But generally, when guys make fun of
but...
when guys complain about getting sexually assaulted, there is a pretty big double standard there. But it's rooted in things that are criticized by feminism. That,
I agree.
Men are expected to act in certain ways that isn't.
So for me on this one, it doesn't actually have anything to do with leftist alignment that I hold. Like, when it comes to me advocating for like domestic violence and sexual assault, I tend to work in the LGBTQ communities and a lot with just cis or straight men. Because in those, they are drastically underrepresented. And to me, I always like to work with the people who are so constantly like ignored or forgotten. And it is actually a huge societal problem. Like men are underrepresented and usually laughed at and don't get the same amount of help. Like unless you work with an actual sexual assault group that focuses on minority groups, quite often, you've got a point on this one, Raj. Like quite often male victims are laughed off.
Actually, it was my point.
Wait, what? I thought it was my point.
Raj asked the point, Train.
That too was
It was a follow-up question from Train was trying to say that point. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
But like, I mean, like, look, there was I'll tell you an example. Okay, I was at RuneFest, and there was a girl literally putting her hands in my waistband and pushing me all around and saying, like, touching me and doing all sorts of things that made me very uncomfortable. Right? So
that's awful. I'm sorry that happened.
But of course, but I'm not trying to speak like I'm I'm not trying. It didn't like it does.
Are you laughing at him?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry that.
Wait, so like right here, this is honest to God. Like what you're doing is actually an example of this. The fact that you're even embarrassed to kind of say that like that's really gross is like a perfect example of the double standards that are kind of set between men and women in society.
I'm not. What I'm embarrassed to say is I don't want to make a big deal of it because it didn't affect me very much. Personally, it didn't affect me. That's what I'm embarrassed to say. Not because my masculinity is so toxic. It's that it didn't affect me. If it would,
it's because you're born and raised that way. You're born and raised. That's why it didn't affect you. I'm born and raised like if a man comes too close to me, I should be like scared and
why?
cautious.
But what?
I don't know. Like
well,
it's
to be
called
fair, because
self-fulfilling prophecy. It's that thing.
No, because as a woman, there's probably a higher chance of a man like following you and fucking raping you than there is for a woman to do that to a guy. Generally speaking, there's.
On both sides of the spectrum when dealing with victim survivors, like even if you didn't see it as a bad thing and someone else does, like that's really common. There are some women who deal with something that a lot of people would classify as assault or inappropriate that don't actually have an issue with it. And there are tons of men that feel the same about issues that happen with them. That's not uncommon or unheard of. The real important of doing that is meeting people where they're at. So when it comes to things like this, if that didn't actually phase your life, you could probably still talk about how it shouldn't happen and work towards like educating society.
I mean,
but you also don't need to like identify as a victim and act like your whole fucking world's breaking down.
Well, I did kind of. I bought her a drink, okay, and that's how it started. All right, maybe I shouldn't have bought her a drink, but still.
Whoa, wait, no. By the logic.
That changes things.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't change anything. What do you know?
No.
Straw man incoming, boys. Straw man incoming.
Let Insulandy come in. No, let Insulandy come in. Okay. By the same logic that applies to Candy being able to wear whatever she wants, and it's the guy, and it's the guy's fault, which it is. It's Raj should be able to buy a drink for anyone, and no girl should assume that he wants anything.
Yup.
So by that same argument, don't be hypocrites.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Like,
wait, who was saying anything different? Wait, does anybody disagree with that?
No. Of course they don't know.
I mean,
Train, do you think the leftists here, the leftist outrage squad here, that you call talks all the time, do you think we disagree with that?
Wait, hold on, wait, Train. So are you under the assumption that people think that you shouldn't be allowed to buy a drink for a woman?
No, listen, I'm on the left. I took a test.
I took a test.
Oh, okay, dude.
It came back
confused right now.
Every time I got a drink for a man, it's been like I never thought of sleeping with them. I just did it because we're friends.
Really? Candyland?
She bought me a drink at TwitchCon. I got so happy about it.
But then what happened to you,
Rob? She just walked away. I was so excited. I was like, yes.
Wait, what? Did I get naughty?
Is it wrong of EROBB to assume in those situations?
I didn't assume. I just got my hopes up.
Aww.
Would you? How could you do that to EROBB, Candy?
No, I didn't do it.
Unbelievable.
Are you saying?
Candy.
I didn't
L-Rob,
pick your
dude.
drink, right? Or did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh my. I
Candyland,
don't
do you find EROBB attractive?
Yeah, he's cute.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know, EROBB. Maybe you should come on the RAJJ.
Yes.
We need might need to find you a woman on Monday. I don't know, maybe.
Fucking Raj,
There
dude.
was
Sorry.
someone in my
One
DMs.
podcast now plugging his other shows, dude.
There was so funny. There was someone in my DMs who said, "So was the RAJJ a real thing? Like, are you out of the picture now?" Like,
I think Candy on the RAJJ might be good, but anyway.
Hey, EROBB. EROBB, dude. Honestly, bro, listen, man. If you shaved that mustache, dude, you would be. I'm telling you right now, dude. You'd be top level.
You don't like it?
Dude, that's clean.
no, the
good.
mustache
Bro,
is so cute.
Dude,
That's
good.
it's cute.
yeah. If he shaved that though,
why not?
he'd be dude, model material. 10 out of 10. Just fucking goddamn.
He's
going to
model
shave it.
material with it.
Let's
Do I
see
shave
it, EROBB.
I don't want
Wait,
to. Dude. I like it.
Don't shave it.
Shave
Don't
it off
shave it.
right
Don't
now.
shave it.
Shave it right now, you son of a bitch.
Do it.
Shave it!
100% do it.
Shave
Don't shave
it!
it.
Don't
looks
do
so
it,
good.
Don't do it.
Don't shave it unless you
Just
want
do
to.
it.
Okay.
Shave
I'm
it!
just- my opinion.
Raj,
100%.
For the EROBB king.
boner. The boner that you have currently is definitely a violation of TOS.
It is. I do not have a boner.
He literally popped a brain vessel when you pulled out the clipper, dude.
I am
The
not
only-
that horny for him. Okay, come on.
The only reason I
yeah.
think I look good is because first of all, I noticed the sexy ass clean Barbara cut you got on your head by your mom or whoever gave that to you. That cut, your cut, dude, perfect.
You're edged
Your
up real good
eyebrows,
right now, dude.
Yeah, dude, that ain't his mom. That's a clean fade.
everything's clean, dude. Everything is clean on your head. That's why I said the mustache should come off because it's just a fresh look. But hey, that's just my opinion.
But I'm scared. They like.
EROBB,
Don't do it.
I think it's time to say goodbye.
Just do it. It'll grow back.
Dude, no, I'm
It'll
scared.
grow
I'm
back.
going to Big Street tonight, dude. What if it like? What if
You'll
I
look
look?
great.
What if I look?
I think you're gonna look very
back.
good.
You're not gonna look bad, dude. Just do it.
Yeah.
You guys just want it for the
You're
content.
probably
No.
No.
I
not care about you.
Do it.
Excuse me, EROBB. I would never tell you to do something for the content. It's only because I care about you.
Okay, it's up to Candyland. What do you think?
You can try it. It's gonna grow back, right?
Do you think it
Candy,
looks
be
good with it?
decisive.
Shave it.
I feel like the mustache. I feel like the mustache is kind of like cholo-y. Do you feel that or not?
The mustache is super sexy, but shave it.
Whoops.
I used to have a mustache like that until I was like 21, and I finally shaved it. Best decision ever.
The second you shave it, Candy's gonna say you're not attractive anymore.
I know that's.
No.
I'm not shaving it. I'm sorry.
There's too many Miskiff
Shave
fans.
it. You're gonna love it.
I can't do. I can't do it. I can't.
Shave it, you pussy bitch. Shave it.
Can I ask something though? Why does EROBB have toilet paper on his bed? Do you see
already-
that?
we already
There's just
talked
rolls
about
of
it. We already
toilet
talked
paper. Oh, okay.
All right, EROBB, you shaving it or what?
Do it. Oh, there it is, dude.
Rip the stash.
I hate it.
Oh, you look good.
It actually looks a lot better.
You look really good.
It looks a lot better.
Wow.
You look really good, dude.
He's shaving from the fountain
head too.
No, I look terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
look
clean.
good.
Oh my God, you look good, EROBB.
No, it's
No,
clean.
you
It's
look
clean.
really good, dude.
You look better.
Really fucking good.
I think it
look
looks
better.
better.
Candy,
Candy,
really
You
good.
look really clean. Like I'd make out
Oh
with you.
hell yeah!
That's way better, dude. That's way
Oh, I
better.
love it.
Wow.
Can I
That's
call my mom and
way
ask her
better.
what she thinks?
Yeah, call her right now.
Call your mom, yeah.
Well, what do you think, Candy?
Well, I think the mustache was better, but he's still cute.
I agree.
The power was in the stash.
Wow.
Dude, I think it looks fucking clean as fuck.
No, don't feel bad. He looks like you feel
Dude,
bad
he
now.
looks
Don't feel
a
bad.
million times better.
I
You
agree
look
with
way
Trainwrecks.
better, dude. I'm telling you, you're
Damn,
gonna go
all the
see
dudes,
tonight.
all the dudes in the chat now want to fuck
Wow.
EROBB without the mustache.
I'm currently
Why
on the
does
Raj
guys
Patel
like
show.
Except for the only person that EROBB wanted to hook up with.
I'm on the Raj Patel show right now, and I just shaved my mustache. Can you tell me if it looks good?
Should you watch?
Yeah, go. Okay, can you go to twitch.tv/Raj Patel?
He's getting his mom on your show, Raj.
Yeah, you can use your Twitch app.
Tell her about Amazon Prime as well.
Just go to the just chatting section. You might have to scroll down a little bit.
I need to look popular for EROBB's mom. Everybody use your Amazon Prime right now.
Everyone mute your subscribe
I don't want.
right
I don't want this to be a bad impression. Like, oh my God, look at this channel and how little subs he has. Come on, sub.
Everybody sub.
True.
I am not seeing it.
It's like his viewer count's not very high. You have to scroll down.
Oh my God, no, it is. It is. It's a little high. Come on, 26,000.
No, okay, go to just chatting.
Tell her she's used to looking. Tell her I have more viewers than Tyler. She's probably looking a little too far down.
He does have more viewers than Tyler does.
Number 1 in the just chatting section.
How do you spell his name?
RAJJ.
Yeah.
No, it's one. Yeah.
Okay.
PATEL. You found it?
Okay.
No.
You gotta watch an ad.
Ching.
No, this is valuable content. We'll wait.
We'll wait.
How long is the ad?
She wouldn't have to watch an ad if she
Hold on.
subscribed, though.
Tell her,
if she hits that Twitch Prime.
Tell her, you know what? After she's done with the ad, I have another ad waiting for her, and that's a 20% off a Jord Wood watch! Exclamation point giveaway in the chat right now. Jord Wood watch.
Right, you see me, Mom?
I do.
Do I look cute?
Straighten up so she can see you.
Why are you laughing? Young? Yeah. So I should have kept my mustache?
Not necessarily. It was a little creepy mustache. I noticed.
That's right. It looks clean.
Oh!
I love the mustache. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, Mom.
Ask her what she. Yeah, ask her what she thinks about Candyland. Hold on, I'm gonna put Candyland. Candyland is interesting.
What do you think about the...
No, I'm shy.
Wait, EROBB, you're cutting out. Say again.
What do you think about the girl Candyland screen?
I'm shy now.
So hold on a
Yeah, you're delayed. It's okay.
It's coming on. 1 second.
Dude,
Hi,
tell
Mom.
Tell her you're engaged. Tell her you're getting married to her.
I'm taking this girl out on a date.
We'll have fun, Eric.
What? You do not like her? Okay, cool.
What do you mean? What happened?
I love you, Mom. Bye.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. What does it? What did it mean? What happened?
No, she said have fun. She said have fun. She didn't say what
I
happened.
probably look too badass with my shaker.
No, she doesn't think that.
No, that's not at all what she thought.
You see what my brother does on the internet? I don't think she cares.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's get another topic in. Oh, by the way, speaking of Terry Crews, he came out and said he prefers other platforms for streaming because Twitch can be too toxic.
Wait,
Yo,
what?
speaking of that, before I move to that topic, speaking of toxic, dude, honestly, Hassan, instead of merch or anything, if I were you, I would print out a card, hundreds of them, and it'll be called the Toxic Masculinity card, and it'll get you into any bar, it'll get you out of any argument.
I didn't even bring up toxic masculinity. It was Destiny that brought up toxic masculinity
It'll win you
originally.
any arguments. It will get you anything you want in life in 2019. Print those out.
I love this. I love this because, first of all, I wasn't even the one who brought up toxic masculinity. It was Destiny, and I still agree with his perspective. But I like that you wanted to. I like that you wanted to attack me on toxic masculinity because I'm the easier target because you didn't want to go out and offend Destiny and have him fucking rage out over here. But that's cool, man. Maybe it will win arguments. Who knows?
Easier target. I didn't hear of toxic masculinity. To be real with you, I didn't hear about toxic masculinity from Destiny's mouth one time until you came on the platforms. Don't even play victim with me. That's your specialty, victim.
So wait, I taught Destiny about toxic masculinity. Is that what you're saying?
What do you mean?
I'm saying I never in the 4 years that I was aware of Destiny, I've never heard toxic masculinity come out of his mouth or in his vocabulary until he started hanging out with you.
Do you
Not
think
even
they
one
have the
argument.
capacity to change and learn from their past mistakes?
Well, I
Something
mean,
that
hold
they
on.
talked
This
about
isn't even
originally with
true.
babies?
I've spoken about this in the past. I mean, like, it's definitely a thing, right?
Toxic masculinity,
how
is that
often
like
have you-
circa?
Before a song came
Yes.
out, every time I talk to you, I've never heard toxic masculinity.
Well, because we just probably haven't talked about it.
Exactly. But now it comes out of your mouth every other day.
Well, no, now it's because in the context of what we're talking about, it's hyper relevant.
Exactly.
And that's all your fault, Hassan.
Oh,
How
shit.
dare you?
Does anybody have anything to say about
Andy, dude.
I don't know.
Terry Crews saying that Twitch can be too toxic? Do you believe him, or would you try to change his mind?
I think he's just not used to Twitch culture. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that Twitch, there's like just a lot of culture around it that as an outsider, it's like kind of hard to understand. And some of it may come off as like really toxic, but to us who are like a part of it, you know, it's like we get it. It's like the outsiders just don't. You know, I don't know. Like,
I mean,
just
it
think
really
that
depends
Twitch
on what
has,
his chat was like.
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think what would happen if you put like entire Twitch chat in a room? Like, if you could fit everybody in a room. And like everybody was all of a sudden like, do you think these are like actual reasonable people?
It'd be exactly,
No, in real life, no.
opposite. It'd be exactly opposite of your Twitch chat to anyone. It'd be a
No
room.
one would talk.
It'd be a room of silence and extremely foul smells. That's exactly.
I agree. Yes.
No.
It's like people can say so much stuff in chat. I was watching last show. I was watching Isabel's stream after the show was done, and you know he was really mad, and there was some guy in chat being really like annoying and like badass toxic masculinity, I guess, in the chat. And then you talk to that guy on Discord, and he was like a pussy on Discord.
Tapped out immediately.
Well, that's usually what happens when you pull somebody in the chat. But like I said, sometimes you see people talking shit, and you go to their profile, and you're like, oh, this guy must be some geeky loser, right? No. Literally, sometimes it's some Chad or some Tanner that's fucking ripped, and he just still talks shit. You'd think that it's always that way, like they're always some nerdy person, but that's not always the case. They can be Chad or Tanner.
You know what's
I mean,
crazy?
that kind of
The way
behavior
that
is still
they're
stems
shitty
from
life.
insecurity, though, right? So obviously, like, they could be a Chad or a Tanner and still be insecure. I mean, John Zerka is the perfect example of a person who presents himself as like this masculine guy who's a relatively attractive dude, and yet he exhibits a lot of that, a lot of those insecurities. He would definitely be a flamer, you know?
What? Do you think John Zerka's insecure?
Yes. I mean, he can't defend himself, but yes, I think that his personality is mostly projection to hide his
To be fair,
insecurities.
to be
and
fair,
I know this because I used to be that person. Okay?
Vote, chat.
I'm coming at it from
yeah. I mean, to be
my own
fair,
personal
I think everyone has insecurity. I truly do. I think everyone has insecurity, and everyone in this call. I mean,
I do.
you know,
I'm
think
insecure.
I think everyone has I have insecurities. I think
I'm
Destiny does.
insecure about the girth of my
Everyone does.
penis.
Okay, come on, chill. I'm
Same,
talking about shit.
Raj. Same.
No, like
Mine's
seriously,
like
like
a pimple.
I'm very happy with the length, but I just wish I could be a little bit more girthy. That's all I asked for.
You can
I've
get
even
a cock sleeve.
take maca, dude.
What? What's maca?
Maca root.
Oh, is that some sort of fake supplement to make your penis thicker?
Well, I don't know, but people who know more than I do about this sort of stuff recommended it to me, and I used to take it every now and then. And they claimed it was veinier.
Oh,
There are two things that you can do to your penis. There are 2 or 3 things you can do. One is to tie a rubber band around the base or whatever if you're having problems like staying erect. 2 is to take like a Cialis or a Viagra if you're having problems staying erect.
Oh,
the only way
no.
to actually make your penis longer is to have a surgery where you cut the ligament at the base at the bottom, which helps it stand out a little bit
Why do
more.
you know this?
Oh my god.
Because I know because I like fucking people, dude. I don't know, it's my shit. But there's no real way to like actually enlarge your penis. And the easiest way to know this, the second there is a real penis enlargement thing or like a real like fat burning thing, like this will be the most commonly advertised thing and every single person will know about it. If there is a way to enlarge your dick, it would not be a secret. It would literally be the most popular selling fucking thing in
Kirk,
the whole world.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What's up?
Didn't Canute give you a penis enhancement?
Yeah, he gave me 2 of these. It was like an orange flavored Cialis. It was like in a goo
Was it good?
form. It was very tasty, but I took 2 of them, and I think you're only supposed to take 1. And my buddy Austin went to go get food, and I was like, oh, this shit's not working. It's not giving me a boner. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna start watching some porn while he's
In the middle of just right.
Well, no, you were gone for like an hour and a half, okay? So, so I was just like, I'm gonna see if this works. My boner would not go away, so I fell asleep with a boner, and I woke up with a boner, and then in the morning, I had a boner for 6 hours. It would not go away.
That's not good.
But don't they say if you have an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you should call your doctor?
Yeah.
Fuck no, if it lasts
Of course, if you don't need that. Why do you take pills like that if you don't need it?
You'll know what to do.
Well, I never did that before. I never did Viagra
To
before
see.
anything.
You just wanted
I
to
was
see.
curious.
And
Yeah,
for
I
some
understand.
reason, Canute had a lot of it.
You have a boner, I can see your veins.
Everybody,
God damn it.
look at that nerd. All right, okay. The poll is out, and the votes are in. Okay, the winner of the last round is EROBB.
Jesus Christ.
EROBB won the last poll. Destiny, you get to decide now.
Destiny's gonna axe me again. He's not gonna survive.
Destiny,
It's the lowest votes.
it's between S-Van and Izzy Bear. Who is it going to be, S-Van?
I'm sorry, Izzy. It looks like you're coming back next week.
Yeah, looks like I'm fucking back next week, chat.
All right, Izzy, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Go ahead and shout
Bye,
yourself
Izzy.
out.
All right, yep. As always, IzzyBear71 on Twitch chat and chat. I'll see you next week.
All right, peace out, Izzy. Thank you. All right. Oh, man, how's everybody feeling? You've all survived to this point. Does it feel good? Woohoo!
I'm so proud.
Seriously, what an accomplishment to survive the RAJJ Royale. It's amazing.
Oh, and on the boner shit real quick, for the erection lasting more than 4 hours, if
Yeah.
you're just like really sexually excited, I don't think that's a big problem. The erection lasting 4 hours or longer is they're worried that you might have a condition called I think it's priapism or something, but it's basically like if your fucking blood gets trapped in there and can't like get out, but like that'll hurt. It's not just gonna be like, oh, I'm like turned on for 5 hours or whatever.
Oh, well, I don't think he was turned on. He just had a boner.
Well, I didn't feel in any danger or anything. Like it was just, you know, I just had I've had boners when I was younger.
You
for
told me it
longer than
hurt, though,
normal.
didn't you? Didn't it? It was
I
hurting.
can't-
No.
I can't believe Destiny's here talking about all of this stuff about penises, and yet he still has not revealed his jelking techniques. Disgusting.
My what? Jelking? What the fuck is that?
Never mind.
Jelking only works temporarily.
Wait, what the fuck is jelking?
Jelking is where you get a
like-
warm towel and you yank on your wiener with a warm towel, and it makes your wiener look longer because it's semi-erect. Like before you, it's like fluffing yourself.
Wait,
But it works
yanking
temporarily.
your wiener with a warm
It's temporary,
towel?
yes. It
It's
only
a-
works
it does
for like
work.
It's an
maybe
ancient
5 to
technique,
10
boys.
minutes. Yeah.
Oh.
Look it up.
Ancient Chinese secret.
For 5 to
Wait,
10
if that
I
was
don't know if
true,
it's
if that
too
was
much.
true, then fucking a woman should make your penis look longer because they're hot on the inside. No, like
Well, it's got to be half erect and like kind of tugged on with a warm towel.
So before you
Think
said
of it- imagine it like a workout for your penis.
But that's the new dick pic meta then. Every
I
time
will
you
say
take a
that
picture-
I had
how
sex
can you
last
work-
night.
Your
and
penis
it
doesn't
did-
have a muscle in it. How can you work it out? What do you
Kirk
mean?
doesn't count, Rod.
Mine has a muscle.
Oh.
Mine has a muscle.
What, you saying men can't have sex with men, you fucking misogynistic,
No,
fucking
he's your roommate.
intolerant
Brag
pig?
about fucking your roommate.
You intolerant pig, huh?
It just doesn't count. You
Wow.
Can't, you can't,
Unbelievable.
You
If
can't
I-
brag about fucking
Oh,
your
so you're
roommate.
just
It's like
assuming
saying
that
I
we're
fucked my
roommates and we're not
girlfriend.
together?
Yeah, huh?
Is that what
What,
you're
two
trying to
men
say?
can't
Like
be
saying
together, you
fucked
fucking
your
pig?
girlfriend. That's what I'm saying.
You fucking pig! God, Hassan's such a fucking pig. What is that? What's that fucking emote? Well, get the fucking Mizkif out of here! The fuck? Shit! All right. Oh my God, 21 Savage got deported. Oh my God, I don't know if we should talk about that. We've already talked about that in multiple different areas. Okay, here we go. Gucci.
21.
Gucci released a potentially insensitive sweater recently. All right. Should they be held accountable for hate speech?
What did the sweater stand for?
Okay, so let me provide an image of the sweater, Gucci sweater. I'm gonna post it here in the Discord. I don't want I don't want to show it on stream just in case. So it is a sweater that resembles blackface, according to the backlash on Twitter. I posted it in my lobby on Discord. All right, and it sparked a bunch of outrage on Twitter, and this was actually during Black History Month. Tremendous amount of outrage, people calling them racist, and they responded by apologizing and stop the selling of the jumper. Tariq Nasheed commented on it, and
no, that guy's a fucking troll, though.
okay. Anyway, So what do you guys think of this? I'm curious. Do you think they should have apologized? Should they have issued something regarding it? Should they be held accountable? Are people jumping to conclusions and drawing assumptions? But go on. You guys talk.
Yeah,
sorry.
people just want something to complain about. What the fuck?
I don't
This
know.
is
I
what's
think
wrong
it's-
with the world
I think
2019.
it's kind of legitimate. It looks, I don't know. I'm like,
It looks really bad. It was just a dumb idea. You probably shouldn't.
People should be getting
Does every-
fired or something. Like, who okayed that?
They sell like in sports stores. They sell that stuff all the time. If it's
No,
cold,
they
like,
do not. They do not sell anything that looks
cool.
like this in sports stores.
Yeah.
No
I
way.
think it's a
Yeah,
little
like if you-
racist.
Wait,
No
what are we
way.
looking up real
The
quick?
only thing
Yeah,
that's
I put it in the
different
lobby.
is
It's a USA.
the
Look,
lips.
it's in the lobby on Discord. But go
I
on,
have
go
one
on,
of
Kenny.
these things at home.
No, the
I
lips
have-
are kind of what make it. That's the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
without the lips, it's just
Oh.
like a black thing. But like the lips are in the US, like sometimes racist caricatures show black people with huge lips or whatever. It's kind of the meme.
But do you think that was the intention of?
No, I don't think that was the intention.
I don't
at
think it
all.
was. No, absolutely.
Like I think here's the thing. Honestly, they should apologize for the fact that that thing cost $900. Like that's.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's Gucci. Like that's what you're paying for the label, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not only that, look at those fucking glasses. What the fuck are those? Those are fucking goggles, fucking Soldier 76 in Overwatch.
Why would anybody
Fucking
ever buy?
visors.
The only thing that's pretty in a Gucci store is like the original tee.
So you guys don't think that there's anything wrong with people being outraged towards them or anything
I
like
do.
that?
So unnecessary to be mad about it. I think.
Yeah,
it's
I mean, like
unnecessary.
it's. Yeah, I know there's lips on it, but like, dude, it's like some posh. Like, I mean, obviously, like they're gonna do things that like look stupid and like trying to be like fashionable. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
It's gonna be,
actually.
it's gonna be over the top. Like, how like other than that, like other than the fact that it's halfway up, it's not that much different than like a ski mask. What is the like the
Yeah.
balaclava or whatever? It's not that much different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You guys
Like-
really think that's bad? Does anyone
I have
actually think
one of
that's
those.
They
bad?
might
know.
think there's some kind of artistry behind it, maybe, but like still. Looking
As
at
someone who's been to a lot of
I just-
antique stores, those are definitely blackface lips. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
No, the fuck, it's
I'd
like a
say they
little
look
red
like
outline
blackface
around the
lips.
lip
I
area.
don't think that
It's-
was the intention, though. I like to think that people.
I think the
good
design is
intentions.
cool though. Like having a half balaclava turtleneck. I like that.
I think it looks
Shouldn't have
stupid.
done it with. They just shouldn't have done a fucking black sweater with massive red lips.
yeah.
And they wouldn't have gotten under. They wouldn't have been scrutinized in this way. I think it's like unintentional or not. It is very obviously. I mean, it very obviously looks like blackface. So
Mhm. Well, it's good for Gucci to just take it away and apologize. It's the easy way out, so it's good.
Okay. So Gucci's not racist.
No, it's probably just a
Absolutely
dumb.
not. Absolutely not.
No way somebody
is
does
usually-
something like this intentionally, right? It was just kind of tone deaf and stupid.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, there was sure a lot of outrage on Twitter. I thought you guys were gonna have
Yeah,
a lot
because
more.
like a lot of people.
no,
are
there
like,
is a lot of outrage on Twitter. People are like calling, like Ti is calling the fucking boycott Gucci. A lot of black artists, rappers have talked about how they want to Soulja Boy as well. They want to boycott Gucci. They're canceled or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's their
Do you think
perspective.
it's
It's not like I'm gonna go out and buy Gucci anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah, like it's.
This
matter
might
to
be
me.
an example of not to trigger anybody here, but this might be an example of where having some diversity is probably good in your business. Because I could be wrong, but I feel like it would be really hard for me to imagine that somebody that was black looked at this and was like, yeah, that looks chill. Like I could be wrong, but I don't know.
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm not even trying to be like edgy or whatever.
Thought it looked cool or something.
Wait, what? Josh, you think it looks cool?
I think it looks pretty cool. Like I would never buy. I know. Like I literally just all the clothes I'm wearing. I literally just got given. I don't know. I would never buy clothes myself. Fuck that. But like I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know.
I love how this podcast just fought for. You know, never mind. I'm.
Go on.
No, do it.
Go on,
No,
Trevor.
I
Go on,
already
Trevor.
did. No, Rich,
No, make your point. You've made great points so
fucking
far.
inconsistent. It's just disgusting to me.
What are we
Inconsistent.
inconsistent on?
disgusting.
What do you
completely
mean?
Disgusting, dude.
What's inconsistent? You see inconsistency? Call it out. Come on.
You just fought die-hardingly for people you don't know. Like I said, because it's the thing to milk right now, but you can't understand the perspective of these black. Wait,
what did I fight die-heartedly for? What did I fight die-heartedly for?
The entire feminism argument we were having.
I wasn't.
You were.
No, I wasn't.
No.
No, you're a leftist mob guy now, dude. Sorry.
No, I said explicitly I agree with Candy and that people should hold more responsibility to fit within whatever culture exists at the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't. You're like putting a point on me that I never said.
You weren't fighting hard enough, so you must be a lefty.
I felt like everything that I was saying. It seemed like you were. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Keep in mind. Keep in mind.
Actually.
Oh, then you're good. Then Josh, you're completely good. Then the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. Keep in mind.
You're good. I love you. You're good.
30
I love you.
Yeah.
Rest of the podcast.
Yeah. Wait, what about me?
Wait, do you not love me anymore, Train? I love you. I'm sorry for arguing.
Destiny, I love you, bro. I'm gonna come to California. We're gonna fucking grab lunch, grab dinner. We're gonna whip our dicks out, play some RuneScape, play some Minecraft. We're gonna sit on your Reddit. We're gonna fucking look through it together while we wink each other off. I mean, that's what we're gonna do.
Under the desk.
Hey, by the way, I want to say something. Go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead.
Train loves to get mad because people like inappropriately label others racist or misogynist or whatever, but then he inappropriately labels people leftist whenever he doesn't agree with them.
Well, I'm literally the most. I'm 100% the most right-wing person here, like without a doubt.
I'm left.
Don't be proud of that, dude. Hold on.
I mean, like
Hell yeah, brother.
No, I'm not saying I'm super right-wing. I'm saying here. No. Like I mean, like here.
Josh, show him the hat. Show him the hat.
Oh yeah, it's all the way over there. I can't get it.
Josh, go get it.
Huh?
It's the Make America Great Again hat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Make Azeroth Great Again.
Oh,
okay.
On a serious note,
cool.
though, yeah. On a serious note, though, no trolling and no bullshit. You know, no persona or anything. No, stop. No, stop.
Why do you make fun of us for having a
no persona? No persona. No bullshit. On a real note, though, I think we should keep it consistent. If we're gonna fight hard for one end of the spectrum. Or I shouldn't say end of the spectrum. If we're gonna fight for, you know, feminism very hard and understand people that we've never met, we should understand the perspective of people who are upset about this and fight for them. And you should keep it consistent. That's my genuine opinion with no trolling.
I think if anyone is genuinely upset about this and doesn't just think it's a little bit like, oh, okay, they fucked up, whatever, just remove it. If anyone is like viscerally like, actually fuck Gucci, this is like no. If anyone's upset about that, I hate them. I've got no time for that kind of person.
Agree.
I agree.
So unnecessary.
Oh, do you disagree, Hassan?
I understand why some people might find this incredibly intolerant and incredibly offensive, especially because historic depictions of blackface were created to delegitimize black people and monolith them and stereotype them and dehumanize them.
Yes, I agree with Hassan for once. I agree with him completely.
What?
So you can't. You probably can't put yourself in their shoes and be like, oh, I wonder why this is bad, because it doesn't pertain to you. It doesn't impact you in any meaningful way. I myself am not personally offended by this. I already said that I think the design is cool. I guess if they used a different color for the lips, or if they didn't even do like a lip thing, they could have avoided this problem. And I think Destiny's absolutely correct when he says if there was a black employee who was fucking sitting in the room, they'd be like, no, don't fucking do that.
But
that's
just out of
obviously black.
This is just a side question to expand off of Destiny. Do you think that companies should hire based on fulfilling?
That's a way more complicated question. We don't want to go.
I wouldn't go there. Yeah, that's way different.
Oh, can of worms.
All right. Okay.
Like,
all right. Well,
blackface is. I mean, maybe this is like way out of line, but blackface is predominantly a U.S. thing. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like,
no, it's not.
No. Okay, at a high school Halloween party a few years ago, some of the people I knew in high school showed up to that party. It they fully blacked up, gangster rappers, chains and stuff, and so on. No one. No one
People
cared.
in Australia do that a bunch too.
No one cared. No one had any issue with it. No one even retrospectively has had any issue with that I've seen. Right? Like, was this super racist? Like, I'm sincerely asking, was this like some super racist thing that all of us were completely unaware of? Everyone's parents were completely unaware of. Like, was this something that was?
What did they do?
They just dressed up fully black and they were a gangster rapper for the night.
Did they have that black face? Did they have like
fully black. It wasn't like a caricature of it. They just like
I'd say that's pretty racist.
Did they put red lipstick around their lips to make their lips look larger?
No.
Okay. So it's probably still bad, but the thing that we're talking about right now is like with mixed depictions, the big black red lip. I mean, the big red lips is what makes it definitely blackface.
Don't post
I like
links
the
in
picture
there.
I like the picture of a Spanish parade.
Okay.
There's an example of European
and also,
blackface.
if I'm not mistaken, there's like Black Pete in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
And it's something that people are criticizing. It's something that people are talking about as well.
Hassan, can I comment on this, Hassan?
Where there are virtually no black people whatsoever. I kind of understand why people wouldn't understand the intricacies of African American culture and like what African Americans go through or anything like that, like systemic racism, I kind of give a little bit more leeway to non-diverse nations like Turkey
I mean,
or people
okay,
or like Chinese people, for example, who have their own unique set of different like stereotypes as far as like fairness of skin.
I mean, these parties were pretty diverse, right? Like, I'm not gonna pretend it was like everyone was white and there was a few people. Like, no, these parties were pretty. I'm from the north of England, but like the school I went to and the friends I had were pretty diverse in that sense. No one had any problem with it, and like I'm sure they would have said because they spoke about other things they're uncomfortable about. It's not like they were oppressed and they didn't feel they couldn't speak up. Oh
my
like,
God.
Well, I think it's
pretty
fine
confident.
if somebody got offended by it. It's like then it's about how you react. Like if someone says, I can dress up however I want to dress up, little bitch. Like you can, maybe he says that or he says, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take.
I just
this off."
realized. I need to correct myself. Destiny, I used the word wink. I don't know why I use that word. It's very weird. I meant we're gonna jerk each other off, not wink each other. That's very weird. We're gonna jerk each other. I just wanted to
Wait,
correct.
what the fuck is the difference?
I don't like the word wink. It sounds very sissy. Yeah, and that is toxic masculinity.
That is. I was just gonna say toxic masculinity. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Listen,
Mhm.
I meant
agree,
jerk. I meant jerk. Continue on. Sorry about that. I had to correct that.
Or stroke.
But I just want to say, Hassan, I was in a mall in Amsterdam, and Santa Claus came out, and then following 10 white people with blackface, and I was like, "What the fuck is going
Oh,
on?"
that was in Germany, wasn't
No,
it?
that was in Amsterdam. There was like
Oh,
10.
that was Amsterdam.
Wait, Santa Claus in blackface?
No,
they
Santa
were-
Claus's
I thought
helpers
they,
were
like
in black.
chimney sweepers, though.
Yeah, and then they went and walked through the red light district.
No,
Well, they
dude,
were-
that
they
was
were
Mary
chimney
Poppins.
sweepers.
Like they were the chimney sweepers. in
But I
Mary
think they
Poppins.
were. There was still a controversy about it being blackface, and it's kind of like
Oh.
whether it's either, you know,
Oh.
it could be either or.
You know, Persian Santa Claus is like in like Persian in Iranian culture, Santa Claus is black. Our version
Really?
of Santa Claus is black. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Haji
pretty
Firuz?
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Huh.
I don't think Haji Firuz is Santa Claus, dude.
Well, it's like our version of him because there's like Boba Noah, but like it's like the same
No,
version.
Baba Noel is Santa Claus, and he's
I
not.
know, but it's like the same kind of thing because
No,
like people
it's not.
celebrate it.
Haji Firuz is not.
Oh,
Santa
he's
Claus.
gatekeeping
I
Santa
think,
Claus
like,
from you now.
as long as we use
Noel
treat each
Boba
other with
is
respect.
Santa Claus.
But who do
I
they
think
have
what
for
Esme's
Haji
saying is
Firuz?
that there's a different person who also is similar to Santa Claus.
Go ahead and vote, chat. You're voting for who you want to keep, but go ahead, guys.
Haji
Sorry.
Firuz is something completely different.
Yeah, but they don't have somebody to relate to. That's why I just said like it's basically like Santa
Baba,
Claus.
yeah, but Baba Noel is our Santa Claus in Persian,
Right.
in Iranian, and he's
Right.
he's a white guy. But I just want to make that.
Is he redneck?
What? No, he's not. Bubba Noah was fucking brown, dude. What are you talking about?
I meant, you know what I meant.
Train hasn't slept in over 30 hours. Like,
Okay,
he's over 30
yeah,
hours.
I'm just saying, like, he's definitely brown, or even Saint Nicholas, I think, like,
Well,
even in.
technically, I don't know if you know this, but Iran, listen, never mind. Let's.
Yeah, I know. Iran is the original Aryan or whatever you were gonna say. They're not Arab.
Hassan, I'm gifting you some subs tonight, dude. Good job.
Wait.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, we're gonna talk about the card, the Overwatch card covering up. Have you seen
I
that?
wanted to talk about that.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. All right, that's
I hope
next.
the neckbeards got what they fucking want.
Okay, here we go. Oh, Casey wanted to talk about it, but she's in the bottom too. All right, that's interesting.
Well, if she gets kicked, we should just talk about it real quick.
Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, vote for who you want to keep, not kick. Keep, not kick.
Here.
EROBB's beating everybody.
EROBB is not lost.
I didn't say a word that whole round.
Won every round.
Keep it
He
down,
won every
dude.
round.
Yeah, Erob, you don't deserve it.
All right, in the bottom two.
Not the voter.
The Candyland and S-Van. Let's
What?
see here.
Oh.
That happened.
All right.
No, everybody voted for Casey.
Okay, it's time to... I'll call a vote in just a second. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick. By the way, hit that follow button. We're close to 330,000 followers. Whoa.
Holy shit, dude, you're grinding.
That's so crazy.
Well, I mean, not really. 4 days a week, 4 hours a stream. You know how it is.
You're putting so much work in it.
Oh, come on. You guys, without it,
God.
without you guys, it's not even possible. Come on. All right.
Who? Oh.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. All right. Everybody who says no doesn't know that I'm debating all of them because they're all following me because my stream's in follower only mode. So if you're saying no in the chat, you're already following me because it's in follower only mode. All right, the winner of the poll is
no and unfollowed, dude.
Oh, they say no and unfollowed. All right, bottom two, S-Fan and Candyland. All right, EROBB, make a decision.
I like S-Man, but Candyland's so hot. Fuck. Shit.
The classic man dilemma right here.
Oh my god. Okay, S-Man, I'm sorry, man. Don't beat
No,
me up.
I have to stream anyway. It's fine.
Don't beat me up.
All right, S-Fan, thank you so much, man, for coming. Go ahead and give yourself a shout out.
Hey guys, I'm S-Fan. I'm really sad that I lost, and I'm probably gonna go cry before I stream.
Oh.
Follow him at SFan TV, guys. SFan TV. ESFAND TV.
You're the fucking man, S-Fan. Thanks for showing up, man.
Yeah, of
Appreciate
course.
you.
No, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Love you.
All right, see you guys later.
Take care. Peace out.
ESFAND TV.
Peace. All right,
Damn.
ladies and gentlemen.
EROBB, dicks before chicks, dude. What
Yo, I can't help.
EROBB, JOBP, dude. Jerk off before picking, brother.
I know. I'm
All
sorry.
right, we got
I'm
a
out
new
of fun.
topic. I think I'm allowed to show both of these photos, right? Of the right? I'm able to show it.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. The two Hearthstone.
So there's two Hearthstone photos, right? So this is gonna preface the topic. So look at the stream here. Hearthstone changed, or Blizzard changed the look of Jaina Proudmoore, some card, and this is what was the original card, and then here is the next one that they showed. Okay, this is the one that it got changed to. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, here we go. All right, this is what it got changed to. She got covered up more in the second rendition of it. Instead of she's not revealing as much cleavage. It's tightened up a little bit. Tell me when everybody's seen it.
Where are you posting these things at?
I see one of
They're
them.
on the screen. They're on the screen. Sorry.
Oh,
Take a look. So the left is before and the right is after.
what the fuck? Why?
Okay.
Right?
Paying for this shit.
Okay, so anyway, so this is what happened. This is what they decided to do. This is what Blizzard decided to do with an Overwatch character that's been in Hearthstone for years. Is this a sign of I guess I put it in quotes of the neckbeards getting what they want?
I feel like it kind of is. This is the utopia that the incels want, where girls have to wear those like dumb tit napkins.
Well, isn't it?
And it just
as an incel, I disagree strongly.
Isn't it the opposite of
Listen,
what?
yeah,
I need to drop
exactly.
a nuclear bomb here, okay? Listen, no, I am. Listen, I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna sit here and shut my mouth and listen to you guys. The floor is yours. Listen. I'm so sick of this just generalizing this incel thing and just using it as an easy card out to make fun of like lonely guys. Listen, realistically, let me tell you now, incels are actually the opposite of what everyone defines them as.
Okay.
They wish these tits are out. Secretly, they wish. They're not going to secretly complain. Publicly, they might do it because they see it as, oh, if I can't get it, I'm going to be a dick because it protects my ego, blah, blah, blah. But secretly, if you messaged any of these incels, they would be loving you, complimenting you, wanting you. They're secretly jerking off to that Jaina Proudmoore.
Yes.
Pissed that
Train,
shit
I want before you go on, I want to say something. I want to say something, Train. 1 second. Train. Hold on. Slicker, 1 second, Casey. 1 second. Slicker just messaged me before you said that, Train, and said I fapped to her once. Rest in peace.
Exactly.
That's what he said. Anyway,
exactly. I need to drop this and educate people because everyone just thinks, oh, the incels got what they want. No, they're pissed.
All right, Casey. Casey, go ahead.
That is the smartest thing you said all day, Trent.
That decision.
100%.
I wonder who took that decision to cover her up. What the fuck?
It's Blizzard, man. Blizzard are fucked. Everything they've done recently has been fucked. They're run by.
Bad before. Like it's like so like not bad. Like that's hardly even bad.
Yeah.
It's probably
Casey,
the very loud few that got their way to change it.
The hilarity of this, though, is that a lot of times I think when incels are perpetuating these like damaging ideas of like women shouldn't be able to wear this, women should be able to wear that, or whatever, they are kind of contributing to that outrage culture and that's part of the reason why companies make decisions like this. Just
Can we
for
talk
the
about
record.
incel
And I
for a
think that's
second?
why people are saying that this is like kind of why incels were partially responsible for it.
Yeah, I think the only people that reported this. I'll be honest. Here's my idea, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but this is my idea of the people who reported this. It's literally one of two people, in my opinion. One, extremely religious, right? Or two, I'm talking 39 or 40 plus, married with 3 kids. Their 3 kids play this game. They overlooked it during some sort of studying, and they saw this. They thought it was inappropriate because they have fucking HBO blocked on their fucking cable. I'm telling you, it's married couples, fucking 40-plus-year-olds, and fucking extremely religious people. I'm telling you, this has nothing to do with incels. Incels it's just the generalized people to attack when anything happens to women. I'm telling you, incel is just
Kind
the
of
way
like
out. It's the
leftist, right?
scapegoat. I'm left. No, I'm left.
Kind of like leftist outrage, don't you think?
No, I'm left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Holy
It's
shit.
just gonna move the horniness from Hearthstone to DeviantArt.
I don't understand. I think it's really cool that the girls in video games are sexy. I like that.
Agree.
But yeah, but like, do you think this is like ridiculous? Like, is anybody outraged? Come on, this is the RAJJ podcast. Somebody cut somebody's throat.
I
Come
think
on.
it's fucking bullshit. Like, why
Yeah, I think
why
it's
does
stupid.
Jaina have to cover up her boobs? Why are
I agree.
boobs bad? Why do they need to be covered? Like,
Not
I don't
to
know.
ma-
I know Trainwrecks was saying kids were playing. I just don't think that there's any kids playing Hearthstone.
I don't think
Overwatch characters
It's a
that
children's
got
game. Of
changed.
course there are.
I don't think anyone plays.
Nuh-uh. No,
anymore.
Hearthstone isn't
No.
a children's game. It's an
Oh
autism.
yes, it is. Yeah, children's game.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, no. I think it's like kids can see tits or I don't know. Maybe it's
So
just
somebody
like-
said that.
Tracer's butt pose.
So somebody said that the reason why they changed it was to sell in China. Is this true? Somebody was just saying that in the chat.
Oh,
Okay,
could be
if that's
why a
true,
lot
that's
of
a
changes,
different
weird
thing.
changes get made in games and whatnot. Same thing with like Germany
I don't
too.
know.
Like sometimes people relabel like different types of like you can't take drugs in games, so they have to relabel them to fantasy names and shit. Like I know that's happened in the past. But...
Interesting. So
Oh, I'm thinking so hard, my brain hurts.
I kind of wanted to go.
Wait, can we talk about incels for a second? Because
Yeah.
I actually have an issue with this person, right? When the fuck did incel just mean like asshole guy? Okay, it means involuntarily celibate, a state that many men are in completely out of their control, and they are not bad guys. They do not hate feminists. They don't want to hurt anyone. They don't want any bad things. They just, for whatever reason, some mad conspiracy, can't get sex. Okay?
No, it's because
try to
that doesn't make you a bad person.
It stems from the community, dude.
Huh?
yeah, it's because every
stems from the
incel
Reddit
community is literal fucking cancer.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate, as the incel ambassador, I appreciate that, but hey, listen, I'm not going to even fight for that one. That's reaching a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
they might be a little
what it means,
asshole, okay?
involuntarily
We
celibate.
might be assholes,
No,
okay?
dude,
But
dude, it's the reason why people have this strong reaction to incels is because incels self-identify as toxic or violent or misogynistic in their own communities, and you can easily go and take a look at it if you go to like the now banned incel community. There's brain cells too. Like these are all communities in which like people are not just talking about how it sucks that I can't get laid, but they're talking about how there's a red pill that you swallow to become a part of the incel culture, and that's when you understand the dynamic between women and men, and there's such a thing as female hypergamy, and you can't have sex because of the system.
Well,
and because
no,
of
here's the thing.
feminism.
Josh is right. No, Josh is right. But here's the thing. Josh, you're right. But those people that you're classifying as involuntary celibate, they're not actually the incels that Hassan is using the word incel for. Those people are just, in their own boat. Like incels used way differently now. It's not the actual definition. Incel specifically, involuntary celibate asshole. Like that's how incels used in today's day and age.
Well, I mean, even the term itself has a lot baked into it. Like involuntarily celibate makes it sound like other people are forcing your celibacy on you. I mean,
They
just in
are.
the, well, no, they're not.
Well,
Wait. Am I an incel?
have you had sex before?
No.
Yeah, I've had sex before, but
Then you're
not
not
in
an
a while.
Ibram,
I've been-
you're
Okay,
not
well,
incel,
maybe,
you're-
maybe.
Bro, you just chose
You're a
Candyland.
born again incel.
Can you turn
You've
into
met
an
your quota.
incel after having sex?
Yeah, a
No,
born,
that'd be like
yeah,
becoming straight
yeah.
edge after doing drugs.
A
You can't.
born-again
That's all or
incel.
nothing. That's a ride or die, my dude.
yeah, it's a born again incel.
I enjoy the incel word because after being called a cam girl for like years, whenever somebody calls me that and I can say, oh, an incel, and it gets them like really triggered, you know, that's really rewarding to me. You know what I'm saying?
Do you guys think guys can be... oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think there's too much hostility from both sides. Both sides could do with listening a little bit more, right?
Agreed.
Like, what? Like, you hear someone's an incel.
What do I need to listen to from the incels to cover up more? I don't think so.
No one's telling you. Believe me, no one is telling you to cover up more.
I don't know.
That's
I
not...
just don't think I
Well,
need to
Jaina
listen to
covered
the
up.
incels.
Yeah, but that was for
honest.
China, apparently. That's for China, right? That's
Well,
that's nothing to do with
we
incels.
don't
That's
know.
China's problem. That's not ours. Incels' problem. Sorry, not ours. But no, like, okay, why are there so many young disenfranchised men who feel like this? Why is that happening?
I mean, for a variety of reasons. What specifically are you asking? Why they can't?
Yeah, okay, we'll ignore the can't have sex thing. We'll go to what Hassan said about like why there's so many men who feel like, you know, they're being betrayed by women and they hate them. Like, why is that happening?
I mean, like, this is a really complicated, sexuality is a really complicated intersection between like a lot of different movements. That kind of sounds like a non-answer, but I mean, I don't know if there's even any evidence that there are less young men having sex today than who used to have sex. Is that like even true?
Probably
young
because
people
we live inside now.
Young people generally are having less sex. That is, I'm pretty sure you can look that up. I've
No
read
way.
something.
Probably because we are online
young
so
people,
much.
Yeah, young people
Well, and
now
then
are
you
definitely
have to
having less sex.
about sexual
there's a lot
education
of
and
speculation surrounding
abstinence.
why millennials are having less sex, but we don't know conclusively why millennials are
Mhm.
having less sex. This is like a huge point of contention.
But they are having less sex.
But that is true. It is
natural
true
because
that
God
millennials
raised
are
the
having less sex.
prettiest people on the earth. Maybe
Wait,
it's
just to chime
natural.
in, so that's actually true.
Wait, there's more
There's
people on
apparently
the
a study
earth
that says that that younger millennials are twice as likely to be sexually inactive in their early 20s as compared to Gen Xers.
But we don't know what the causes are, and this is
I'll
like
tell
I
you
was
what
saying.
the causes
I
are.
think
I'll tell you one of the
it's something that
causes.
people are trying to figure out, but
But we have Tinder. What the fuck?
Listen,
Tinder
one of the
is
main
one of the
causes-
things. Tinder is
one of
one
the
of the
main
things
causes
that
is
probably
fucking
plays
hentai.
into it because on
I don't
Tinder.
know. A lot of people say it's the internet.
Hentai is
that
ruining
connects us more
America.
than anything.
Hey,
Is it
listen,
porn? Do you think
dude.
it's on the access to internet porn?
No. Listen, dude. I'll tell you the main reason, okay? And let's all be real for us. Let's be real with ourselves for a second, okay? It's a worth it reason. But
Tell us,
listen,
Dad.
Twitch, okay? Look at us. We're on this thing fucking 24 hours a day. We skip our meals to watch streamers. We skip our goddamn jerk-off sessions to watch streamers. We skip our water breaks. We skip our sleep. We're watching Twitch. We're dropping anything we can on there. Hey, listen, Twitch definitely is in the top 10 reasons, and it's just true.
But Trainwreck, what did you say that Twitch is also a reason you've gotten sex and got popular in the last couple of years? Don't you think you're getting more sex because of Twitch?
Also, Train is not incorrect.
I'm just
We're talking
saying.
about dopamine in general. Like,
Yeah.
we can so easily find pleasure elsewhere, and we don't have to resort to such such primal things. I mean, I personally still love sex and would rather do that over Twitch, but
Hold on,
I
wait,
think for
first
people,
of all-
it's a
Yeah,
lot
but you can
easier
get it
to just,
easily.
like watch.
Ooh.
What?
It's so much easier to be on Twitch, though. Like, I don't know.
And also, Twitch is just a substitute for everything else that's going on with technological achievements. I don't think train means like literally people aren't having sex because everyone's on fucking
I need to
Twitch.
clear this because there's a bunch of normies in chat that came over from the Fortnite section and still using poggers, saying true to Casey Tron. Listen, I dated my. No, you're not. I dated my girlfriend. My girlfriend from when I was hated on Twitch. When I had 10 viewers, I was with my girlfriend. So no.
Wait, did she know you from Twitch?
Yes. So
Oh wait, then you just made. Oh no, you're making her argument for her.
No, I'm not, because she said when I got popular. She said no.
But the fact that you're on Twitch is how she found you. So that's
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. She said when I got popular. That was her key word. I just want to clarify that.
Okay.
Did you like you before you were popular?
I just have heard of what's happening
I just said we dated when I
and
was
people having sex and orgies, drugs.
I've never seen
All
these
because of
orgies at
Twitch.
conventions. Where are they?
I've heard of them. I don't know.
Sam.
Guys.
Kirk has been trying to get laid at every
specifically for sex.
I was just memeing about it.
Kirk, tell him.
Yes, Candyland. Yes, I was with her before I got popular. Yes, I was.
You
With
don't
her
wanna
before I
tell
got big.
Okay, that's cute.
I met her I met her when I was at 100 viewers. But anyways, go ahead.
Wait, that's popular. 100 viewers?
Yeah.
100
Okay,
viewers.
not even high road. Yeah. Okay. Fuck off, man. I'm.
Would somebody please sleep with my best friend Kirk, please, if you're listening?
Shut the fuck up.
I will.
Hey, I've lost a lot of weight though. That's to be fair.
He's very good looking. I don't understand. Like every convention is a pursuit for a nut, and it is we're almost there.
I usually have to go to massage
Don't put it
parlors.
out there like it's as if he's desperate.
No, he's not.
I know.
desperate.
I'm
No.
not really-
Kirk gets a
maybe I
lot
don't
of
try
action.
and
Kirk
hard
gets a
enough.
lot of action.
I
There
don't
you
try
go.
hard enough, I think. But I don't
And
know.
I'm joking, by the
But
way.
I
I'm
don't
not.
wanna
I'm
hear
not soliciting my friend for sex. Twitch. That was a joke. All right. Please don't take that literally. And stop linking his channel,
Look,
AJ.
Can we
like
speculate
that.
about the serious reasons why we don't think millennials are having sex? Because I think it's an interesting conversation to have, especially trying to figure out like why some men feel alienated and some men feel even violent thoughts about their current state of sexual activity. I think that's like genuinely a massive problem. And I try to personally solve that for people who come onto my stream all the time. I try to talk to them about like how to talk to girls and shit.
Oh, yeah, I think it sucks. Like, I want to have more sex for sure, and I wish that my stream and everybody is watching me also wanted to.
Hey, I can help you.
Okay,
with
this
that.
kind of shit, what you're saying is
Come
why guys
on,
are
dude.
incel, okay? What you're saying right now leads people to incel them. Holy shit.
What do you
Oh
mean?
my
What do you
God.
mean?
No, Candy, you say that, and then I meet you in an airport, and you don't even offer. Explain.
Well, no, of course I wouldn't offer at
Well,
an airport.
why-
I want to.
well-
Also, I don't know. I don't
said
want
she wants
to.
to have
Oh, so you say it, and then when it's actually there, all of a
Okay,
sudden,
yeah, I
oh
will.
no.
I wanna have
Hey,
more
Josh,
sex,
yeah,
but I
sure,
want
you
to
can
do
take
it
a
with
photo with
someone
me,
who I
but you
like.
can't do anything else with me. No, sure, a photo, but yeah. So which is
But
it? Do you want
Josh,
to have more
maybe
sex? Or...
maybe
I
you're not
wanna
her
find a
type,
special-
right? Like I mean,
What's-
Yeah, but the
Like,
difference is when it
sex-
comes to like sexual desires, like men will go all over. Like a guy that I'm gonna use numbers here, regardless if you like him or hate him. A guy that sees himself as a 6 will fuck all the way down to like a 1 or a 2. But like girls that see themselves as 6s or 7s will never ever fuck down. Like
Josh-
Here's the
that's like a
crux,
very
Steve.
real.
Josh didn't offer either when I met him. He didn't offer either.
I was afraid of Knut. Knut was there. I was afraid of him straight up. Like that's all there was to that.
Go ahead and vote on who you want to keep. By the way, wait, guys. Look, I mean, I honestly, I'd fuck anything that I find attractive. I don't rate them on a scale.
Hey, that's all we fucked, baby.
yeah,
That's right.
I think it's a little bit more complicated from my
Wait,
experience.
Aslan is in the.
Oh shit! I linked the wrong poll.
Enjoy.
Sorry,
Yeah.
It's a little bit more
Looks like nice
complicated to
S-ones.
figure out what women like, right?
Doc. What the fuck, Doc? You gave me the wrong
Well-
fucking poll.
Well, the general thing is like I'm making huge generalizations here. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily apply to
Welcome
anyone.
to my-
But guys, well, fuck off, Trey. Don't bump me with you, okay? Because when I say it, it's actually true. Fuck off.
Fuck
okay?
off, dude. Don't
Listen,
bump me
okay?
with you. Are you saying I'm lower than you? Come on, bro. We're
No,
equal.
not lower than me. I don't want to be associated with all your fucking insult shit just because I say some things you agree with. Okay, chill out.
Associated. You're my
okay?
friend. Of course you're associated. Everything I say you're associated with, and you defend, and you agree with.
Okay, I love you, buddy.
Check
Okay.
Twitter DMs right now, dude.
Holy
Check
shit,
it.
Josh
Oh
is
my!
winning.
Don't Greek me. Don't Greek me. Okay, listen. I think that in general, it seems like guys have 2 categories for people that they would date and people they would fuck, and the fuck category is very, very, very large. And women seem like generally they don't casually fuck as much for people that they wouldn't also consider dating. Like a guy will look at 100 women, want to date 10 of them, but will want to fuck 95 of them. But a girl will have 100 guys and she'll want to date 10 of them and fuck maybe 15 of them. But so like the mismatch there causes a lot of weird shit to happen because like if a guy's not getting fucked all the time and he can only look at things the way that he does, right? It's like, well, fuck, how am I not getting fucked by women? Like I'll fuck almost anybody. Like this like feels really weird. Like this is super
Very
fucked.
true.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think-
the big difference. So when you say something like, I wish I could have more sex, but I can't, right? 98% of the guys watching this right now would fuck you. So to hear that statement is like really irritating to a lot of people that
Oh,
either
sorry.
perceive themselves as incel.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to apologize, right? I'm just
Well, I
explaining.
just
why
wish I
people
could
get, like,
find
really-
someone that I wanted to do.
Yeah, but that also like that
Like
doesn't mean
me,
that she
right?
wants to have more sex. That doesn't mean that she wants to have sex with anyone or everyone. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
that's something that a lot of guys should also understand. And again, this is something that I talk about quite frequently. That doesn't mean that that there are ways around all of this.
Oops.
Is what I'm saying. There are ways around like trying to maneuver in the weird marketplace of dating. And I think there's a lot of shitty information out there, unfortunately, that a lot of guys give. And
Well, yeah, and, like,
I
one
know
of
that
the-
people meme and say I'm Chad-splaining, but I used to be very fat and I still got laid fairly frequently.
Chat,
so.
vote for
Sure,
who you
and-
want to keep.
I
The
can help
votes
you
are
guys
going
out,
down.
What I'm saying.
One of the ironic things here is that a lot of guys who are in this kind of like inceldom, and I understand that Josh takes issue with this because you don't have to be part of like this crazy toxic incel community to be an incel, which is true. But the problem with a lot of the incel communities is that they engage in a lot of really harmful rhetoric. And when I say harmful, I mean harmful to themselves. So like people in these communities will constantly demonize women that fuck a lot of guys because they're not fucking them. And then what you end up is in this weird culture where every guy wants every woman to fuck more, but no guy ever wants to date a girl that's fucked a lot, right? Like we'll sit here and talk about like how disgusting, like, ooh, like 20 dudes, like her vag must be like a roast beef sandwich. And then in the next breath, they're like, why aren't girls fucking me more? And it's like, well, because they don't want to take themselves off the dating marketplace, because every time a girl has sex with more than 5 dudes, like in a fucking 10-year period, people are freaking the fuck out, calling them whores and shit. They don't want to ever fucking date them. That mismatch between like who guys will date and fuck also causes women to become like quasi borderline incels, where women are scared of fucking too many people, because if they go to settle down for a guy they want to date, I don't mean settle down like settle, but like want to date a guy, well, now the guy won't date him because they fuck too many people. Right?
Okay.
No, but
True.
the thing you called it a marketplace is entirely correct. There is a sexual marketplace, right? And I think to answer the original question about like why younger people are fucking less, it's not like things like Tinder and online dating have made that marketplace much like I don't know the economic term, but things move much more freely to like where they should be, right? As in a girl can go on Tinder and she can only swipe on guys that she deems to be like the top 10 percentile of whatever she finds attractive, right?
But if that was the case, then women wouldn't be having less sex as well, and
No,
yet
but that's-
studies show
the
that women are also having less sex.
The interesting thing is it is still disproportionate. It is still like, if you look at the statistic breakdown for gender and young people, it is still quite disproportionate. There are more young girls having sex than young men. Like there is that.
Yeah, because
like,
it's easier for women to have sex than men. I think we all understand that. I mean,
Like
everyone
an
will-
attractive guy will fuck like 7 different girls a week, whereas like an attractive girl is looking for like one guy typically or whatever on Tinder. I'm being very general here, but like,
but I get the point.
However, these things become like very damaging when they become, because these become self-fulfilling prophecies very easily. Like I've watched some of your stuff, Josh. Like you're a decently cute guy. Like there are girls in the audience right now that would fuck you. Like you sound fine, you speak well. Like you can get locked into an incel mindset literally because of the things you think yourself. Like looking at you, just going on physical appearances alone, there is no reason why you should be an incel. Like you're not hideous at all. Like even remotely speaking.
Yeah.
It was cute that you hit on me. It was, yeah, I like that you hit on me. It was adorable. I think you're cute as well, Destiny. But yeah, no problem.
You guys should go on a hot chocolate date or something. That'd be
Dude,
cool.
the thing is, you say that, and I've heard that a lot, right?
If you go near my man, I'm not gonna come for you.
No, I've heard what you're saying a lot, Destiny, and I agree with you, right? Like it doesn't make sense, but it's there still, and I don't get it.
Wait,
And
Josh, would you want to give your body away to just anyone? Like maybe that's why you don't do it.
I mean, Josh, if you want to get a good idea of why most men are having sex, take a look at 10% of Destiny's subreddit, dude. That's exactly why.
What are you even mean? Your subreddit is way worse.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Sorry, no. Listen, I got some posts.
You're high road at me. I know how it goes.
No, Destiny. No, Destiny. I said 10% for a reason, okay? I love you and your community, but I just got like 4 messages, 4 post messages from a couple of my friends of your Reddit. They've already made like 6 hate threads of just stupid shit. So I had to make
Bro,
that
I wasn't even on your fucking show, and there was 18 threads about how awesome it was that the fucking commie wasn't there. Okay?
Son, relax, dude. Stop
They
white
weren't
knighting your
wrong.
boyfriend, okay? Easy, dude. Okay, chill.
All right. All right. The vote is in, and Josh, you have won the round. Congratulations, my friend. Give it up for him. He has won the round, and it's interesting
The
because of what he
incels.
brought
It's
up
the incels.
earlier. Caseytron and Candyland are in the final 2.
The 2 girls.
Don't make me.
The 2 girls. What an
That's so
interesting.
fucked up. That's so fucked up.
What an interesting chain of events here on the RAJJ Royale podcast.
Hey, listen.
It's because I spoke against the
That's what we're fighting for, baby.
It is. I'm sorry.
Guys,
I hate them as well. Don't worry.
It seems like the incels rebelled and didn't vote for Candyland because she didn't take a picture with you in the airport. Wait.
No, she did. She did.
Oh, she did take a picture.
Did
Sorry.
we? No,
I have
we
the-
didn't take a picture. Or?
I have the photo.
You just don't know he took the
Oh,
picture.
you took a picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were like, you came
he's
up to
like-
us and you were like, Knut, I really want to have a picture with you. Did you even take one with me?
Yeah, I did. Oh, I did.
He took one. It wasn't with you. It was of you.
Raj.
Yeah.
Anyway, Candy's going. Okay,
What?
Raj.
Yo.
Wait.
Raj,
What? Yeah.
You said that Candy and Casey won the round, right?
No, they got both.
No,
the bottom two.
Oh, I retract everything I said. I thought you said they won the round. I was gonna say that's the step we're going. Hey, never mind. I retract what I said, boys. Hey, you two should have won the round.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
thank
Candyland,
you.
you're eliminated by Josh on the RAJJ Royale
Yes.
podcast. Would you like to give yourself a shout out?
Yes, and thank you so much for having me. And you can find me at twitch.tv/Candyland.
Do you want to stay here anyway, even though you're not playing? Never mind. That's it. Never mind. All right.
No,
Bye,
okay.
Candyland.
Can she?
Bye.
Guys,
Bye. I mean, I could.
That was your moment, incels. That was your moment to prove everything, dude. You should have voted Casey and Candy first. What were you thinking? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Casey, this is the farthest you've made it on my podcast.
Yeah, I actually took my Adderall, so I've been trying to pay attention and stuff. It's been helping.
Wow, that's a lot. Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
it helps me.
I love that. That's awesome. Do you guys think do you think guys can be friends with girls they perceive to be ugly?
What do you mean by friends? Like not want to fuck them, or actually like just
Like
friends?
actual friends. Like, do you actually think that like guys can be friends? Do you think that like all guys that are friends with girls, like there's some sexual motivation for that?
No.
It really depends on the type of person you are and what you do. Like for instance, like if you're a gamer and you play a lot of games, it's probably possible to run into a girl that you wouldn't consider fucking, but is like good at games, you play games with them. Like that's possible. But like if you don't ever if a lot of your hobbies are like super gendered and you don't ever meet women normally, then it's probably weird to make like friends that are girls, depending on what you do. Would be my guess.
All right.
Wait, I'm confused by this question. What? Like
what? Hassan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't bring anything up that was posted all over the Washington Post or something.
No. I'm trying to participate.
I'm
better
just
in your
fucking with
format,
you. Come.
dick. Oh my god! I'm just trying to
Holy
fucking
shit.
understand
I'm
what
just
you were
kidding.
trying to
When the
say.
student attacks the teacher.
I'm
Holy
sorry.
shit.
All right. Okay. No, Hassan, I want to know something. All right. Basically, like, do you think it's possible for guys to be friends with girls without any sexual motivation, or like, do you think?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
absolutely do. I 100% think that can happen. Would the women or the men in that relationship still might have some sexual attraction to the other person that they need to kind of push back or push away in order to maintain that relationship successfully? Perhaps. But I think men and women can, of course, be friends with one another without having any, without actually without one party trying to have sex.
I have
think
lots
that's
of
such an idealistic. It's such an idealistic view, and here's why. Okay.
Why would that happen all the time?
No, it is. No, listen. Let me finish. I think men and women should be able to be friends, but I don't think right now we're there. I think right now, unfortunately,
Maybe you're not.
Let me finish instead of laughing and fucking fueling your fucking goddamn fucking your fucking viewers.
There's just no way where this statement ends well. But go ahead.
No, just listen. From my experience, okay, I hope one day we can reach a point where men and women can just be friends, okay? Unfortunately, though, a lot of the
how
time,
are we not there? I think you're not
because no,
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Let me finish. Because listen, a lot of the times in a quote unquote friendship, almost every listen, here's the problem, okay? If you're not, no, just listen.
We're listening.
I'm trying to figure out how to word this, okay, dude?
Okay.
Just listen,
Literally,
please.
no one's
Okay.
talking.
Okay. Here's the problem with a male that's into women and a woman that's into man. Okay, friendship. Okay, unless the woman sets very clear boundaries to that man, which I don't think. Hopefully, one day we get to a point where she doesn't need to set boundaries. They're both on the same page. Usually, things go wrong because let's just assume even sober they can do it. At one point, through vulnerability, through intoxication, through some sort of circumstance of that friendship, something can happen and will happen because that's unfortunately just the way it is right now.
Wait, but you're doing that tautological fucking like cyclical argument again, where you say something is a thing because it's just the way it is. Where you like you did this earlier too. I'm just trying to understand why. Like, have you had zero female, like platonic female friends?
I have a lot of female friends on Twitch. You know, Casey's my friend, but hey,
can we
listen.
draw a distinction? There's a big difference between somebody that you would be friends with, like, and then would fuck them.
Hang out with in real life and stuff too, and just hang out.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between like somebody that you would be friends with and would fuck them versus somebody that you're friends with just because you want to fuck them, right?
Every friend girl I've ever had, or every girl I've ever known that has befriended a man. The man has at one point in their long period of being friends tried something at one point that ended the friendship. Like it's like I have yet, if I could give a number.
You have no girlfriends that you would not try to have sex with right now. Out of every single girl,
I have a girlfriend, so no,
you have no.
I would not listen.
Well, no, these are different things too, Hassan. Like,
if it's what you're asking, I would listen. I would. First of all, listen. I have no girlfriends I'd hang out with while I'm getting drunk. I have no girlfriends I just don't. It's not appropriate. It's not. I have a girlfriend. It's not like that. Like even during my cooking streams, like I have to keep it very like. It's just. And that's me. Like we're talking about people who are using that front just to get in.
I mean, that's an anecdote, but regardless, I mean, I guess I was asking you your personal experiences. So you're right to. I'm just shocked that you have not a single person.
It is an anecdote. It is, but I have never, in my history, seen a man befriend a woman without having one circumstance of him trying something or doing something that's a little too far or mistaking the woman's intentions and taking it too far. I've never seen it to this day, ever. It's.
Well, I've been friends with Casey now for a long time. I don't think I've tried to fuck you, right, Casey?
I don't know. We haven't each other. I think our sexual tension would just be too powerful.
Okay.
Especially if
a lot of girls I've never even tried.
Let me ask you this then. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's been 30 hours of sleep.
it might happen.
It's been 30 hours of sleep, so I'm having trouble. I have to close my eyes to even think of anything. But I will give you an example. Okay, what I'm trying to say here. Okay.
Okay.
I will give you one circumstance to why I think men and women can't be friends. Okay, check this out. Okay, or at least for now. Hopefully one day you get to an understanding. Anyways, imagine you and Casey are friends. I believe sober, nothing would happen. I believe if you went out on drinks, nothing would happen. But let's say this one situation, okay? And this one situation is enough. Even if you say it's a reaching situation, I think it's enough. Let's say you're both hammered drunk, blacked out, okay? And you're super horny, Destiny, and she offers. Let's say she offers. Would you say no?
Yeah, okay. This is why I'm trying to meet you in the middle, okay? This is why I'm trying real hard to meet you in the middle.
Would you say no, though?
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's a difference. I would fuck probably almost every female friend I have. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, but the difference is, I'm trying really hard to meet you in the middle, please, okay? There's a difference between I'm friends with you just because I want to fuck you versus I'm friends with you and I would fuck you if you wanted to, right? So like if Casey really wanted to, yeah, sure. But I'm not friends with Casey because I'm trying to fuck her. Like there's never going to be a point where I'm talking to her and she's like, oh, I feel sad. I'm like, oh, maybe some dick will help. Like that's never going to happen because that's not my goal, right? That's why I'm just saying there's a difference between those two things. Do you agree with that, or do you think?
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
And a friendship can evolve into a platonic friendship can then turn into something that's more sexual as well. I agree with that too. I don't think it's like a one or the other kind of situation.
Destiny have a lot of chemistry as well, besides just sexual.
Okay.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? Though? Like,
no, I agree with what you're saying, but the fact that somebody would fuck you doesn't necessarily mean you're only there to fuck that person. That's all I'm saying. So like a guy and a girl could be friends, but the guy could also want to fuck a girl if she ever offers, but he's not necessarily going to be like serving her up his dick on like a fucking silver platter every time she is in a mood or whatever, right? That's all I'm saying.
I don't think you can be fully friends or fully take that route if you would at any point take that offer. Like, that's my point.
Maybe it just depends on like how we define, I guess, friends then maybe.
Because it's like basically if you do it in that situation, it's an inhibition that's there and you're just, I don't know, you're suppressing it. So it's this weird thing that I don't know. It's rare. It's very rare. It's very, I don't know. It's very rare.
Yeah, but every friendship has some, like, you can always argue some friendship down to there being some benefit or goal or something you get out of it, right? Like if the thing you get out of it is, oh, you're kind of attracted to this person, like even if you would never do anything, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like it doesn't invalidate the friendship, right?
I think it is a bad thing. I mean, listen, like here's an example, okay? Like think about the one girl you can be friends with, right? you know, a sister, right? Now I understand this is a little different, it's family, but like,
It's going the incest route.
There is there is no
Okay,
my point is there is no point with your
boys.
sister. There's no point with your sister, even if you're both blacked out drunk and you're horny as hell. There's no point where she would even think of offering, and there's no point where even if she did, you would accept. There's no point unless we're talking about some fantasy porn world.
Yeah, I was gonna say not based on the video I watched last night.
Wait, this might be true, but I don't think just because you would fuck somebody if you had the opportunity to necessarily makes you not friends. I think you can still be friends.
Yeah, I think you can be friends, but what I'm saying is a fully platonic friendship that consists based off friend principles. I don't think it's possible for now with where we're at socially.
Train, we're friends and you talk about jerking each other off all the time, like.
Yeah, but do you actually think we're gonna meet up and I'm gonna fucking jerk your fucking hard dick? Fucking
Wait,
that's what I thought.
Wait,
yeah,
I thought you the whole time.
What the fuck?
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no. I'm down
Train's
to
a
jerk.
little fucking cock tease piece of shit.
In the same room, but listen, I'm not gonna spank your fucking chicken. Not to mention, are you cut or uncut? Your ass better be cut. I'm not touching no uncut shit.
Uncut.
No
Fucking
offense.
dude, don't worry, brother. It's halal. That's a halal ass penis down there.
Wait, are you all cut?
I ain't fuck with that uncut.
Yeah, I'm
dog.
cut.
I don't fuck with
Oh
that shit.
my god, they work the same way. Don't be so
Can
scared.
we talk about how fucked up cutting is, by the way?
Better to have an uncut dick, okay? Fight me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
100%.
Wait, hold on,
Like, how
just a
messed
minute.
up is it?
What's the benefits of it?
Have you ever had an uncut penis?
Wait, uncut's like circumcised,
No, there's
right?
more. You have more.
No,
feeling in
uncut
your
is
penis.
uncircumcised.
You still have the same sensations, don't you?
Nope. You have more feeling in your penis head when you have skin.
Yeah, but it looks gross.
It's
No, well, some people it looks like an
Skin
anteater,
absolutely has.
mine
The
looks
skin
just
has
fine.
nerve endings. Like the skin is very sensitive. A lot of those sensitive nerve endings go away when you cut the tip of the. I mean, when you circumcise a penis.
Is that why I think anal feels better? Hello? Oh.
What, you receiving it?
No. No.
Yeah, what do you mean? Oh, dude.
Realistically, if you enjoy
we could talk about intactivism all day. If you
What's
guys want.
intactivism? Can you dumb that down a little bit for me?
Intactivism is the activist circle that revolves around circumcision and like stopping circumcision
Yes.
as a whole in America.
Yes, it should be stopped.
Yeah.
I think
You're
it should be
literally
as well.
you are mutilating children, is what you're doing for no benefit
should-
other than
You should be able to decide that when you turn a certain age.
Yes, agree.
There are technically the other side's argument is that there are I think 14 additional like benefits to having circumcisions be performed, lowering the risk of HIV, but these are like also highly contentional. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just giving you guys the full picture, okay? I probably won't circumcise.
How much do
my
you
child.
read, Hassan? Holy fuck.
I mean, I'm pretty familiar. A lot of guys that do poly.
No, let him finish. Sorry, I interrupted. That was rude. Sorry.
Yeah, but the again, like the questionable element there is that the child has no say in this, and they're doing it against their will or against their like better. I mean, it's coercive to some degree, and I kind of understand that because like they don't really tell the parents that it's like a option for the most part in a lot of instances. America's the only country on the planet that actually circumcises people regardless of their religious background or regardless of their religious perspective. Like in Turkey, there's an entire like Muslims have sünnet, it's like a ceremony. It's a religious ceremony. I didn't even do that. Because I was born here, but America's the only country where they do that across the board unless the parent says no.
I believe they do it in America for sanitary purposes, right?
Yeah, like
there are 14 medicinal reasons for why, and
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Contracting HIV is one of them.
Honestly,
I've actually
I'm
almost had to get circumcised when I was younger, and because I didn't wash correctly, so.
So you have to
that
wash
can
it
happen.
right
I get
away?
it, but
Dick cheese. Been there.
yeah, you should be able to teach your children how to wash correctly.
Oh my God,
And-
I've completed the Empire of Business achievement on Twitch. Wow,
Bro.
now I want to stream more.
I think that
Go
uncut
ahead,
dicks
Casey.
are cuter because they have that mushroom shape.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't tell us
cute.
that. We're a bunch of
I mean,
fucking
I
gut
think-
boys over
Ooh,
here.
Casey,
I
hit me
think-
up.
I mean, I'm not
Casey,
saying,
We'll work out
I'm
well,
just saying
Casey. Good job. Keep it up.
personally, I think that uncut dicks are cuter looking.
I
I
mean-
think
Damn
that
it,
all
Casey.
dicks are cute, but
Now we're all turning incel because.
I mean, not to mention, if you have an uncut dick, realistically, you know, if you have an ant problem in your house, you can solution.
You could just do some push-ups where the ants are and just.
I'll be honest with you. A cut dick looks so much better. Oh
it's
my.
cuter.
I think
I like
I
that
think a
mushroom tip.
There are certain penises that do look better. I mean, in my
Mhm.
opinion, I'm just saying aesthetically pleasing. I'm not attracted to
Yeah.
men, but
Hey,
you know,
hey,
I
don't
just
let your
say-
masculinity be so toxic that you have to even state that. Unbelievable.
Oh my god!
You can't admit that
I
another
could say
dick
that
is
some
cute.
cut penises do look, maybe on a broader spectrum, that uncut penises do look better. But there are a lot. There's
What
quite a
is
lot of
it?
uncut dicks
What?
that look really
Uncut
good.
looks better.
No. I'm saying that cut looks better, probably on a broader
Yeah,
spectrum.
dude.
Oh, it
Uncut
depends.
looks like a
Okay,
fucking sand slash. Fucking
Well,
devolving.
It
into a
depends on the
sand
penis. Some
Do you-
penises look
has
better cut, some
anybody
look better
here-
uncut.
I
Shit's a
want to
fucking
hear this
anteater.
from the guys. Has any of the guys here ever put a tiny hat on their penis?
No, but I stuck a cucumber in my ass.
For real?
I got a little Santa hat.
I just would do
one
that.
Christmas.
I try to
Yeah.
hang a towel on it every once in a while.
Yeah.
There's restoration techniques, by the way.
If I had a
guys.
penis, I would have an
entire
assortment
community
of
on the
tiny
internet.
hats for it.
Oh,
There's
the
an
people
entire
that
community
pull
on
their
the
skin
internet
out and
dedicated
like
to
put like a.
restoring the tip of your penis or restoring the skin, the
I've
foreskin.
seen that.
They have like little weights that you can put inside and like
Yeah.
stretch it over to like hang it down over time. Yeah.
But
Josh, it's not too late for you, buddy. If you wanna reverse the course.
No, I'm uncut. Mine is not. It's insane to me that you guys seem like okay with it though. Like the idea that children are being literally like having parts of them cut off on some. Okay, you know what I can't get? I can't get hand cancer if you cut my hand off at birth. That's most of the health benefits boil down to there is less penis if you cut parts of it off.
I
So yeah, they
know.
have a slightly lower risk of penile cancer because there's less of it. But that doesn't justify mutilating children on the basis that
No, it's
if I
not
cut off like
because
most of my
there's
I'm
body.
not trying
Josh,
to
it's not because there's less
justify-
of it.
I'm not trying to justify.
Imagine like HIV like in the West is like
You know
not
what,
something
dude?
that you're
Hey,
realistically
listen,
scared
fuck
of.
it,
all the
dude. Listen, all you're right. Fuck it. Let's keep the umbilical cord on too. You know what I'm saying, let's keep it
Just
all.
for the record, though, it's not circumcision isn't done because there's like less. There's gonna be less penis to get cancer.
Oh no, but like I know, I'm saying a lot.
Well,
a lot of the health
circumcision was
benefits-
largely started in the U.S. to stop kids from masturbating.
All right, I got an idea. Everybody who's uncut, use Twitch Prime on the channel. And everybody who's cut, use Twitch Prime on my channel. How about that? All right. Let's take a vote. No, let's take a vote. All right. Let's take a vote. All right. I'm going to get a report, and my partner manager's going to be like, so you, quote, asked them to sub if their penis was... Never mind. All right. Vote, and then vote. Vote in the poll. All right.
Vote for me.
Is there
Vote for me,
Gaston,
boys.
thank you very
I'm
much
already-
for subscribing.
I already lost a piece of my penis.
Scipio
okay?
110, thank you for subbing. Her Majesty, thank you for 4 months.
Is there a an equivalent for women, like cutting your vagina at birth, or like is there
Yeah,
anything
it's
like
called,
that?
so there's something called
Jolo,
female
thank you for
genital-
subbing. Byru,
there's
thank you for
something-
gifting 5 subs. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
There's something called female genital mutilation, and I think it might be called type 4, but the closest equivalent would be the shaving of the clitoral hood, which is the part that covers the part. So the clitoris is analogous to the head of the penis. That would be like the most similar thing to circumcision.
And the wording is the point, right? They call it female genital,
Genital
mutilation because it is, and we call it circumcision as if it's just a normal practice that should be okay when it's literally the same fucked up thing. I don't know. It feels like I'm the only one who thinks this is fucking crazy. This goes on a day-to-day basis.
I still have
agree
good
with you.
sex.
I agree with you.
All
No,
right.
when your clitoris is shaved, you have no more clitoral stimulation. When your foreskin is cut, you potentially, and this is not proven either, you potentially lose sensitivity from that area because you lose some nerve endings, but you don't lose sensitivity in your penis.
I don't care
know
about
what
the
you're
sexual
talking
pleasure
about.
people can have. I don't
No,
care
but
about
I know
that.
what you're talking about, but if you pull your...
Mutilation is a
Here's the
little bit-
thing.
It's exclusively done so that women cannot get off. It's exclusively done so that like.
Why is circumcision done?
Well, do you want me to tell you some proof as to that can shut that down? If I were to pull my foreskin back and put my penis in my pants, it would fucking hurt.
Well,
There you go.
Yeah, so
I have
wait,
more
so it's just a
sensitivity in my
fact that like
penis.
yeah, if the head of your dick is constantly exposed to like the inside of your pants or whatever, the skin will keratinize. It does become slightly less sensitive. It has to. It hardens a bit. Like that's just a fact. Yeah.
All right.
Now, whether that's good or bad or like.
But that's not the. I'm saying that's not the reason why they do it.
Well,
You're
the
right.
reason initially it was pushed was I thought it was to stop little boys from playing with themselves.
No, I don't think so. I
So
thought.
why does it happen?
Maybe
Dr.
I'm
Kellogg-
incorrect.
I was under
Again,
the assumption like a
I'm
Dr. Kellogg guy. Like,
Anti-circumcision, just for the record, I'm anti-circumcision, but according to the American Podiatrists Association or whatever, they have at least 14 different reasons for why this is a good thing to do.
Well, but what
Reduce
Josh
risk
said
of-
earlier,
reduce
what Josh
risk
said
of
earlier,
penile cancer, reduce risk of
Yeah.
STDs, reduce risk of tract infections, reduce
Sure.
risk
Well,
of...
okay. So what Josh said earlier is 100% true here, right? Like we could get rid of all foot fungus in the world if we just amputated people's feet at birth. Like to say that like you're not going to get a UTI, so we're going to chop off part of your dick. Like I don't think that's a good argument. Also, when you talk about things like UTIs, is that worth mutilating yourself over? Or things like STDs or HIV? Like in
I
HIV,
was
like how many people worry about
these things
HIV
are
in the
completely
West?
avoidable.
Hey,
Like,
guys. I was just simply stating that circumcision is
straw
still.
Wait, what's a straw man?
Female genital
straw man.
mutilation.
What did I just say was a straw man? Wait, what do you think a straw man is?
No, I didn't say you straw man. Who said
No. Train is saying a straw man. A straw
They're
man
not-
is literally when you respond to an
they're
argument
not-
that nobody made. I literally directly responded to every point you just made.
I'm saying they're not comparable whatsoever. Listen, dude, like, listen, I said straw man only because you guys say it all the time. Listen, it's not comparable. It's not comparable whatsoever, dude. Listen, I find it completely and utterly ridiculous and disgusting of everyone that's sitting here comparing cutting a piece of your a skin, a thin skin of your penis off, and comparing it to cutting your fucking entire leg off. Like, shut the fuck
Okay, hold on. Well, what you just did was
Okay,
literally
I can
straw man
agree
because I
with
said
that.
cut off your
Yeah.
foot, not your leg. Okay, to be
Whatever,
fair.
cutting off your entire foot,
Okay,
you're
a finger
cutting
then.
off a fucking little piece of your penis.
Yo,
Fuck
yeah,
outta
how about
here,
yo, yeah?
sensitive
That's a
pussies.
big piece of your
Like-
body, though.
Yeah.
It's still pretty big.
Why are we cutting children?
Yeah, why are we cutting
I'm
the
happy.
skins of children's
I am
penises off?
happy.
Okay,
You're only
you
happy-
could be
you're
just
only
as happy
happy
if you made that decision
You're
at 18.
only happy
medical
because
benefits
society.
of it, unless the American Association, American Academy of Pediatrics or Pediatrics is fucking lying. That's the reason why people are doing it.
No, that's not the reason people do it. Is because they want their sons to look like their dads. It's not for health reasons.
Oh my
It's
God,
because
I got a
it's
great
cultural
topic
thing.
for next
It's
week about
100% a cultural thing.
All right, guys, look, I've let the timer go
By the
for
way,
a little
it
bit.
wasn't actually straw man. I was right. Anyways,
Guys,
continue.
What did I straw man? Sorry.
All right.
comparing cutting your hand off to cutting a piece
An
of your skin.
analogy is not a straw man.
No, it's a straw man because they're not. Give me an example outside of the example of the thing that's not.
That's called an analogy.
No. Watch this. Listen. No, Raj, give me a sec here, dude. Straw man argument. Watch this. You ready for this? A straw man is a form of argument and an informal fallacy based on giving the impression of refuting an opponent's argument while actually refuting an argument that was not presented by that opponent. So listen, no one refuted that cutting your leg off.
Hold on, let me do this. No, because you're
Completely
totally
right,
wrong.
dude. Trust
The
me.
argument that you put forth was that it's okay to excise a piece of a person's body in order to save yourself from some hypothetical future medical condition. So I drew an analogy saying, well, we wouldn't excise somebody's foot in order to save them from a hypothetical future medical condition. These are literally the exact same points. It's not a straw man. It's a one-to-one comparison.
Well, then listen. If it's not straw man, then it's toxic masculinity. I win.
Guys, no.
Oh, no!
You would never allow. It's not a straw man, but that's, you would never allow for this kind of argument to ever fucking. You would never allow this kind of argument to go on. Just for
I
the
would
record.
allow. What I would say, here's your
Because
proper
the amount of
response.
utility that you get from fucking walking around is drastically different than the amount of utility that you get from the foreskin.
Sure.
You have-
So that-
your
so
You
penis
that-
fertilizes
toxically strawmanning everybody?
your penis.
Okay, so what Hassan gave was the proper argument. So what you could argue is you could say, well, these are disanalogous because a foot offers far more utility than a foreskin. And then what I would say is, okay, well, how much utility needs to be present for something for you to mutilate it? What if I wanted to chop my child's earlobes off at birth? Would you be okay with that? Even if there's not like I could say it saves you from some possible future ear infection or whatever, but I also do it because I think it looks nicer. Would you say that it's okay to chop off earlobes? And then if you say no there, which you probably would because you're not culturally accustomed to that, then I say, well, what's the difference between an earlobe and a foreskin? Right? That's where the argument would go. To just screen straw man doesn't really get us any further into the
Yeah, I mean, Train was wrong about the straw man for sure.
No, I was
saying
not.
that your
Listen,
analogy was not the best.
Relatively cutting your earlobe off is not equivalent to cutting a piece of your skin off. Cutting your earlobe, let me finish. Cutting your earlobe off your ear is like cutting one of your testicles off or cutting the head
What
of
the fuck are you talking about?
It is not comparable. How are you comparing? Listen, my ear is this big. You want to cut literally 2/4, half of it off or 1/3 of it off, and you want to compare it to cutting a piece of your skin on your penis? Listen, I don't know if you have a 1-inch dick. If you have a
Yeah, the
1-inch
penis
dick,
is way more
fine, it's
important.
comparable. You know, if you have a 1-inch dick, it's comparable. But not if you have a fucking gut. Listen, fuck out of here. Your earlobe? Fuck out of here.
All right.
I mean, like the foreskin isn't. Oh, sorry, God, we're done.
Okay.
I'm getting insult.
All right, okay, guys, look, the winner of the last round was Josh. Congratulations. But he voted the last round, so EROBB at second place, so he has to choose between Casey Tron and Hassan. Hassan?
Sorry, Destiny, I'm putting you through this. It's so fun.
You
It's
choose
so
Hassan?
fun.
Okay. All right, Hassan, you have gotten eliminated. I'm
Peace,
so sorry.
guys.
Thank you so much for coming. Everybody follow him on Twitch, twitch.tv/Hassan Hassan Abbey. Please go follow his channel. He runs great shows that shows no bias perspective over there. He shows both sides.
Don't fucking act like you're not there.
I'm there all the time in the bathtub, so go watch.
No, he's actually great humor, guys. And please, if you would, you actually get bonus bits in his channel if you click his channel with your left hand.
All right, thanks, Hassan. Love you. I'll see you in the bathtub later. Okay, bye.
Peace.
Later, Hassan.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask Trainwrecks a question?
Yeah, the next round, by the way, before you go, and Casey, by the way, I didn't know you had anal warts. I didn't know that.
Oh,
sorry. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to make it loud.
No, it's like, I'm trying to inspire people not to get them, letting them know that I.
Okay.
Destiny, go ahead.
Okay, let's say, for instance, that we could demonstrate that pinky toes weren't really needed for
No,
people.
no, I was kidding about the earlobe. That was a good argument. I was totally fucking with you.
Okay.
The earlobe was a completely fine argument.
Okay.
You were only pretending to be retarded.
No.
I get it. You were only pretending.
Joke's on you.
No. That part wasn't pretend. I am retarded. But the earlobe was good enough for me.
Okay.
By the way, so the next round, the bottom two people are eliminated. Then we go straight to the finals because we had one extra person today. So just letting you know, the bottom two people are out. So whoever gets the top two are going to get into the finals.
All right, we need a good topic.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to give you a great fucking topic. Well, this is a viewer question. Said, why are there so many genuinely mentally ill people on the internet? Okay. Do you think modern society is raising a generation of overly sensitive children that will grow up to be permanently offended adults?
Gonna be.
This question was.
It'll be insightful.
This question was submitted by a viewer, and the viewer was not TrainWrecksTV, was his Twitch name.
I mean, I'm just saying we say that, but look at how sensitive the baby boomers are. They bitch and complain about everything, and I don't think it's fair to say.
Okay, all right.
Like, look at the baby boomers. They fucking bitch and cry about everything.
That's a good point, Casey.
I think there are so many perfect examples of old people saying that younger people bitch and moan about everything, and then old people turn around and complain about the dumbest fucking shit. Like if two gay guys want to get married, why the fuck do you care? Or if somebody wants to write happy holidays on a fucking Starbucks cup, why are you so upset about it?
No, but Destiny, let me tell you, I'm going to argue here with you, and I'm going to say the reason why they're upset about people writing happy holidays on the Starbucks cup is not because they are upset about the fact that you can't write Merry Christmas. It's because they're upset that everybody's so sensitive. Why can't you write Merry Christmas on the coffee cup?
Because you want to be more inclusive of more people. What's the problem with that?
Well, but that argument would be why is that
Christ out? We're done with Christ.
I know, but why is it so?
Not real. We're done.
Basically, the issue is people will constantly say things like, "Oh, well, I don't care how many minority people there are. I don't care how many women there are. Blah blah blah." But the only reason they're saying that is because right now the status quo actually supports them. So whenever you do anything, even slightly, to shake that up, people get fucking enraged over it. I don't know. I saw Happy Holidays on a cup, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess it makes sense.
But the reason why they're enraged,
why would you ever get mad over something?
They're enraged because everybody's so sensitive, and they don't understand why people are so offended by people saying Merry Christmas.
Nobody's offended by it, though. They're just saying, maybe we should just do
Happy Holidays. That's the reason why you wrote Happy Holidays, because people were offended by it.
I'm pretty sure they did it because it's just easier and it's more inclusive of more people.
Well, I agree with that. I agree. It is more inclusive.
Agree.
But okay, thanks, Rob. Anyway.
I think the baby boomers are offended that we don't want to play into the whole Christianity thing. I want to bring back to Christmas, and we're done with it. We're ready to move on.
Could you say that again?
We're done with it. We're ready to move on. We're done with Christianity, baby boomers.
But
it's happy holidays.
But Merry Christmas has become an increasingly corporate.
Has become. It's always been that way.
Okay, Destiny. All right. Well, it's becoming more that way.
Christmas
all right.
Away from Christ, it's happy holidays.
Well, no, but it's becoming even. Fuck.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Do you not think that in the interest of not offending anyone, or the interest of being more inclusive, that sometimes we erode into people's individual culture overall? By just wishing people generally happy holidays or anything like that, that it's in a lot of things we don't recognize people's individual culture and holidays and stuff like we should necessarily.
The reality is so if I had to choose between having a targeted Merry Christmas thing on some public thing versus just a general one, people are still free to celebrate whatever they want. No one's saying you can't set up a nativity scene in your yard or you can't say Merry Christmas to your friends. just like the really public-facing stuff is just more inclusive. Why does that matter?
Sure.
And also, like, real quick,
Real quick,
like on the two end there, like you're saying, like, well, maybe saying Happy Holidays makes some people feel like their shit doesn't matter. What about saying Merry Christmas and not acknowledging at all the other holidays that exist?
Yeah, like
It's
Happy
not about not
Hanukkah.
acknowledging at all. It's just about recognizing that, like, the Western world that we all live in, like, predominantly Christmas was what's celebrated here for a long time, and that the reality is, I hope this doesn't offend anyone, minorities are a minority in some cases. And for what it's worth, I would never be in China and complain about Chinese New Year celebration and them not recognizing our New Year or anything like that, right? I would like to see that. When I go to somewhere else, I want to see their culture necessarily, right? All over the world.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the reality is that, like, if you can make a small concession without taking too much away from yourself and make other people feel included, like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, this is like, if you were to show up to a party, like, I like cheese pizza with, like, pepperoni and sausage, and then somebody else is like, well, I like cheese pizza with only sausage. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make a huge fucking stink about it. Like, I still like the sausage. I'll just get that, and then everybody's happy. Like, I have to make an itty-bitty concession that people aren't specifically tailoring their message, like, Happy Holidays, you know, middle-class white America, and it's like, or Merry Christmas, whatever, to, like, my specific things. Like, well, fuck, like, you can make it a little bit more general. Minorities feel more included, and everybody feels more included, and it doesn't hurt me at all. Like, I don't know, it just seems like a really easy thing to do.
A Happy Holidays message specifically, I don't think many people have a huge problem with it, especially not me. But I'm talking more just like generally about culture. I feel like there's been a lot of cases where certain celebrations have been actively shut down because they were offending other people. In my country, at least, this has happened.
Well, wait, like, what kind of celebrations?
Okay, this is something that I've said offhand that I would have to go look up specifically, but
Okay, sure.
I've heard cases of it, and like I'm not just making this up. Like, this has definitely happened at least a few times.
Like how
and
schools will cancel like Christmas.
Yeah, that's a pretty
stuff
good
and-
example.
Yeah.
It's
Schools
more-
canceling Christmas celebrations?
Or-
Does this happen a lot?
That
Yeah,
has
but, like, in
legitimately happened. Yeah.
elementary school and shit, they like no longer allow Christmas celebrations. They're like, oh,
Where
it's
do
a
they do that
holiday.
though?
I don't know. I just heard of schools doing that before.
You can take the religion out of Christmas and it just be a that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to be religious.
Well, it's just the idea that not everybody
They don't
celebrates
say
Christmas. Some people celebrate Hanukkah, some people do Kwanzaa, some people do whatever other shit.
All right, well, okay, damn it. Let's vote. It's the end of the round. Okay.
Wait, holy shit! Wait, really?
Yeah,
That was a fast round.
It's over.
they're short.
The fuck?
They're short rounds. This is the
Oh my God.
This is the RAJJ Royale. All right, we get out. You know, hey, only one more round left. Okay, the winner of this next round will win the whole Royale podcast.
Do
Put
they
it-
win a Jord watch too?
Yes, they will win a brand new wood watch by Jord, courtesy of Jord Wood Watches. And by the way, chat, everybody in the chat right now that types !giveaway wins 20% off a brand new wood watch by Jord. And you go to the website woodwatches.com and you type in code RAJJ20 with 2 J's and you get 20% off a wood watch by Jord. Destiny's got 3 of them. Tell them how they feel, Destiny.
Hold on, I got a message to people that I gave them to.
Oh, okay.
Who did you give them away to? Dude, I'm gonna show up next TwitchCon with like fucking 7 of these watches.
I
on my
know,
car.
I know, it's
gonna be
unbelievable.
Wow,
All
I'm
right,
so excited.
let's check it out here. The people in the bottom, oh my God, this is going to be interesting. The bottom 2 are getting eliminated, just letting you know. All right.
Wait, let me vote. I haven't voted yet.
All right, sorry. I'll wait for everybody. Kirkus hasn't voted yet, so we'll wait.
Hold on, it's too quick. There we go.
All right,
I
there you
voted.
go. All right.
Oh, damn.
Okay. All right. Whoop. Let's check the results here. The 2 people in the finals right now on the RAJJ Royale podcast is Josh and Destiny. EROBB and Casey Tron have been eliminated.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
They
I tried to get my man
It
to win.
completely turned around. I'm sorry, EROBB and Casey Tron. You have both been eliminated, and you will not
we're
be
done.
participating in it. We have the ultimate showdown: conservative versus liberal.
I didn't. Did I say? Okay. Fuck.
You said the most
EROBB,
right.
you want to shout yourself out?
The problem with this is I generally agree with 90% of what Destiny says, so you're gonna have to find a topic we disagree on. Dude.
All right,
Oh,
Casey, thank you so much. Can you shout yourself out, please?
Hi, my name is Casey Tron, and
Casey, your mic's cutting out. What'd you say? Your name's Casey Tron, and what?
and I'm a dumb bitch. And I stream on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter. I'm unbanned now.
Oh, really? Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Must
gonna
be
go
nice.
follow you on Twitter. Now I can communicate with you. Thank you, Casey. Have a good day. It's always fun to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait,
God
you
bless.
actually
God bless you. Thank you.
Yes.
How'd you get on band?
I just okay. I just message Twitter support a lot, like every day for like 6 or 7 months, and I think somebody well, not that long. It was like 3 or 4 months. I don't know. I think a real person finally read it and unbanned me, and I got banned for saying that I would cut somebody's dick off and wear it around my neck as a trophy, but I only said it.
Jesus.
Feminazi. So I thought that
account
was
did
a fair
you?
response.
Yeah, but what account did you tag them in, or was it an email?
It was an yeah, I emailed
no.
Twitter support.
Okay, cool. That's good to know, just in case.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Casey.
Thank you, guys.
Have a wonderful day, Casey. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, the finals are in here. Destiny versus Josh. Holy shit, we need to find a good fucking topic. Oh, my God.
Nothing about incels. He'll win over the audience.
It's a hot dog.
Yeah, that's unfair. That is unfair. That's true.
Well,
I mean, I have a good topic, but it's
you can
go on, Train.
You can go on for it. I'm looking through my topics right now.
I have a good topic. I mean, it's dead though.
Ooh, hey, hold on, Destiny. What do you think about trans people in sports?
That's so complicated. Don't do another one.
Well, okay.
It's insanely
All right,
complicated.
what about
No, let's get into it. It's complicated.
What about the fat acceptance movement for society?
This is an easy one. It's probably stupid. We're probably not going to disagree on this.
Okay, what do you disagree? Okay, what's your quick take, real quick, Destiny?
My quick take is that people should love themselves. Like, just because you have a bad body doesn't necessarily mean you should hate yourself for it. Demonizing the fuck out of fat people and making them feel like shit about being fat clearly doesn't make them not be fat. There is no psychological evidence that bears this out, right? It seems like being more encouraging towards people helps. However, there's a fine line between accepting yourself and loving yourself versus encouraging everybody to be fat. And the latter, I feel like sometimes the health at every size movement goes that way. We're saying like, oh, well, being fat is fine. It's like, well, no, it's probably not good. But like, you shouldn't hate yourself because you're fat, but you probably shouldn't be fat.
Hold on, Brexit.
What the fuck is Brexit?
Hold on.
Oh God.
Brexit. Did you vote? Did you vote Remain?
No.
Or did
I
you
didn't vote. I didn't vote because I was too stupid to understand the thing, and I know that, so I didn't vote.
Okay, all right. You guys, I don't think you guys disagree.
Brexit
on
is
that
the
one.
United Kingdom's decision to leave the European Union.
Destiny. That was,
I know what it is. I just didn't vote because I wasn't well informed enough about like what it would do.
that was a
'Cause
very
everyone was just-
centralist argument there, Destiny.
No,
I
everyone was
think.
just saying different shit, and then like I didn't know who to believe.
Ooh.
Fuck.
If you could run Twitch for a day, week, or month, whatever, a period of time, what would you do with that power? That's a good question.
Go ahead, Josh.
All right. Not much different, I think. Like, okay, people have problems with Twitch, right? People have all these fucking problems with Twitch, like, oh, the moderation's inconsistent, oh, this, oh, that. Okay, the things I would actually do is just make the features fucking work, right? It seems like every single feature that Twitch releases is, like, half-baked and kind of shitty, right? They release sub-gift, like, mass sub-gifting, right? And then you have no control over who it goes to. You can't gift to people who were previously sub, people who follow alongs, people who are actively chatting. They have their own algorithm that you have no control of. And, like, every single fucking feature that Twitch releases, like the community tag and stuff, feels, like, completely half-baked and shit. That's the only thing that like I actually have a problem with on this platform. Other than that, it's pretty fucking reasonable for like a private company to not want like hate speech and shit on the platform. Like, yeah, you can be all like CX 10 toes down and want like ice and shit to run. And I like ice with like, but it's just like I don't disagree with them not wanting that shit on their platform. Like, I can understand why they wouldn't want to do that, and I think you probably wouldn't want to do that anyway. I don't know. I mean, the only thing I change is they have like half-baked features, and that's it.
I mean, honestly, I think Josh has the best take on half-baked features and companies releasing them. He's a World of Warcraft player, so if anything, he has the most credibility.
Destiny, your
All
turn.
right, here's my platform. I got 3 things. Number 1, for the chat, ban Amaranth. Not for any good reason, but just because.
Oh, yeah, this is pandering.
There you go. Number
Fuck
1.
you. This
I know
is
you
You're
guys
just
are-
trying to
This is
win
some
the
bullshit.
chat.
No, okay. All right, incels, listen up, okay? This guy.
Wait, hold on.
this
You
guy's
had your
sex
turn.
before.
Let
This
him-
guy's had
the
sex
audience.
before.
You
Fuck this
neglected
guy.
them,
He's had
okay?
sex before.
That was your platform. I love the audience, okay? There's number 1. Number 2, I'm seeing a lot of CXs in chat. I would say that there should be a process for previously indefinitely banned streamers to get unbanned, not so that they can get partner and stream on Twitch again, but just so they can appear in people's streams. So people like Ice Poseidon and people like Hyphonics, I think it would be cool if they were unbanned, just so that like I could hang out with them, right? Or somebody could hang out with them or have them on
A
a stream.
soft unban. A soft unban.
Yeah, something like that
Yes.
maybe. Or like even just like an unban but no partnership. They would have to like re-earn that or do all that shit again or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Like sorry, before to interrupt.
Am I getting cut off by a non-contestant right now?
But I just want to add on to what you said.
Okay. Go ahead.
Destiny is that like people like Slicker, where he's banned right now, but he could appear on the show and not break the rules because I'm there to watch over him. Had I
Or
been
even
there,
you could take on the responsibility for it. Like, you'll understand, like, okay, yes, I'll have ice on my stream, and if he breaks the rules, like, I'll take the heat for it. Like, that's on me.
Okay,
right?
anyway, continue with your last one. Sorry.
Okay, last two. One, tier 2 and tier 3 subs on Twitch should get double long emotes. There's no reason not to. People with tier 2 and tier 3 sub like crazy, and having the double long emotes would be fucking awesome. Tier 3 subs get triple long emotes. That shit would be fucking awesome. And then my final idea, this is the killer one that Twitch is never going to do. Amazon, you should be able to set your stream so that only Amazon Prime subs can watch it. You have an Amazon Prime sub only stream, and while you have that stream on, you should be able to watch videos and stuff that are available on Amazon Prime with your audience, because everybody there has it anyway, so you're not like violating any IP or anything. Those would be my changes.
Josh, do you want to add anything to your changes?
Those are all really good ideas and stuff, Destiny. Having thought about it some more and thought about this competition some more, I would make subscribing to everyone free. I would allow pornography on Twitch, and people can say and do what they want. Everyone in chat would be given money for the amount of time they watch. That's what I do with Twitch. If I was there. I think those are all great ideas, Destiny, and I agree with all of them. But I have my own as well. So, yep, great. I'm done.
Wow. Who do you?
Yep.
Wow.
No, but seriously, the banned streamer thing is actually completely correct. Like, it's insane that. Did you see, like, I guess you have seen at events and stuff, whenever, like, ICE is walking around and IRL streamers are like,
they have to, like, hide their camera
they
and
like
shit.
turn the cameras away because they're frightened of looking at him and stuff. Like, it's so insane that a company has that stance when they should be able to recognize, like, how completely unreasonable it is.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, 100%. All right, 30 seconds left.
Maybe another crazy idea. I don't think this would work for a variety of reasons, but you should be able to set your stream to like a no ad stream, so you're not allowed to run ads on Twitch, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want on that stream. You can say the gamer words, and you can show the gamer images, whatever the fuck you want to do. On a no ad, NC-17, you have like a warning that pops up like you're about to enter like the dark zone of Twitch or some shit. That would be some funny shit. But that'd probably be a bad idea.
All right, Destiny, you're on the heels of potentially your 4th victory. Josh, you are trying to dethrone a champion on the RAJJ Royale. What is on the line is a brand new Woodwatch by Jord, courtesy of Jord. Woodwatches by Jord. All right, please, Doc, present me the poll. Thank you.
I gave it to you. There you go.
Thank you. All right, vote in the poll. The winner of this poll wins the RAJJ Royale and walks away with a $250 Woodwatch by Jord. Thank you. All right, here we go. Go ahead and vote. Vote in the poll. Vote for who you would like to win. Guys who don't look at the poll, Destiny or Josh. Don't look at the poll.
Off the keyboard.
Don't look at the poll.
All right.
Don't look at the poll. Hands off the keyboard.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited.
6 months. Thank you very much. All right, please vote in the poll. Vote for who you would like. This could happen. Also, the winner gets a host from this channel, which is, you know, hey, I know you guys are big streamers, but hey, I do what I can.
Listen, those hosts are big deals. These make or break our careers right now.
All right. By the way, next week on the RAJJ Royale, we're shooting for T-Pain.
Wait, is that actually real?
Yes, that's real. We just
what do you mean?
we just need to firm some things down, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get T-Pain on the RAJJ Royale podcast.
Holy shit, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. The poll is out. That's what we're trying to do. It's not confirmed. That's what we're trying to do. It's not confirmed yet. Nothing's confirmed, for the record. Nothing is confirmed. As of now, nothing is confirmed. Ladies and gentlemen, I am about to crown the winner of the RAJJ Royale podcast, sponsored by Jord. The winner of the RAJJ Royale podcast is going to be said after this advertisement. 1 second, hold on. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Unbelievable.
I'm
This
fucking
seems
with you.
so
I'm
shit.
fucking with you. Hold on. Just
Unreal.
all right. Hold on.
What kind of? Sorry.
All right. All right. As I take a sip out of my Arrowhead 100% Mountain Spring Water cup, I am proud to announce the winner of the RAJJ Royale podcast is METHODJOSH!